Yes, you're going. Welcome to the show. Doing well. Guys, having a wonderful day. We're doing a bit better today. We're doing a bit better on this 30th April 2025. First in the tower, and being sad boys. I'm gonna be honest and say I love the new pie tower background. So let's put this one. Right, let's go back. Let's go back. Now we're filming the third one. So let's activate. We have this, which is they're telling you basically like, hey, module will be back, which is cool. Which is cool. But also telling you great news, and that great news is that if you miss one of them, you're still gonna be there, right? So that's absolutely phenomenal. Let's go with pie, and let's go with pie disk, which is really good. I'm gonna go here. There's the same thing, module updates. Well, it's the same thing because we just did the oh wow, okay, 6. Whoosh. We just did the crown. Okay. So good. Okay. Cobra GFS. Okay, Cobra GFS. Nice. All I need is to know that you're recording. If I know that you're recording, I don't care. Good. Good. I hope it doesn't break. I'm always very cautious of the breaking. You know? Good. We're at 224, so I have one fast. We're at 1,600. To be honest, I really like what's going on right now. We have a different place, and playthrough, so I have to be a bit more mindful. Here we go. Good. That one card. Nice. Are we too young for this? Let's go with reading what the guild says. Okay, ooh, let's go, baby, let's go. What the heck, already 500. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to, well, we don't really have, what is the main question for chips? Sorry, Falcon. Didn't quite understand. That loading goes. Don't you want your kids to be second generation tower defender? Content too, you know? There you go. Good. Okay, perfect. Let's go cook a little bit. Don't keep waiting for the commercial. Let's move on this 30th. Ouch, ow, ow, ow. On this 30th April 25. We're doing better today, I'll be completely honest. We also get 11 hours, so I guess that's helpful. To be for weather outside, some weather outside. Enjoy. I don't understand how nice this is. You can see my house. Go check this out. Don't blink, it's waiting. Welcome to the show. Getting more having a wonderful day on this 30th April 25. Today, we're going to be doing a little intro for the day. As you guys probably see yesterday, going through depression. But you know, once again, it's a working depression. We were able to function, we were able to do stuff. So, you know, there's a wave of it, and right now it's a wave of a good thing. I also want to talk about yesterday, which doesn't have to do with the intro, but kind of have to do with the intro. So when I wake up yesterday, right, I was focused, I had ideas, I went to work, and then for some reason at the end of the day, which is the afternoon, because that's how short our day was, we felt depressed. So it is hard to do an intro, right? It is hard to do an intro because I don't know how much energy I'm gonna have. I don't know how good the battery is today, the battery for itself, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys what I want to do, and if it happens, it happens. You're gonna see it. If it doesn't happen. I would love to do a mukbang, not a TikTok live. Do a couple of videos. I'm thinking about 5-6 videos, just to stay busy. Once I fall tomorrow, and the rest of the day, possibly spending either uploading clips or playing video games. Because I'm playing a lot of video games and they require less. I would say effort, because right now we're just talking to the camera, so talking is pretty easy. They do require less effort in a sense of entertainment-wise. I don't have to be specific. The game will do the job, right? That's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys, take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, keep waiting. Welcome to the show. Keep doing well, having a wonderful day on this 30th is April 25. Against that, I'm still depressed, right? Which is life. We're doing a part 2 of a brand new bag of Lucky Charm Pillsbury cookies. I had 2 bags. We have this. Now, why are we doing a part 2 technically? Well, it's a great news because yesterday I ate them too quickly. So even when you look at videos, you see people like letting them cool down, or even meat, you let it rest, right? So you can see here. That's nice to eat junk food. This is the only that's helping. You can see here it's really well cooked. So how do you see this really well cooked? The dough was broke, right? Which means that it's reached complete like expanse. And when it cooks it expand. And here you can see the difference of size. It's a bit hard to see, but you can kind of see it. And this is not as cooked. Why was it not as cooked? I don't know. Don't ask me how a microwave works and how centrifugal force works. So this is what I really enjoy. I cooked these. I woke up about 4 minutes ago, so we cooked them 4 minutes ago, and it had 4 minutes in the fridge. But this is what I was talking about yesterday. This is what I love. A little cake, right? A little cake cookie. Now we can really see the difference of color. You can really see, plus the color better than yesterday. We do have this natural sunlight. That's the Rovia. It's good. It's really good actually. You don't need to look charm. It's more visual. What I was hoping for was different texture, cookie, and chocolate chip. Different texture. You don't get that. Tastes quite similar. Well, bit berry cookie, but I like Lucky Charm cookie because it's got Lucky Charm. I can film guys with music. I'm getting ready to fuck. I'm doing pretty good. I'll get these. All right. You guys hired? I don't know. Oh my god. Don't link, it's welcome to the show. President Wolf having a wonderful day on this 30th. This is very warm. So I need to do this, I need to do this. Thank you. I'm gonna do this. Okay. On this 30th April 25, we have a bit of recipe that I invented that cooking. We're gonna do old rice. This is the recipe that I didn't come up with. It is my take on fried rice. So very easy story behind it. The reason why we're having it is because I made some rice, right? It was on Friday, today is Tuesday. The reason why we didn't eat the rice that we made was because that day my phone broke. And because my phone broke, I was a little bit I'm going through depression right now. Right, so it doesn't take a lot to trigger it, right? And it got triggered. So what we're gonna do is take this rice that's 3 ounces. We're putting it in a pan that you're seeing right here. I know the department's a mess, okay? You don't have to tell me, but there you go. So what's in the rice actually super simple. Actually, that I should ask you. So it's normal rice, right? You can hear it sizzling, which is great, right? You can hear it sizzling, which is absolutely phenomenal, right? Now, in reality, you don't really need your fire too warm, right? So what we're trying to do here, which is actually quite simple, quite simple, is we're trying to recook it in a way where all of the water or the liquid or the humidity that is stored in the rice, right? It does leave. Why are we doing that? It's because I kind of want a very sticky rice situation. I kind of want a very almost dryish rice, right? Plus, fun fact, what makes rice or any food or most food, don't burn yourself. Okay. There we go. Good. Funny enough, what makes food go bad is humidity. That's why things like ramen will not go. So now we're gonna have a single sausage, right? A single sausage of Delisa. So this is something that we tried yesterday. They're bacon and thank God we're well equipped. Thank God we're well equipped. Yes, okay, perfect. So again, in the rice we have, I didn't even finish that. A bit unfocused, right? Okay. Not my first time, it's not my last time. This is actually perfect. And then I'm gonna go here. What are we listening? We're listening to Cobra GFS. Cobra.King GFS. So right now we have the pan, which contains oil. This is the oil from the sausage yesterday. I don't know if you can tell, right? We have some oil from the, what am I doing, dude? Don't be lazy. Right? These are from sausage yesterday. You can already tell that the rice is cooking in there, which is really nice. So simply put, I'm gonna cut the sausage up. Why? Because I want them to be almost akin to meatballs. Meatballs are gonna be having a much better cook, right? I'll take sausage to explode. You don't want your sausage to explode. And what we're doing is a meatball. So what we're trying to do here, right? What are we listening in the background? Listening to Cobra GFS, King of Cobra, the God King of the human world. You should listen to him also. So the idea behind it was, okay, well, I got old rice, right? And I kind of have a love for old rice, but never did I have it 4 days after, right? So again, my phone break triggered for the depression is already there. We're eating junk food, right? I know that I have this, so I know that I have the rice. I don't want to waste the rice because I'm not a food waster. I'm a lot of things, but not a food waster. So now, what we did instead was I bought some sausage, right? There you go. Now the hope here, the hope is that we're cooking the sausage. There's a lot of grease that comes out of the sausage. Why? You're gonna see. Good. Nice. We'll be cooking some of the rice. We'll be taking some of the rice that's already cooking right now, and I'm gonna be cooking it in the grease. So fun fact. In the olden days, what I used to do it with cooking lard. When they were cooking lard, what they would do is put a lot of grease in the pan, and they would cook their bread, and cook everything that they had to cook, right? Now when it comes to sausage, I did one yesterday. I cooked it yesterday. I'm a freak. What I mean by that is we're going to be cooking them on the 4 sides. So top, bottom, Actually, wait, I guess. It's possibly on the sides, but I did say 4 sides. And when I say 4 sides, I like to say 4. Also, the secret hope behind cutting them in pieces. Okay, we're good. I fawn, I die. I fawn, I die. The secret hope behind it is within the tower. Let me check this something. What do we need? We need buy one workshop upgrade. Okay, let's do this one. I fawn, I die. Oh shit, we have to learn today. Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that. That is not good. However, we're doing 9. Pure 9, so it doesn't take much time. You hear that sound? I'm telling you, if you saw the amount of oil or grease, fats. There you go. I actually enjoy not washing when there's grease or shapeless. It just adds something to it, you know? There you go. There you go. So now the goal is we're just trying this. Now this does take some time, right? What I mean by this is the rice does take some time to cook. So what I'm probably gonna do is I didn't even start yet. The fuck. Okay. You wanna play? Let's play. Let's play. Let's play at higher speed, at higher There you go. Scratch it off, Again, please when you do this hand, and you're scratching things off, you use a plastic ladle, then the middle one. Because it's not going to the hand in itself. And there you go. It likes little ball. Also, we're listening to the CD because my neighbors put the music very, very loud. They put the music very loud. I'm trying to drown it out because I don't want to get copyrighted. It's something like a little custom video. Just wait. Is it too much done? Now this is where laziness comes in. This is what we ate yesterday. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them in the sausage. Right, we're going to put them here. We're going to rest a little bit, right? You won't have solid grease, but that's going to be able to throw away, so it doesn't really matter. When you use this cut towel, that's solid grease, you throw this cut towel away. Cool, same, right? So now, what I'm going to do is, we're going to do this, right? So these are the little sausage pieces, you can tell. It's amazing, it looks really good actually. Let's do it about Last of Us. And why I think it's the best series. There you go. Good. What I'm going to do, take some of the rice that we have. You can kind of like cooking a little bit. Right? I know that sound. And technically speaking, we're frying the rice. We're frying rice. The first thing, when you fry rice, like, again, cool thing is, like, first time frying rice, we have our grease. We're going to be breaking the rice apart. Because again, it is a couple days old rice, right? You guys remember what we put in? Some Baldo ramen noodle flavor pack or seasoning pack. I'm going to show you which one exactly. Good. It's this one. And we'll be wanting the grease to actually work. We put in some cream of mushroom. Now, in a perfect world, the one beneath really cooked. Because I'm kind of looking for a texture of rice, right? That's basically it. So now it's just a question of waiting. Then what I'm going to do is take the whole thing, put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes. I think I'm thinking 1 minute, but again, this is my first time. I have no clue what I'm doing. So right away, you can tell that the oil from the sausage has already been fully absorbed by the rice, which is really phenomenal, right? We're already seeing that the rice is burnt, which is great. What am I meaning by burnt? The rice itself has a almost something akin to skin, right? We're thinking about like something like a grape skin or like a like an olive skin possibly, something really thin. And it's sitting in the pan, which is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, all of the oil is gone. Are you looking to clean up your pan? What you need? There you go. You know what the crazy work? Because the thing here is we're having a lot of things cooking. So we're having sausage cooking, we're having rice cooking, and it's a when you cook. One of the most important parts, if not the most important part, is safety, right? Cool. One of the second important part when you cook is that everything comes out together. When you see a line of cooking, you're going to see people putting in food before others, even though their entree and for example, the fish and the entree are the same. You see the fish being put first because it takes more time to cook. So the two sausages that we saw are cheese and bacon. And, ooh, man, this is also the best I would say. It's really good. Now, the problem is, I cook rice a lot, but never on the pan, right? And never in this pot. I cooked rice on the pot. So before we had this wonderful pan or pot, what I would do, I had another pot and I would cook the rice in. And it gave me nice evenly, cooked rice. I used to have a baking sheet. This is a true story. I had a baking sheet. And my father said, hey, you know how to make bread? You can make bread at your place, right? I said, okay, that's a good idea. Also, please don't let your rice cook too much, because then that's what it sticks. It's not that you have to move it around. That way it's getting cooked, because moving it around, it doesn't stick. You take a baking sheet, that's how we cook the rice. It will give you heavenly rice, heavenly. There you go. There you go. It's so mushy. That's the effect because we put it in the microwave for so long. The smell me on it, this is amazing. Let's go for another one. and cheese. Yesterday I said that for better. Today, bacon cheese at my heart. You know what? I'm gonna that. Always be careful when putting. You don't make mess. Just make mess everything. Make the place in a different place. You don't like cleaning. So now we're going to do is really straight. Everything. Because when you're cooking again, it's going to be burning. Since it's already cooked a little bit, it's going to be burning. And you see right here, we have a little bit of a taste test. I'm gonna be honest, this is the bomb. This is the bomb. I was really hoping that the grease would give it a little bit more taste. Doesn't really give it a lot of taste. However, the rice is still really good, right? Because the rice sauce is actually really good, it still gives off a nice flavor. You see right now, it's warm. But this is gonna take a lot less time to cook. Oh my god, this is, oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, Houston, you have a solution. This is exactly what I wanted. I don't know if you're able to see. I'm gonna show you over. You see this? This is sticky rice. This is burnt rice. This is exactly what I'm trying to do. This is the oh, this is great. This is great. This is what we're looking for. So this is the rice that actually kind of almost akin to implode, right? Because it's almost akin to implode, right? Oh yeah, because it's almost akin to implode. Let's stick to the pan. And then the weird part about rice, the really weird thing with rice, is the exterior can cook really nice, but once the exterior breaks, it's almost impossible. Oops. Okay, so almost impossible to cook the rest. Autistic rage. This is not making fun of autistic people. It's the only fact that they have rage. And I think that you're not able to acknowledge it and not treat people for who they are. You're the one who should be held accountable for not being mindful of your surrounding and people that are in it. See? Okay. That's a rage. It's because he's autistic. Possibly. Is he allowed to feel rage even though he's autistic? Absolutely. Should we embrace that? No. However, we should be aware that this could be a cause. Right? But now, I'm going to be making my ancestor, my Egyptian ancestor and my French Canadian ancestor mad by doing something crazy. Chopstick for rice. Again, I want you guys to really pay attention to the piece we have right now. Bottom, super undercooked. Top, burnt. It's going to be delicious. Let's roll you. It's nuts. What's not about this whole thing? When I first cooked the rice, I didn't have the sausage home. Right? I could have ate it and had a really good time. However, this is 10 times better. Sadly, the flavor pack doesn't taste. So, we did put enough. It doesn't taste after a couple of days. However, the cream of mushroom really stayed in and really gave it a nice taste. That's delicious. The cream of mushroom is unbelievably connected to the taste. And rice is rice, however, delicious texture. The freshness of the burnt rice had to the experience. Our meal cost me $4 probably. Because yes, there's the can of soup, there's the sausage. I put in 2 sausages out of the 8, which were $16. 2 out of 18, that's 1 out of 8. 1 out of 8 is about 115 each, so that's 250. That's 230, right? Rice was expensive, we bought it years ago during the pandemic. Still really good. And yeah, there's like 30 kilos for, it was 3 kilos for $10 back then. So they're still good. I'm not even going to include it. Now, because of the resistance, the sausage, I was just saying, in the already the sausage, what's different about this one? Well, these are cold and rested. This is the real taste of the sausage. Oh yeah. We saw a meal. And I'm completely honest, right? Been better, yes. What could have been better? I would like to put in some garlic, some onions. Because the rice is a bit bland, I'll be honest. The cream mushroom is really impacted the rice itself. The rice itself is actually bland. And this is because we didn't add salt. Right? We didn't add salt to the rice. And then actually salted it. And the cream mushroom wasn't salted. So there you go. There you go. Okay. Good, that's actually. You don't need to be that perfect, but it is. Okay, so. we're back. Can we do anything more? Something film? Here you go. Enjoy. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Welcome to the Show. Sending you off to having a wonderful day on this 30th April. This is we're doing a special video. We're doing the second ever gaming mukbang, gaming channel mukbang. Now, this is a very specific video. This is a very special video. We're doing this out of laziness. We're going into depression. We just woke up, so it's not that bad yet. It hasn't reached the climax of the day yet. I have a bit more energy. So what we're doing is we're doing a video that I'm really able to put on both channel, which is a normal channel, and a gaming channel, which is a mukbang. So this is a story of Last of Us, right? Right? But now, you can tell me, why Last of Us? Dude, this is a gaming channel only. Not really. See, Last of Us was never about gaming. It was always more about that. If you just read the back of the game cases, which never did. Joel and Ellie, brought together by arching consensus, must survive a world journey across the US in a dangerous post-pandemic world. Explore rural post-pandemic, fully realize the power of PlayStation 4. Include additional game content, in-game cinematic commentary from the past, in-game cinematic commentary. I never thought. Wow, this is insane. This is insane. I never had that. That is so cool. Experiencing devastating physical and emotional abuse. A consequence of the elevations that you embark on the relentless pursuit of those who wronged her. A complex emotional story, tense and desperate action survival gameplay, and beautiful yet dangerous world. So it was always more about that. Now, Last of Us was always a game, a beloved game, but then it became a beloved series, and that's what we're going to be checking out. The meal of the day is fried rice. So this is rice we cooked a couple of days ago, and we reheated it in the pan. I'm going to show you. There you go. So why are we doing this video? Again, feeling depressed, feeling bad, but trying to work it out. So work out for me means working, making videos. Last of Us is a shit that I love, but never really got into. Water and sweetener. That's strong fuck. It's some strong shit. Water and sweetener. There you go. And before we start, oh yeah, sausage too. Sausage are these are soul sausage. They're two flavor. They are Oktoberfest and they are bacon and cheese. Why are we doing that? Because again, trying to multitask. First of all, second of all, I think that's oh ho. It's an idea. It's a favorite idea. I'm gonna tell you guys this is a good idea. You see, we're a bit motivated today. My favorite part, this is the overcooked skin of the rice. A sweet nectar of gods. This is so good. This is so good. I have no idea. I have to show myself if I'm going to be eating all the sausage. And that's like that. What I'm going to do. Grease. Everything wonderful for my health. And dessert. But it also contains some hemp oil, which helps you calm down. No stress. Okay. So, that's us. So, I don't know which one you want to start with. You want to start with how I get into the series, or why am I doing this video? So let's go into the why we're doing this video. Last of Us, for me, I've always been a very emotional game. With my ADHD, I don't really pay attention to the story. So, how I work is, this is great, this is great, this is great. Okay, let's do something else. Let's move along. This is great, this is great, this is great. Okay, this is good, this is moving on. So a game like Last of Us is a game that's great, but when we're moving on, we aren't really playing Last of Us. When we're finished, we're finished. And the beauty of Last of Us, this all Last of Us is also the biggest flaw. The game is intense, the game is a narrative powerhouse, and the game is super short. How much you gonna Elden Ring? That's my first playthrough of Elden Ring. I played it for a year. That's why I've been talking about this for a couple months. So it's pretty good. So, what ended up happening, and this is not good, this is not crazy. This is how insane it is for me. Last of Us 1 was a game that I'd never heard of. So, long story short, I went to this apartment, I don't want to work, I want to take my time, I want to discern myself what happened. We don't work. So when every streamer is streaming Last of Us, we're sitting at home watching cable TV, right? So, Last of Us, given a very, very specific case, we start working, right? And we start working, and we're working in a place called A&W. A&W is far from my house, right? I have to take two buses. Well, after the first bus, we have to turn this. And I always have to wait 3 minutes. There's a Walmart there, and I find this game on PS3, because I use it always on PS3. It was the game of the year on PS3. And it was $35. So I'm like, okay, well, this is cheaper than I'm used to. The game of the year, so it must be good. Let's try it out, right? I open it, and I swear to God, Last of Us for me is a game, and I know you're gonna be tired of me saying this, but it's a game that completely changed my life. And I don't mean this as kissing ass. I don't mean this as anything else but the truth. I had a very secure, very enclosed, very secluded childhood. First of all, I was a weird kid with ADHD, right? I was a weird kid with ADHD, didn't have a lot of friends, so of course that didn't help, right? But more than that, because there's always more than that. More than that, I was the kid, right, who enjoyed time alone. So my time alone, I would spend watching the classic Saturday comics, a Saturday cartoon, about YouTube, talking about Gundam, which we're playing right now on this one. A beautiful game, G Eternal, which is fantastic. Dragon Ball Z, and there was another one. I think it was Bleach, I'm not sure. I want to say Bleach, because I'm pretty sure it's Bleach. There was also One Piece, but One Piece, they kept showing the first season, so I started it. Now, just to tell you how crazy I was and how much of a weird kid I was, this channel that would show these were in English. My first language is French. I didn't learn English before 16, 17 years old. So I watched months of shows without understanding a lick of it. However, I was going to have fun, who gives a shit, right? So, fast forward into my teenage years, I'm doing the same thing. I'm watching shows, but this time I speak English. And so I'm watching shows. So until the age of 22, I was so busy with watching shows that I didn't understand. Until the age of 22, I was so busy with watching shows that I didn't understand, watching shows that I now understood. But most of all, we had shows from YouTube. So back then, YouTube was very lax when it comes to copyright law. You can find movie, you can find the entire Jersey Shore series, which was crazy. There's a lot of things I could find for free on YouTube. So I would go to the store, which is Walmart. I would go during the night when it was closed. I would stay in the parking lot in the summer and download hours upon hours upon hours. I have at least a terabyte and a half of shows. I would watch them, right? But all of them didn't include one simple thing. They didn't include horror. They didn't include horror. There's two things that really changed my perception about horrors. The first one was Chucky. Crystal Chucky was a show that I fell in love with. It was scary. It was scary and goofy. And the second one was Last of Us. Now, Last of Us was completely different. Why was it completely different? Was because it was a game. And the craziest thing about Last of Us is we bought it. It's crazy because I think it was Easter. I don't remember which holiday, but it was 3 days weekend, right? And I know that people would be there. And at that time, I'm depressed. I'm 21, 22 years old. I'm very depressed. And I don't want to go out when there's a lot of people. So I would go at Walmart at like 8 or 9 in the morning. What's the open? And there was no customer. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm stuck with the game for 3 days. So I'm playing the game and I'm scared of the infected, right? But then the game itself is so good. And there's something that keeps me going to the game. That's the thing, it's not the narrative. It's not the narrative. What keeps me going to the game is the mechanics of the game. How ammunition is so scarce. This is my very first survival game. It's my very first horror game, but it's my very first survival game. So you have to go into every single thing to find pieces. And for example, what I love about the game is you would find a special shape, right? And a special shape could be used to heal yourself or to deal extreme damage to the shield. And that's what I had to choose what to do with it, right? Now, and I always play normal, so I never miss out some resources. But the first time in the game, and that's a true story. I didn't care about the story because it was so involved. I was so involved in the survival aspect of it, right? And then I had this feeling of accomplishment. And this is the first time in the video game that I had this feeling of accomplishment. We had it with beating Milania, we had it with beating Hollow Knight, but that's not the very first case, right? So what ended up happening is I'm playing this. It was 2013, 2014. I'm playing this again. I'm rebuying the game for PS4. Because again, I had it for PS3, and I had it for PS4. I rebuy it. And this time, I'm like, you know what? And it's crazy because I lose my job, right? And I feel really down on myself. So I'm like, you know what? And this is why this one, the first game I've been playing, the 19th, or in about 5 days, 6 days. So right now we're banned for streaming because we have so much content. So because I have over 100 hours of streaming, I can't stream. And our 100 hours of saved content on Twitch, I can't stream, right? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So then what ended up happening was, I feel out of myself. And I find out that I have The Last of Us. It's funny because The Last of Us, just to show you how much I care about the game, I bought it for PS4. It's one of the first games I bought for PS4. And I left it unopened. It took me a year and a half. And then the challenge I saw, that's what I like, this time, however, we're very different. The first time you play Last of Us, and this is my personal opinion, you can disagree, I do not give a shit, okay? I forgot to do the why we're doing this video once again. We'll do it after. So the first time you play the game, you have this whole playthrough where you're moving on, and you expect at every single turn, at every single corner, they're gonna be infected, right? Now, if you're dumb like me, you didn't realize that there's infected, there's cordyceps, which is what makes them infected, right? So if there's cordyceps, Joel will wear his mask. So if he doesn't wear the mask, there's no danger, or there's gonna be you in danger, right? But you in danger, they're noisy, they don't make noise, you're shooting and etc., right? So the second time playing, I focused on the story, and I discovered a story that is phenomenal, right? Now, fun fact, when they did God of War PS4, the story of Kratos and Atreus, the reason why they did Atreus was because of Ellie. People really enjoyed the relationship between Ellie and Joel. Now, I'll be completely honest, I actually really like it. But my duo were very weird. So growing up, my duo were Jack and Daxter. Growing up, my duo were Rushing Clank. Growing up, my duo was whom? My trio was freaking Sly Cooper, right? So I never had like this father figure and daughter figure. Now, ultimately speaking, as a father, I associate more with Kratos because he had this rage and I don't understand, right? With Ellie, there's always this instance of Joel isn't really the father, and Joel takes a long ass time before he becomes fatherly towards Ellie, right? Now, if you watch the show with Pasquale does a good job at being fatherly way before Joel actually is in the game. Joel actually becomes fatherly in the game when really late. So he becomes close to Ellie, and this is spoiler if you didn't play the game, but the game is 11 years old, minimum. So there's a time where he's gonna bring her to a place where it's safer. He's gonna bring her to the dam. That way they can go to the Fireflies. I'm gonna tell you the story of the first game in a couple minutes, but for now I'm gonna tell you the story of the first game and we'll do the second game, right? You know what we're gonna do? The first game, we're gonna do why we're doing this video, we're gonna do the second game, and why I think it's a masterpiece. Okay, it's gonna be a cool video, it's gonna be a fun video, it's gonna be a short video for beyond content that we have to do itself. So what ended up happening is Joel has a chance to leave Ellie. So the story is, Ellie is, okay, so they're being told to, it's actually really cool. The first time that Joel, okay, so it's complicated. The beginning of the game is Joel with his daughter Sarah, and they're really close, right? You can tell, and they do a fantastic job of Sarah is gonna be in the game, spoiler, for 34 minutes. The game is 13 hours, so you don't give a fuck about Sarah. However, what she represents, you give a fuck about her. So what happened is, Sarah dies, and then Joel becomes an asshole. Joel becomes really bad. He starts ambushing people, he starts to do everything that he needs to do to survive. He gets into a fight with his brother, he doesn't join the Fireflies. Again, he becomes like a bad guy. He doesn't become like a bad guy, he becomes like a guy for, he becomes like a guy that is a survivalist. And my boy Joel lived a good life. In about 13 years after the beginning of the pandemic, my boy still have alcohol. He's drinking. He had a side piece, right? And then that's a mission. And it pays really well. Basically what happened is they got fucked over in the mission. And they got fucked over with their weapon. So Joel, and I don't remember her name. They found money car. Maybe have it this store. So they meet the Fireflies. The Fireflies are telling her, hey, if you help us, we'll give you a weapon. Okay, no problem. They think we have a package for you. Then they bring us package is Ellie, right? They don't know why she's so important. But the way she's talking, she was a friend of the person. I don't remember the girl from the Fireflies. But she's important. She's one of the vice president or one of the main guy. So at first you think that they're close, and that Joel is taking her to her place. So Fireflies issue. What is important? Who's the Fireflies? The Fireflies. Okay. So again, this is. Let me tell you the Fireflies is. Okay. Military group. The military group. I thought it's so complicated. So complex, so rich. It's unbelievable. The Fireflies found them, right? And like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do here? What are we supposed to do here? I don't know. Then we realize that Ellie is bitten, right? And that she's immune. Now, the fun fact is, Joel doesn't believe it. It's part of the crime, but it's it, right? But then, you realize that Ellie, she's so similar to Joel, and Joel deep down he knows that it's so complex. There's two things. Joel is afraid of Ellie because she reminds him of Sarah, or Joel is afraid of Ellie because she reminds him of Sarah in a way where he would become the soft guy he was, and the soft guy he was would survive in this world, right? So he's afraid of being the good that he was. Yeah, he needs this villain to survive, right? Because it's survival of the fittest. Okay? But then as much as they go, they get closer, right? And then Joel has his brother called Tommy, and Tommy's a really good character. Tommy ends up, you say, yo, can you take care of her? And at the end, she said, I want to go with him. And Joel's like, yeah, I'll take you, right? And that's the whole story. Now the story ends with Joel brings Ellie to the Firefly HQ, and we realize that Ellie, just to save the world, she has to die. So the cordyceps, which is the infected, one infected. So technically speaking, we don't really know how it happened. The cordyceps is actually a real thing though. It's a fungus that attacks animals and controls their brain, right? We don't know how it works, we don't know really know a lot about it, but it's something that's real, right? And there's actually a fun thing. The story will not tell you what is cordyceps. The story will not tell you. However, you can find some newspaper, you can find some recording. They'll actually tell you a bit more about the pandemic, right? Now the fun thing is, in the second game, the infection isn't something that we care about anymore, right? The first game, the whole purpose of the first game is we might have the antidotes. The whole purpose of the second game is we don't care if you get the antidote. It's all about the vengeance. So the first game, it ends with Joel doing the one thing that we will all do. He has to sacrifice Ellie, and if he does sacrifice Ellie, then he can save the world. This is basically the story, right? However, because there's an however, we know that the right thing to do is to kill Ellie off, right? So coming back to it, why the first game is amazing. So this is the story of the first game. Come back to the story. Come back to the game in the first one. What's fantastic is to get these resources, so you'll find very small amounts of bullets. Your best bet is actually arrows, because arrows, there's a chance that if you kill an enemy, the arrows will. It is so freaking good. It is so freaking good. The arrow, you'll be able to get them back. For example, I use a pistol, I shoot a bullets, the bullets kill, right? But you lose the bullets. There's a chance with the arrow, right? The arrow, and this is the craziest thing, and this is gonna be, again, this is a long video, so please stay with me. The craziest thing is the bow becomes the best weapon. And the craziest thing with the arrow is, you might not kill it, but you won't make a sound, so you only aggro one enemy. If you shoot, everybody's like, okay, well, there's a shot nearby, there's somebody here. There's an arrow over here too. Right? Now, it brings me to my second game of survival, which is Days Gone. And Days Gone, the strongest weapon is the bow arrow. The crossbow. Yeah, the crossbow. And the crossbow is the same thing, you can shoot bolts and get them back. So again, it's super cool. So going back to the first game, you can find, of course, there's a classical. You can do a shiv, which is a one-time automatic kill. So you can do it by stealth. This shiv is actually super good at a defensive and offensive. So if you're stealth, you can kill in one shot. If you're not stealth, if they attack you and they got you in a hole, they can kill you. If you use a shiv, you'll kill them instead, right? So you save yourself. There's bandages where you can heal up, right? There's Molotov, cocktail Molotov, and then there's a landmine. So the landmine is actually pretty good. There's a sleep powder you can use. That's really, really, really good. The sleep powder, however, is not that great because some enemy will resist it. But the nail bomb, super good. It's the strongest bomb. The Molotov is great. There's a lot of people close by. The nail is great. Or you can even put trap mine, which is fantastic. So but in the game, that's not the most important part. The most important part are vitamins. You can actually find vitamins. And the vitamins will increase your health or your strength. First of all. Second of all, you can also find parts where you can upgrade your weapon. What is really cool is you start, for example, using the shotgun as an example. The shotgun is a long weapon, long barrel. You can take a saw and cut it open. And then you'll have a shorter shotgun that make more damage. This is a really good upgrade. So the first game, once again, is making the most out of it. Now, the best part of the second game of the first game is Joel is the one to take care of Ellie, right? And at first, this is classical. You can see what I meant with the similarity between this and God of War. At first, Ellie is completely useless. Completely useless. She hides, right? And she wants to fight. And then Joel's like, no. And then she needs to fight. And then there's a part where Joel getting drawn from another guy. I haven't played this game in 4 years. This one was the first thing I started shooting with. And then Ellie kills him with a gun, right? And she's like, okay, well, I'm getting the gun. And Joel's like, okay, well, you say me keep the gun. And then Ellie starts to know how to use the gun. And the more she goes, where she is. Now, later in the game, Ellie will use the sniper rifle, which is what she's the strongest with. She actually is a really good, really good, she's a really good, what you call it, support. However, Ellie is, she's smart, she is smart, but also she's kind of dumb. So for example, by using the sniper, she'll get a shot in, and she won't use it if it's an enemy where you sneak in. However, she'll use it, and then possibly you were able to not aggro everybody, she'll aggro everybody, right? There's also the fact that Ellie, if she gets killed, you have to start again. Ellie's a lot easier to kill than Joel. This is also something you have to keep in mind. Second of all, that's pretty much it for the first game. Think about it. That's for the first game. Now, years pass. I played the second one during the pandemic, during the COVID pandemic. I played the second one, and it was crazy because I don't remember when it came out. It came out on it came out when 2020, which is the pandemic year. In the second game, my first playthrough, I hated it. I hated it. But when I say hate it, I hate it. Last of Us 2 was such a emotional roller coaster. It is so freaking hard on the mental, on your emotional. It's horrible. It's bad. It's bad. But at the same time, it's also so rewarding because it's a beautiful story, right? And before we start with the second one, I'm gonna tell you guys why. When I grew up, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have the most vocal. I was afraid of my opinion. I was afraid to give my opinion. I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid of being told you're wrong, right? So we kept it in. However, there's this really cool thing that happened, and it was the fact that the second game, everybody hated Abby. So Abby is the main antagonist, right? Everybody hated Abby. Everybody hated it. The voice actress for Abby got death threats, right? It was really bad. But I like Abby. So the second game is Abby kills Joel, right? And in the first game does a really good job at Joel and Ellie. In a world where you care about nothing, in a world that there's nothing left, you know that Joel and Ellie's are the things that you have to focus on. Focus on their survival, but also focus on their relationship, right? Joel ends up being a great father to Ellie, and Ellie ends up being a great partner to Joel, somebody that brings him back to humanity. Yeah, the craziest thing I forgot completely. I'm so sorry. The main goal of the first game is to bring back to Joel is humanity. Joel is the main character. Ellie is the second character. However, Joel is the main character because you play as Joel. However, Ellie is the main character because she's the immune. She's the answer to everything. Right? There's this part where Joel gets really injured, and Ellie is when I take care of him. She's able to nurse him back to health. She's able to nurse him back, and by getting that, she gets kidnapped. And then Joel goes on a path of revenge. If you see Joel on a path of revenge, you see him how bad he is, like how much of a dangerous guy he was, and how much of a really bad person he became. Right? You see the instance of a Joel, and it's crazy because when you see Joel as worst, being most aggressive, being the worst guy possible, you don't see a new Joel. You see the Joel that was before the game starts. The Joel that did anything that he could to survive, right? And ambush people. That Joel existed before. Second game, Joel is a lot older. He has like a father. Ellie got convinced him to be in a commune, which is a dad with his brother with Tommy, right? And then they live a happy life, right? They're doing what you call it. They're doing doing some recons and shit like that. Now, when you're in a place like that, there's a huge problem. And the second game is they live in a city, and there's a lot of the Walker, which is from Walking Dead, but most of all, there's infected, right? And they're more prone to go to a place with a fan. So, for example, right, you go from door to door, you go from house to house, hiding to hiding. This hiding is infected, there's a lot of infected, there's just leave it, you don't need to kill them all. Versus this town where there's a lot of people here that gotta defend themselves, let's help them out, right? The same game is a lot better. So, for example, Ellie now has a girlfriend called Dina, Ellie has a best friend called Jess. That's actually really cool, right? And she has a life there, and she's going through her teenage year, and she's evolving, and they're really close. However, Ellie gets mad at Joel because she learned what he did to save her. He learned that he killed basically every single Fireflies, he killed people that were trying to save the world. So the Fireflies in the first game, they're a good guy. They're a good guy. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you about the Fireflies. Okay, I'm so sorry. So in the first game, right, by doing everything, you get to learn about the story, right? You get to learn after the pandemic. So the craziest thing is, it's a case of I Am Legend. It's the same thing. So Joel, the first time you control Joel, is like the pandemic. It breaks out. A lot of people are affected and it's out of control. It's out of control. At first, it was infected, but then out of control, now it's out of control. Then we wake up 20 years later and like, okay, well, what happened? So you learn that, okay, well, technically, this is why there's a pandemic. Why they're infected. We're in a group called the Fireflies. The Fireflies are Urhu. So the government, at first, they wasn't food for everybody. So what they ended up doing is, they did some inhumane thing, right? And then people like Joel, you gotta play music again. And that's wow, I have to win. No! Last minutes. I'm sorry guys, last minutes. It's the same playthrough, I guess. Ah, dude, last minutes. Why didn't I not take this one? Shit. Okay, let's do this. Oh. Don't link, is your link, welcome to Welcome to Show. Sending off to having a wonderful day on this 30th April. Don't link, it's your link, welcome to Welcome to Show. Sending off to having a wonderful day on this, on this 30th April 2025. Sorry, my mom said we have to call her, and I'm gonna call her. So I'm kind of depressed. I want to show you. Sorry about the quality. I have to charge the two phones. They're pretty dead.
Hello, Stefan.
Yes, mommy told me to call you.
Yeah, so your father sent me the both pages, and he said to me something that I didn't appreciate, but I answered him back. Pourquoi tu insistes tant? Pourquoi tu insistes tant? Because it's $13,000.
I don't understand.
Okay?
You said that?
Alors, je sais pas, qu'est-ce qu'il t'a dit, lui, exactement?
No, I asked him 4 times. I said, Mama, she needs the paper, please. He said, well, I'm busy. I said, I promised that we were going to give the paper. And then he didn't give me. I said, Daddy, did you remember to give Mom the paper? He said, don't you have the paper yourself? I said, no, you have the paper with the stamp. I have the paper that proves that I got the bill, but I don't have the paper that proves that I went to the government office. I need the paper that proves that I went to the government office. That way I can tell that, that I did the démarches.
Mais de toute façon, c'était pas ça le papier que je voulais. Moi, c'était le tas de compte qui t'ont demandé l'argent.
Okay.
Ok, maintenant, je sais pas comment tu vas le faire.
Because he had that too.
Hein?
He had that too.
Oh, well, he didn't send it to me. He didn't send it to me.
Okay.
Alors, je pense que qu'est-ce que tu vas faire, Stéphane? C'est lui qui l'a?
Yep.
Alors, toi, tu l'as pas.
No, because he said, I want everything.
Ok. Maintenant, la date de échéance pour les $13,000, c'est quand?
So I received the paper. Yes. I received the paper. I'm listening.
Ok.
I'm listening.
Ok. So, where is the date d'échéance pour payer l'argent?
See, I received it at the 15th of April, the paper. I got 30 days, so it is the 14th of May.
Ok. Et à qui on doit le remettre?
I
have to have them, because I'm going to do a check at a trade bancaire.
don't know. I don't know who to give it to.
Okay. You see, that's another thing.
But I'm being honest.
Okay, but how do I pay the money if I don't have any, like, where?
I don't know, ma.
To whom?
I don't know.
Okay. You have, now, I don't know when you're going to see him.
I don't know either.
Next time. Okay. What, did you have a fight with him?
But no, man, I'm depressed. I don't want to see him.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
I'm depressed, man. I don't want to see anybody,
Okay, so I'm gonna deal with it. but not right away. Now I have to work at Home Sense.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish at 9:30, and till I go home, like I'm gonna be booked, you know.
I understand.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna text him tomorrow or the day after. Give me the name of the who do I make the check to, so I can send the check.
You're gonna freak out if you pay. I have to pay.
Well, I cannot give you the money, Stefan.
But I don't need the money. I need to find a job to pay the money.
That's not his business. This is between me and you. You
Yeah, but
understand?
Mama, I don't want you to pay. I want to pay too.
You're gonna pay when you find a job. You understand? Now, what he's saying to you, he's gonna lend you the money, but you're not working. When you work, then you're gonna pay him something. Okay? So if he asks me something, I'm gonna say yes. I told him when he works, he's gonna reimburse me.
Okay.
He doesn't have to know everything that we say. You
Yes,
understand? Because he doesn't understand. He does not understand.
Mama, I'm sorry for the way I talked to you yesterday. I know you were trying to help, but it's just as bad, you know.
Okay. All right.
But I appreciate what you said yesterday. You were trying to help, and I'm very grateful for you. It was really nice what you said. The text that you sent me today, it was also very nice. You know, I just have a problem with people right now because you know you had depression before. You know how it feels.
Okay.
But I appreciate the text this morning. I appreciate the kind words yesterday. You know, you were talking to me yesterday very calmly, very understanding. So I'm very grateful for that. You know.
Don't worry about it.
It's just, you know, with the bill from the government, the fact that like I give out so many CVs and I get interview, you know, and it doesn't lead nowhere. So you start to think that you're the problem. Maybe there's something I'm doing that's not okay, you know. And then you know, like I told you, I put in so much effort for the social media, but it doesn't work, you know. So like, well, maybe I'm not able to do what I want to do. Maybe I'm not able to accomplish my dream, you know. And then you know, it's a lot of it's a lot because when, and again, I'm not saying you, but there's a lot of people that when they need to talk to someone, when they need help, they'll ask you for help. But when it's your turn to ask for help, they won't help.
Well, I can help you, Stefan.
No, it's not that help, Mama. It's, you know, talking to someone.
Okay. Don't you tell me you had a social worker?
Yeah.
So why don't you call her and talk to her?
I should.
You should absolutely.
I didn't even think about that.
Okay. So call her and talk to her.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Okay.
It's just that, you know, I'm grateful for the help you give me, but I need multiple people, you know, to because when you always talk to the same person, it's, you know, it's silly.
Stefan, I understand that, but your father doesn't want to budge. You understand?
Yep.
So I cannot control that.
Okay.
I cannot control. Okay. I can control my situation towards you. I am your mother. I am responsible for you if you need any help.
I understand.
But I cannot budge with him because he's an asshole. You understand? And the one who's and she is worse than him. Okay. So I cannot interfere because this is their business. I'm doing with you. I'm all the way behind you. You don't have to worry about anything.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry for, you know, for everything.
It's okay, Stefan. Okay, but I want you to talk to somebody else.
Yes.
Okay.
The social worker is a great idea. It's just this is honestly the best idea.
Okay. So you talk to her, let it out. Okay. And that's it.
I don't want you to feel like I can't talk to you. I want to talk to you, but I want to talk to more than one person because then you know when you're always talking to the same person and you know you're in this position like, well, maybe and it's hard to tell you because I don't want you to take it personally, but you know this problem it comes from you, you know, this situation, the depression, it comes from inside, right? And I talked to you about it, and your advice are great, and what she said today and yesterday really helped, you know. But it's not easy to tell my mom, hey, mom, I'm depressed, you know, because I'm supposed to be the one that supports you emotionally because you're my mom.
No, that's not true. Because if I'm depressed, I will tell you, Stefan, I'm depressed.
I know.
No, this is not true, okay?
But
If you feel depressed,
that's the way I feel.
Okay, there's no shame in that. Okay?
Yep.
You want to talk to me?
No, I want to talk to you, but not just you. I want to talk to multiple people.
Okay, so can you talk to your father or no?
You don't want to know what he said.
Okay, so I don't want to know.
He said,
Yeah.
I'm 67,
Yes?
and I was never depressed before, so how come you're depressed?
I'm 67 and what?
I was never depressed in my life, so how come you're depressed?
Because of the situation,
Okay.
you're depressed. Because you don't find a job, you're depressed.
Yes. I feel like I'm not good enough.
You're not good enough.
I feel that way.
Okay. You know what, Stefan? I cannot tell you more than that.
But
okay?
the message they sent to me, Mom, today, it's like a freaking medicine magic.
Yeah.
It was super nice and it was really thoughtful. And yesterday I felt so bad because you know you're talking to me and I'm listening to you and you give me so much good advice and you're being calm and you're being patient and you're listening. But it's just that yesterday I couldn't talk to anybody. Even today I want to call you as soon as possible because I don't know. Now maybe I'm telling you too much, but I'm telling you the truth. I don't know how I'm gonna be doing for now. I'm okay because I woke up late. I woke up at like 2 p.m. because I slept yesterday. I slept fucking 13 hours because I was so depressed, you know.
Okay.
So now I just woke up. I woke up about 2 hours ago, 2 hours and a half. Now I'm okay. Now I have energy. Now I can talk to people. But you know with depression, 1 second you're okay, 1 second you're not okay.
Okay.
So huh?
Yeah.
And I'm happy that at least he sent you the paper because I really pushed him. I asked him 4 times. I was
He wasn't very nice. What he wrote to me was not very
well because
nice.
that's my fault.
Okay.
But because this morning I was supposed to see him. Okay. Because so you know lundi, il y a eu l'élection.
Oui.
Bon, so I did coverage of the election. I did coverage, but I don't know much about it. Right? So
Okay.
he saw the video and said, "Hey, why don't you ask me for advice for the election?" I didn't think about it. He said, "Come tomorrow, right? We'll talk about it." He saw the video Tuesday. He saw the video yesterday. So I was supposed to see him this morning. I was supposed to see him at like 8h.
Okay.
Parce qu'il va m'aider avec le gouvernement, tu vois?
Okay.
Tell me how he feels, tell me what it means, you know? Because it's true, I don't know much about election, la politique. For me, it's all bullshit, you know?
Okay.
So this morning I was supposed to see him, and I called him. I said, "Papa, I'm sorry, je me sens pas bien." Okay? Because if I tell him I'm depressed, he's not gonna understand. So I said, "Papa, I'm sorry, I don't feel good."
Okay.
He said, "Okay, no problem. Are you gonna come tomorrow?" I said, "I don't know when I'm gonna come, but I don't feel good." Okay? I'm gonna tell you a secret, okay? But this, promise me you won't tell, no matter how much you are, you're not gonna tell him. I was depressed since Friday. When I broke the phone, Because I was with depression. I know you know what you know how I feel because we were depressed before, but it's not one instance. C'est pas un accident. C'est plusieurs choses qui s'accumulent. So now I was looking for work, right? I had a training on Wednesday and on Thursday that tell me, no, well, maybe Monday you're not gonna work a full day and I need the money, because I don't have a lot of work. I have Jacob, who I'm begging to find me the job, and Jacob is like, yeah, I'm looking for it, but he doesn't do an effort. I don't believe he's doing an effort. I'm doing a CV to multiple places and it's not working. And then I owe the money to the government, which is a lot of money, right? Doesn't matter how you look at it, it's a lot of money. And then I break the phone, even though it's an accident. It still pisses me off because I'm like, the phone, did I stole the money? You know why?
What?
You have to understand, the phone, yes, I'm filming, okay, I understand, I'm filming. C'est that's because the guy who's supposed to call me for information, parce qu'on a contesté le 13 000,
Wait.
if he calls me and the phone doesn't work, I can't answer, you're gonna say, fuck this guy. You understand?
Yeah.
So now, and then Friday I was depressed, and then he calls me, maman, il m'a appelé 9 fois.
Qui ça?
Mon père.
Okay.
He called me 9 times because John Turner was coming on Saturday.
Okay.
So he called me, John has to be there, John has to be there, John has to be there. And I was, when I went to his house, I was depressed, right? I had to fake having like a soul or something. Because I didn't feel like talking, I was there, I was like a zombie.
Okay.
So I didn't want to say, what the fuck, are you doing drugs? Because you know something what he said, right?
Who told you
No,
that?
no. He didn't tell me that. But imagine,
Okay.
imagine if you see me a zombie. If you see me a zombie, you know I don't do drugs. Say, Steph, are you okay? Him, he's gonna say, oh, are you doing drugs?
Ok, Stéphane, je dois te quitter parce que maintenant je suis en voiture avec mon ami.
Okay.
Anyway, so,
But long story short, I was depressed when I went Saturday, right? And already I was depressed. So when I told him no this morning, and I told him no, long story short, I told him no this morning. I said, just send me the message. Please send my mom the paper.
ok, Stéphane, c'est pas grave.
Okay.
Ok, anyway, je dois quitter. On se parle. Don't call me tonight because I'm going to be booked tonight. I have to start early at the connaissance scolaire.
Mama,
Ouais.
I love you.
I love
Thank you for the text, Mama. This morning, I tell you, I woke up to this. I woke up to the text. I was crying.
Ok, alright.
Have a nice day, Mama.
You too.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Bye.
There you go.
This is Cricut Maker 4, the next generation of our ultimate smart connection. It's up to 2 times faster than the previous model. Helps you make popular projects like custom apparel for you or swag for the team. With interchangeable tools, it can cut wood and fabric or even whether you're making your space or making gifts for the girls. Experience the power of personalization with Cricut Maker 4. If that's why I release with Hydrosense eye drops.
Natalie, Josh, shall we get into it? No. No? Okay. You have no choice. Okay.
Then I guess let's
Now,
go. I just have to spend a minute because the reason why he can get on 90 Day Fiancé and the spin-offs in the first place. He was never actually on 90 Day Fiancé. He was on Single Life Season 2, and he's on The Last Resort Season 2. Regardless of what you guys are picking up on down, it is really tilting to watch a reality TV NPC that is a fan of the show mooch their way on the show and then show no gratitude to the person that got them there in the first place.
but you mentioned earlier that you two had been intimate after you left the resort.
Yes.
Explain that to me.
Natalie, I believe, likes to, spend the night with me. She's, sent me messages or say me. And I don't know about you guys, but I got the ick right away because it's very obvious that this guy wants to make Natalie look as desperate as possible, and you don't need to go out of your way to do that. I mean, after all, she let you straight for about 3 years. She was never even this guy's girlfriend. So I found it inappropriate that they were even allowed to be on The Last Resort Season 2 to begin with, because the rest of the couples were. And so, like, she did. And so, I'm just saying, that's what the message says. She would send me photos of herself and then say, me, these types of things. I don't know why Rob is smiling and Sophie is licking her lips. Florian is the only other cast member with a face reaction. Josh is way too vulgar. He thinks he's so cool flexing that he has access to Natalie's body. A desperate woman isn't a difficult thing to do. Now, resisting that temptation because you know it's going to hurt that girl long term, that actually requires discipline to pull off. Something that Josh obviously lacks. The host then asked Josh if it was hard to let go of Natalie because she was enticing him with these text messages, and this is his response. Yeah, there's a moment of weakness, I think.
Like several moments of weakness.
It was several moments of weakness. Okay, yes, I'm a guy. She's a beautiful girl. You know what Josh kind of reminds me of is those guys that still go to high school parties even though they graduated to impress their kiddos there and try to get girls there.
Hurry up.
All his relationships fail. Do you guys think that's how Josh is job water modeling agency to flip with young impressionable models to audition? That's how he lured Natalie. If anything, Mr. Fake It Till You Make It came up in this transaction way more than Natalie did.
I did have several views, so for the move on for a while.
Before we continue reviewing this trash TV show, I'd like to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Polybuzz. Polybuzz has over 10 million downloads worldwide that lets you create unique character chatbots with some of your favorite characters from any series. And since Josh has a massive ego as a 43-year-old cringe lord doing the most to hang out with 90 Day Fiancé robots and part them for content, I thought it would be appropriate to pick a fictional character that also has massive ego. Let's take a look at my chat history with Gaston because that hunter needed to get humble. What is the biggest animal you've ever hunted? And he said, why the legendary elk, of course, the one that runs through the forest at impossible speeds. No other hunter is there facing until me. And then I said, the beast hunts those all the time. Doesn't sound that impressive. That savage monster? Well, I don't hunt cowards who work in shadows. Real hunters like me face
48-20.
Then I had to hit him with the critical hit. I responded, he stole Belle's heart head off. That thing is a mindless beast, and Belle, well, she's clearly blinded by whatever dark magic that creature uses. She'll come to her senses soon enough. Here's where I give him a pretzel. I responded, the beast doesn't use dark magic. He doesn't need magic when his raw physical strength is so powerful. The beast said he has more power in his pinky finger than you have in your entire body. And this made Gaston very, very angry. He responded, what would you know about strength? You're just another one of those weak-minded fools who believe that monster. I challenge you to a contest then. A proper test of strength. Prove that your beast is better than me. I said, interesting. He
696.
responded, simple. A strength building contest at the tavern. Bench presses, arm wrestling, you name it. I'll show you and everyone else who the real champion is. I responded, okay, sounds good. What's your max bench press? He responded, well, last week I managed 150 pounds, but don't worry, I've been training hard every day since, and today is going to be my day of triumph. I said 150 pounds. What are you, a freshman in high school?
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
kind of a mutual thing. Like,
Was it like a date night or what?
One,
Josh
two,
was treating
three,
Natalie like a booty
5,
call,
6, 7, 8,
He
9.
would take her out to dinner before banging her sometimes, so at least she occasionally got a free meal out of it. Hey, you guys, this is so random, but shout out to Video Geek Super X for posting this picture on Reddit. I'm actually a huge Goonies fan, so much appreciated, my guy. And while we're on the topic of the Goonies, if you guys haven't made a trip out to Astoria, Oregon yet, I highly recommend it.
What the hell are you doing here? Let's get your own mother, boys. Throw her in the photo grab and hold your hats.
I would say we went on date nights, but like, I took her to a couple dinners, but nothing really progressed as far as the relationship was concerned. Yeah, nothing progressed because Josh didn't want his relationship with Natalie to progress. It's not rocket science. Why go to a couples retreat with someone that isn't even your girlfriend? It just makes Josh come across as a gaslighter and manipulator because he wants all the benefits of being her boyfriend without the responsibility that comes with that title.
So you kind of fell back into your old ways of just seeing each other but no real commitment.
Correct.
Interesting.
Big guys, some of these women have gotten so much cosmetic surgery, they look like something out of that show, River Monsters. Have any of you guys dropped hundreds of thousands of dollars to look like a Goliath Gruber? Yeah, me neither. What really kind of sealed the deal is when, Natalie went on social media rants that were false allegations, basically calling me a bad father. Interesting. To be fair, I can make the argument that any parent that goes on 90 Day Fiancé sucks because it's embarrassing for their children.
Like the soldiers talking to other people, it felt like stuff in the back, and I let myself look some stuff. It was just according to my page, not on his.
Well, that's a trash point to make, Natalie, because regardless of whether it was a comment on your page or his, it doesn't matter because either way it was a public comment. Fans screenshot comments from cast members all the time and they end up on 90 Day Fiancé Reddit pages and bloggers' IG pages. So either way, it's something that you shouldn't have said unless it was true.
He got really worried about the comment, and
Because you posted something that I'm a bad father and I have a felon living with me and that my daughter should be scared. That's a lie.
Yeah, in the word of the witness, the truth is another speaker on the stage.
Josh started threatening me, and he said he would destroy my life.
Josh goes on to say that he reached out to Natalie and told her that she can't lie about him online, calling him a bad father. Josh adds, because Natalie did this, they aren't speaking currently, and he forms a smile while looking at her saying this. It's like he's trying to punish her. Really weird. The host that hits us with her classic line, well, it looks like this won't be sold today, let's move on. I don't know about you wacky white stocks, but I'm genuinely curious how much money the network pays this host, because any one of you could be a better host. She then asked Josh if he ever considered Natalie his girlfriend during the 3-year period they were talking, and this was his response. I don't know if we've ever been had official titles of what we are.
Oh.
But I don't think that I would consider her my girlfriend, no.
What do you think? What is bull?
I know what you guys are thinking. If only Darcy was still on stage to say something motivational to Natalie, because she certainly needs a pick-me-up right now.
Keep your eyes on the prize and keep doing it big and never let anyone bring you down. If they try to, just sing her something and go, because they can never get you down. You'll reach up the top of that mountain again and again. Keep doing it big. I love you. We believe in you. We're so excited for you. So proud of you. And here is to they feel good energy, love, and vibes.
My dudes, the twins are like a car crash I can't look away from. And speaking of looking, her eyes have to work so much harder to open up now, which I'm assuming that's why Darcy referred to an associate's degree in applied science as a double A. Check this out.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited when you're saying congratulations on your graduation. That is so amazing for her. You're earning your double A in graphic design. I love that. That's so admirable.
Congrats on your double A. You go, girl boss. Somebody's spent like $50 on this video, you guys.
Nice.
Natalie's calling bullshit and pouting like a kid, but it was pretty obvious that Josh was never going to commit to her. It never really got to like that serious moment where I was like, this is my girlfriend, or this is the person that I want to spend my life with. It just never got to that. Fair assessment of Josh, he never brought Natalie around his home because she was a side piece. In fact, the only couples that were actually together before going on The Last Resort Season 2 were Florian and Stacey and Brandon and Julia. The host then asked Josh if during that 3-year period he was having sex with other people. No.
You were committed.
I didn't say I was committed to you. I just said that I wasn't having sex with other people. Okay, so he was getting head from other people this entire time, or what? Technical dudes like Josh pissed me off so bad. It's the tell also be honest and shit. We have so many hours to test the Lord, we want the truth.
So in that 3-year period, Natalie was the only woman you had sex with.
I mean, look at Sophie's face, you guys. So Joe, she already knows that Josh wasn't loyal to his situationship Natalie. Probably not.
So that's a lie then.
When Josh says this, Natalie is not entertained. She's probably thinking to herself, why is everyone laughing about this? I
Is he
was
crazy?
her because she used Mike for a green card and shouldn't be in this country in the first place. As I said before in past videos, this show used to have real couples, but now it's become how to make an American believe you want to spend the rest of your life with them and then move out after a couple months of being married in the United States of America. String them along for a couple seasons of the show before cutting them loose after between 1 or 2 years.
You want to call it what it is? Probably not. Oh, probably loose. Yeah,
So the host
I can tell, Darcy. I can tell you're confused.
And all that time, you didn't feel like you were leading her on at all?
No, Josh 100% let Natalie on. It's not debatable. However, he won't get held accountable in this tell-all because the host doesn't even watch the show. She gets handed her little surface-level questions from the producers and doesn't deviate from the script. Love is Blind gets the Lachey's and we get tilted as an audience.
After the not for commitment, you go and have sex with her. Did you see how you contradict yourself?
Okay, she sent me photos saying, what do you want me to say?
He's a man, he's got needs.
He's a man, he's got needs. Brandon, shut your little bitch ass up, you Betty face hunchback. Maybe if you
Whoa.
stood up for what was morally right every now and then and showed a little backbone, your wife wouldn't cheat on you so much.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
I give you that. Even myself, I would say that. Not that it's something, I would admit that yes.
Yeah, that's such a hoe, you guys. I feel really bad for her kid she abandoned him. And not only do they have to watch her embarrassing antics on the tell-all and all these other spin-offs, but present day she's posting like it's her first time being a mother. Let's give it up for Jasmine Panetta, the mommy blogger, shoving a camera in her kid's face as soon as it was born. Imagine being such a huge piece of shit that you use your newborn baby as content all the time, so 90 Day Fiancé fans are less inclined to talk about how you move like a slut in your relationship with Gino, committing marriage fraud, etc. I never fully committed to Natalie, and
Yeah,
so,
so you just tell her that, like, I don't want to be in a serious relationship with you.
no, that's why we went to this resort. He stumbled up to Natalie before The Last Resort Season 2 to get that TV time. There's a scene on the show where he even tells the other guys, I'm here for you guys, not Natalie. My intention was to meet with these therapists and work out these issues so we could be together. That is why I went to it, and we were not successful. Brandon nodding his head like that checks out. These other guys are such pussies for not calling each other out. Brandon has such a follower mentality. On The Last Resort Season 2, Josh prioritized posing up to the other cast members instead of working out his issues with Natalie.
At therapy, a big source of conflict was Josh's refusal to invite Natalie to his house.
It's not like my home is some magical, mystical place. It's not like I'm hiding anything there. Real quick, I don't know why Gino finds this so funny. If you're talking to someone for 3 years and they've never invited you to their house, it's safe to assume you are a side piece.
Hey, hey.
Living with him or around the house often. I'm surprised no one pressed Josh for this, given how comfortable he is lying. This isn't something that should be believed at face value.
It came down to Natalie calling my ex-wife's names, calling her a hooker, calling her all of the names that she's called you guys. She's
I
told,
never
she's
called
told,
her
oh yes you
that.
have.
She was attacking me.
Oh yes you have.
She attacked me on social media.
No.
If Josh cared so much about what Natalie said about his ex-wife and family, why did he continue to have sex with her? Josh chose to still entertain whatever this was with Natalie until she was no longer useful to him.
Really value the relationship with my kids' mothers, and Natalie was a threat to that, and that is the reason Natalie never came over to my house.
Interesting. According to Google, Josh doesn't live with his ex-wife, so I'm not sure why that would be a reason to not invite Natalie over to the house.
I never said it. It wasn't true.
Nothing I'm saying is made up. You called my ex-wife's names, and you know how close everybody knows how close I am with my family, and I value these relationships, and you are a threat to those relationships.
Damn, Josh, you got your panties in a twist right now. Look at how hot and bothered he is. This dude's trying so hard to paint himself as a good family man. Given the way that he treats women, I doubt it. If Natalie is such a threat to the relationships that Josh claims to hold dear, then why did he involve himself with this woman for 3 years?
Well, I never talked to his ex-wife. She was doing interviews about me, and I asked her why she speaks about me, why she attacks me, and she said I'm responsible for you because you're not kids anymore.
That's not a made up story. And I get pissed off if you try to deny it.
Josh already seems pissed off. Also, this whole he said, she said scenario is so overplayed. Cast members should come prepared with screenshots or just shut up and not throw any allegations each other's way. Josh was aggressively trying to silence Natalie. Meanwhile, none of the other cast members called him out for it. Did he promise to make each of them America's Next Top Model, or what happened here?
Fairness sake.
No, you are
It's not true.
Look, you make me Natalie, I'm gonna get really
What are you gonna do, Josh? Pull out your angry eyes like Mr. Potato Head? Don't make me angry, Natalie. You wouldn't like to see me angry. But the way that these other cast members treat Mr. Bourne over here, you would think that he was paying their rent.
I'm gonna do that. It's not true.
It's not true.
We're gonna do it to you.
You did do that.
Josh,
You wanted
I
to
said to look at
over.
I said to look at this.
Yes, he did.
As we all know, Natalie
Try to
has
prove that.
and she is threatened by Hooker and all kinds of other things. It is possible that she talks shit about Josh's ex-wife, sure, but given how visibly upset Josh is and how calm Natalie is, there seems to be more to the story. Let me know in the comments who you guys think is lying about this.
Make up fairy tale.
Oh, please, Brandley, get Josh's finger down your butt. Anyone could deal with Natalie if they deemed what they wanted from the business transaction was of equal or greater value. In this case, simply Josh wants to be famous.
You just need to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to sound like that, come off like that. Instead of telling you you're wrong. Natalie, you're being a liar. Stop.
No, what did you do?
You're lying, you're a liar, you're a scam artist.
Natalie could be lying here. However, zero evidence has been presented that backs what Josh is accusing Natalie of. It's interesting how the guys back Josh here, even though he's just as insufferable as Natalie is. Calling Natalie a scammer is on brand, especially because she tried to profit off the victims of the LA fires. However, it is annoying to hear that come out of Josh's mouth because he also scammed her. I can't get over how funny this picture is, you guys. My wet sauce. I hope you enjoyed today's video. In our next one, we're going to be deep diving Josh's new fake situationship with Jen, his inappropriate relationship with other female cast members, and why he's so hell-bent on embarrassing Natalie on tell-all. Comment below, subscribe.
Les voulez-vous aller, mais avec ça coûte une fortune, en fait?
Comme nature morte, ici tout pose au vivant. Je vais rester dans le bois assez longtemps pour que la forêt reste en moi. Quoi? T'entends? Depuis 40 ans, tout notre monde en profite. Même que 100% de chaque scène de profit est réinvesti ici. Fait que prends ton kayak sans te perdre un chalet en bois rond. Fais un détour en toi, viens faire un tour dans le bois. Chaque visite compte et choisir la cépage. C'est veiller sur notre monde.
Run it back. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good.
No wonder she doesn't do lives on her IG and has been posting old photos on her social media accounts.
I'll try to make
Are you the father of Jasmine's baby?
Jasmine and Gino were married in the United States of America back in 2023. Then, fast forward around 6 months, Gino catches Jasmine cheating on him with the first trailer Kickstarter the house. The Last Resort Season 2 was filmed in March of year 2024. Before that, there were rumors of a reunion of this season, when the cast members were spotted together in New York sometime in October of year 2024. However, the cast had been assembled to film the Between the Sheets episodes.
You know, nice meeting you. Yeah, I'll see you when you get back to Michigan.
Okay. To work out.
No, it's not work out.
Oh, yeah.
I told you I don't want a friendship.
Okay.
Gino and Jasmine segment on The Last Resort was a methodical plan to make Jasmine look like less of a sleuth. Otherwise, why omit the fact that she was caught cheating on Gino before they arrived at the resort in December?
Jesus, I hope you're not blood.
No,
I trusted you.
I want us to be together. I want to get divorced. I want us to grow older together. I want us to make things work. Make it please. I haven't cheated on you. When it first made you're accusing me. All I did was to be honest with you. It hurts me. I do things anyway, Gino, because I swear to God, I haven't lied. I promise. Like, he's a friend.
Jasmine's default mode on the show is when she's called out, she proceeds to fake cry and scream, complaining about how Gino hasn't had sex with her in 9 months. Well, 5 months ago, Gino kicked her out of the house for cheating. I'm assuming that her and Matt were physically intimate before she got eventually caught cheating. So if it was any other season, to be honest with you, like I said in past videos, I could get behind her argument because we know that Gino has problems in the bedroom, he's got a porn addiction, and a whole bunch of other psychological issues. However, this season, I can't get behind her argument because it's false.
I've been married to this guy all over you. 9 months, he hasn't judged me. He has rejected me. That's what you do.
And how embarrassing is it, Sauce, that the network even hired Reba, who's an open marriage activist, not a licensed therapist, to help Jasmine convince Gino that the open marriage is the best way forward for their relationship. Anything except the divorce, because Jasmine's dream is to live in the United States of America, God forbid, just to go back to Canada, and take care of the 2 children she abandoned. Well, that's enough chat, Sauce. Now that we're all on the same page and everyone is familiar with the proper timeline, let's get started reviewing The Last Resort Tell-All, because boy oh boy was it sloppy, messy, and dramatic. Oh, wait a second, you guys, we got one more thing to read for the timeline. I jumped the gun, did a bad. So, according to Shahidi, the 90 Day Fiancé blogger, The Last Resort Tell-All was filmed in January of year 2025. Before that, there were rumors of a reunion for the season when the cast members were spotted together in New York sometime in October of year 2024. I'm the only one doing this on your activity, trying to figure out when Jasmine got knocked up. If she wasn't knocked up during The Last Resort, she was knocked up shortly after. When we first saw Gino on The Last Resort Tell-All, he told the audience that he's got some serious trauma, man. He's got a
Deleting God.
Jasmine is not here without me now.
Jasmine was late to the tell-all and was 100% on purpose for dramatic effect.
Yes, it was.
The producers wanted all the cast members to be there so they could have this iconic scene of Jasmine walking past them with her head held high and smiling because she's so proud of getting knocked up outside of marriage. When Jasmine eventually arrives to the tell-all, she tells the audience right off the bat that she's trying to keep things cordial with Gino because they're still married, while saying that she flashes her wedding ring. And I'm just thinking to myself, how much more can you embarrass this guy? You have some audacity to wear your wedding ring and be knocked up by the dude you cheated on with.
Congratulations. Yeah, you do. Prefer not to share.
So predictable, Chica. I prefer not to share because she doesn't want the fans of the show doing the math. Trying to pinpoint got knocked up by Matt. Like I alluded to earlier in my video, there's a lot of fans speculating that Jasmine pulled a Nick Economy. There's posted a lot of old photos of her in a camera roll to try and convince fans that she's still pregnant. But these fans believe that she already had her kid with Matt.
We have superstitions in my family. We don't say like
Yeah, sure.
how long you are or the gender.
Flap it over Sean, the fix is in. That's one of the main questions that the fans of the show have for Jasmine, and there was no pressure at all.
It's like super inner circle.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel? Loaded.
Robin the purple suit. He's about to go off. I feel like a monkey.
I feel like I'm on my teeth right now. Well, you're obviously just like.
How uncomfortable does Gino look? The host then asked Jasmine if she would like to say hello to Gino, and it is very awkward. She saw how uncomfortable Gino is that Jasmine's pregnant in the room.
Are you the father of Jasmine's baby?
I know.
Now let's look on the bright side. At least Gino is on the hook for child support for the next 18 years.
Then it has to be Matt. Is that right, Jasmine? Yes. Matt is the father of your baby.
Baffling how chipper she is admitting this news. We need to bring back pride and shame because this is just getting out of hand.
You're not surprised by that?
I'm surprised.
Do you guys realize how bad that looks on paper? How is that not marriage fraud? You have to convince the government that you're planning on spending the rest of your life with the American citizen, and then you cheat on her after only 6 months of being here? That is crazy. And then on top of it, she wants everyone to get behind her debacle lifestyle to celebrate the fact that she got knocked up by another dude outside of this marriage, and she has responsibilities that she dumped on her baby daddy, that she dumped on her mother. You realize that sometimes she'll occasionally post about Wante, but she never posts about his younger brother. She never posts about her other son, the one that's nonverbal, the one that has special needs. Why does she never talk about that kid?
Jasmine, was this a planned pregnancy?
The host then asked Gino how he feels knowing that his wife, who he wanted to have a child with, is now pregnant with another man's kid, and this is Gino's response.
Well, of course, it's heartbreaking. I mean, we were talking about having a child together, but she told me no, I don't want to have a child with you. Now she's having another child with another man.
We also just coming a mile away. It's hard to feel bad for Gino here. It's more honest to pursue a relationship with a woman that is that comfortable using people and discarding them. Something that's a huge hit about Gino for me is that he thrives by placing himself in the victim position. Here, for example, he wants sympathy from the audience. Well, then why help Jasmine get away with her fake storyline on the Last Resort season? Does TLC really pay that well, or do you just want people to feel that bad for you? You know what I mean?
Florian and Bob, you both told Gino
Yep.
that he would regret his decision
Yep.
to have an open marriage
Yep.
with Jasmine.
Yep.
Learning what we have just learned, what would you say to Gino?
I'm not surprised to see Jasmine eye roll when the host asked Florian and Rob to give their opinions on the situation.
My
Because all
apologies.
I've seen through Jasmine's bullets
My apologies.
Florian, on the other hand,
My apologies.
just with your wife to Gino because he was unaware that Jasmine already dated Matt numerous times. Before showing that at the resort. So for that reason, I believe the eye roll was solely directed at Rob.
I just knew that this was all a plan for Jasmine to be able to be with Matt. It had nothing to do with an open relationship. It had nothing to do with, oh, I think this will be healthy for us. It had everything to do with, how do I get to be with Matt?
Yeah, Rob is 100% correct here. Back in episode 17 of The Last Resort, when he mentioned that it would be more fair for Jasmine and Gino to select a new partner for the open relationship, even Stacey agreed, because that is more fair than having a third person be Matt, given Jasmine's pre-existing relationship with Matt. We all saw Jasmine get triggered and have a full-blown mental breakdown saying thank you to everyone because she didn't get her way. Jasmine constantly plays the victim and puts on the waterworks every time she doesn't get her way in order to manipulate people into doing what she wants to do.
I even care less about his opinion. His marriage didn't work as well.
Neither yours.
And yes, so what?
Mine's a
I
lot better than yours,
take accountability for what?
So, base, Jasmine has never taken accountability in her life. Rob just said to her what the majority of the fan base wants to say. Jasmine proceeds to say that she has taken accountability but doesn't provide any examples of her doing so because there aren't any. It's so jokes.
My marriage is not working.
You said you take accountability.
I just
So you
keep
take accountability
kissing,
for cheating on your husband and getting pregnant by another guy.
Do I have to explain myself to you?
No, you don't have to explain yourself to me.
Now Rob mimicking her accent. Rob's winning this little back and forth. Back and forth. This situation makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, you're a pregnant whore.
Oh shit,
Whoa.
there it is. Jasmine called Rob a clown. Is that true? Because Jasmine is the dictionary definition of murder. Jasmine proceeds to because he claims he was faithful and didn't have intimacy for months with anyone while he was offering his money. Sophie's been way before he entered a relationship with Sophie. This post has nothing to do with Sophie at all. And you would think as an SW yourself, you would stop shaming other SWs or people that did that in the past. Guess not. Jasmine publicly stated that Rob offered DJ for $500 from him, which is untrue. Defamation of character in legal terms is the act of publishing a false statement that harms someone's reputation, which can be done through spoken word or written word. I mean, this just seems evil to me. Jasmine commenting, let's get one thing straight. These photos and videos of him are online because he sells them. He gave full consent the moment he put a price tag on them. Shout out to Reddit.
Do you know that God is listening to what you're saying, to what you're thinking? The same energy you give, it comes to you. May your reversion.
Rob did a post with pictures, by the way, they got leaked, which fucking sucks. And to make matters worse, there's a bunch of Jasmine fans claiming that what she did is a revenge porn, even though it's the dictionary definition of revenge. Jasmine took a screenshot of Rob's picture that was leaked on Reddit, Freddy Blood that he sold back in the 2000s, and took that photo and posted it on her TikTok. If it was a woman that this happened to, and some guy was slut-shaming a woman for selling a pay-per-view post that she sold back in the 2017, the reaction would be different. So I'm just noticing.
Okay, enough. Enough of the Hindi content. Okay. Tell you something, brother. Snort.
You might say, that's great, when's the marathon? I don't know. The marathon timing is dependent on you. It depends on when you hit 50 goals of sport, but it also depends on scheduling, for example. I sit up here for 7 days straight, so that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay? Typically, marathons do much better when I do them on weekends. Why? A lot of people have their school, work, off on weekends, you have more time to plan for it ahead of time, stuff like that. In this case, because of the timing, okay, unless we get an incredible amount of sport. Alright, so we're talking, I would have to get 9 more goals between now and like Sunday. Right? If we get 9 more goals between now and Sunday, then yeah, we can do the marathon on Sunday. That's like, for me, my opinion is that would be perfect time. Sunday would be the perfect day, because more people would be here, food, booze, variety of games. It would be a great positive festival start the month of May. But I don't think we're going to hit 9 goals between now and Sunday. I mean, we would have to have a massive rally. And the thing is, this week actually has been on the slower side. For example, this week,
we have less than 30 gifted subs over on Kick, which is insanely slow for me. Usually I have way more than that. So because of that, I don't see that real momentum happening. All right. So realistically, I'm thinking that I probably will be hitting the goal maybe around the middle of next week. I mean, that's if you say, let's say I hit every goal one stream. Maybe 2 today, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, 2 Monday. We probably hit it around Tuesday. But that's assuming we hit a goal every single stream, which doesn't happen. Then again, sometimes we multiple goals a stream, and that's not predictable. Like, you just don't know, right? So all that being said, let's see what happens. It's this simple. The more you support, the more goals hit, the sooner the marathon happens. I would love to do it on the weekend, but it would take probably a miracle for that to happen. You probably have to have one or several very generous individuals to come by and support, whether it's Kick, YouTube, or Tip, or whatever. We have to have a giant amount of support. And I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. You know, never saying that, because every time that I say something like that, all of a sudden people shock me. And, you know, quite frankly, this whole last 8-9 months has been amazing. It's life-changing. Now I have a much better setup. We have flexibility to do whatever we need to do on any stream, whether it's a PC game, a console game, no matter how much it costs, what the availability is. You know, I've been able to spend some more time with my wife, which has been great. I'm looking forward to the next couple of days where I can spend time with her, which I don't normally get to do. And it's been amazing. So I never would have told you that this would have happened in the last 9 months. I never would have guessed, okay? And it has. So, like I said, never say never. Let's see what happens over the next several days. But this would be a good time to get started. For example, last night on the Blueprint stream, support was incredibly slow. But I think that's a symptom of, number one, Blueprint's now being a night stream when normally it was day stream. And number two, the fact that the kind of game that it is, you'll every once in a while get someone who really likes that kind of game coming by, but it's not going to be consistent, right? So let's get back on track today. You guys really like Expedition 33. Me too. I love Expedition 33. I think it's an outstanding, original, fun game. I can't wait to play it today. All right, so let's get it going. Let's stick around after this podcast, enjoy the game, and also let's get some support rolling if you can. Let's see if we can hit some of these goals and get to this marathon, right? Cheers. Awesome. 1 second. So I'm just going to say, anonymous $10 tipper who started tipping today. Thank you for the support. This is great because we want to build momentum. You know, last time we didn't hit a goal, we definitely want to start hitting goals every stream now so we can do the marathon ASAP. So thank you for that. Beaver Father is $1.50. He says, I don't understand. If people receive memberships, what made them fake? All right. He's bringing this up because once again, it's 2 days in a row. Someone is using the VPN exploit on YouTube to mass purchase memberships. If you don't know what this is something that's been going on YouTube for something like 4 years now, and YouTube never has fixed it. They got upset because they found out that people were buying YouTube premium subscriptions this way, but they haven't fixed the problem. Here's what it is. YouTube, unlike other sites, like other websites don't do this at all, but YouTube has this bizarre pricing structure. They look at the country you live in based on your IP address when you log into YouTube, and then they price things how they feel as appropriate for your country. So for example, if you live in Argentina right now, your dollar is worth like nothing. Seriously, the Argentinian dollar has like terrible value, okay? The people who live in Argentina don't make a lot of money. It's not like, oh, our dollar's worth nothing, so when we get paid $1 million paycheck. So basically, the Argentinian economy and people are not doing very well, all right? Because of this, YouTube prices things differently for people in Argentina. So for example, if someone in Argentina were to buy a membership to a YouTuber, it would only cost a few pennies. Seriously. As opposed to anyone else who's going to buy it, it's like $5. But for Argentinians, it's like 2 pennies. Okay? So you might say, well, that's good because you live in Argentina, now you can actually afford stuff, right? The problem is, people have been massively abusing this for years. What they do is they use a VPN, they pretend like they're from another country, they log in as if they're from the other country with this new account, and then they'll dump massive amounts of memberships onto the viewers of someone. And the reason that this is a problem is simple. YouTube only allows 1 membership per person. Okay? On Kick, this isn't a problem. You want to know why? Because on Kick, unlimited memberships per person, or unlimited subs per person. There are people on Kick who right now have 3 months of subs built up. Kick is crazy like that. They'll just let you keep having ongoing subscriptions and keep stacking. But on YouTube, you can only have 1 at a time. Now, if you are a ginormous content creator on YouTube and you get tens of thousands of viewers a day, it's probably not a big deal. But if you're a mid to small time YouTuber, if people are coming to your channel and just dumping and dumping and dumping nearly valueless memberships on your channel, what ends up happening is now you can't get valid memberships. If someone, let's say someone dumps 1,000 fake memberships on a channel, the channel only gets a few viewers a day, like 10, 20 viewers a day. Well, now let's say someone actually wanted to support your channel and tries to get you a gifted membership, there's no one to give it to. They divvy out all of them and just sits there and never gets assigned, and therefore it never goes through, and the person actually gets refunded. This has happened to me a couple times over the years, where someone gave so many fake memberships out that my channel had something like 3,000 paid memberships, out of which I only got actually paid for like 400. So there was like 2,600 paid memberships that I got paid like $5 for overall, almost all of it. Okay, and that just sucks. It does hurt the channel. Luckily for me, I no longer have all my eggs in one basket because I'm streaming on YouTube and on Kick. If someone does happen to screw over on YouTube side there for the membership, people on Kick supporting kind of make up for it. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But at one point a couple years ago, it actually did. I took a big financial hit because of it. People were giving so many fake memberships that I wasn't having anyone buy real ones. That's the other thing. If everyone has a gifted membership, no one's ever going to buy a real one. And each one should have been a few bucks. So now you get nothing, right? It's all gone. So anyway, you may notice this morning this idiot came by and gifted a bunch of my fandom. They did it yesterday. I banned him. There's nothing you can really do because YouTube has to fix it. It's not anything that can be fixed by a streamer. It has to be fixed by YouTube. And we all know YouTube is one of the most lazy, slow-moving, bad timing to react to anything businesses ever created. You can literally step-by-step explain to them how things are being exploited, and they just ignore it. I actually did 2 years ago. I was step-by-step explaining this to YouTube customer support, and they don't care. They were just like, oh well, don't you understand that you could quit? Mid to small-time YouTubers like my business, they can't get legit memberships. Well, oh well, they don't care. We'll submit this to our team for review and consideration. That's all they say, and then nothing ever changes. They don't give a shit. So it's not a big deal, quite frankly. The most annoying part about it is that the channel gets spammed with pop-ups that really aren't beneficial. You only see the 50 people who have valueless memberships, right? It's not like you're celebrating someone just massively supported the stream, didn't have it. You made a few bucks. But no exaggeration, for the 50 gifted subs when they drop out, that's like $1. So, woohoo. Now,
Woohoo.
for you still got it. You still get the benefits of it, but it doesn't benefit me as a streamer, you see? So, I explained it. I go to the boss and ask the question again, and I explain the situation. I know it sucks because some people don't know about it, and then when they see it happen, they're like, oh my god, we all support Phil Scott. No, none of it counts. It's nonsense. It's just stupidity. These people, abusing this. So, anyway. Alright, well, that's that. It's not a big deal. If it happens again on the stream, I'll take care of it. It's not the end of the world. It's just an annoyance at this point. At one point it was freaking me out years ago, but not really don't care anymore. Been there, done that 5,000 times. Okay, so thank you for the first couple of tips there. Let's get some more support going. Who's going to be the first super chatter of the day? Who's going to be the first member or gifted member of the day? And over on Kick, I'm looking at all of you. Who is going to give the first sub of the day? Because we need some subs over on Kick. We really do. It's been a slow week. Like I said, we have less than 30 different subs on Kick, and that's crazy. Usually on Kick, we get tons, and there's been almost none. This week. So let's get some subs over on Kick to get that momentum going. Okay? So pretty awesome. I'm excited for you. Next time we play. But the problem is, people are not supporting the Blueprints. Last night during that stream, we had maybe 2 people who did super chats like 1 tip.
Okay.
At the end of the night, basically, I made $40. And I'm like, damn, that's obviously a far cry from getting our goals. Now the good news is, if Blueprints has done well up to now, and I love the game, it's not a game that I want to drop. It's not. I actually like it so much that I want to continue playing it. And I will this week. And I do hope that people will be aware. All right. Hopefully people will come by and start hanging out and show up and support that stream. If not, let's say you're someone who watches Blueprints on demand after the fact. Please consider supporting it in another way. A super thanks on the video helps a lot. Lets me know you're still enjoying it and supporting it. You can come by on a different stream wherever you can make it. If you contribute, be sure to say, hey, FYI, this is my support for Blueprints because I like the game. Just that I couldn't make the night stream. You know, I understand that Blueprints was many day streams, and then I had to turn it into night streams when more new games came out. Excuse me. That's what usually happens. When we play games like that that are ongoing and lengthy, and eventually they have to become late night streams. But please, let's get some support going for Blueprints. I like the game. We're so far into the game as well. You know what I'm saying? Like we are something like, if you do the math, I think we're like 16 to 18 hours in. Even though we're only 12 parts in, some of those parts have been quite lengthy. Like last night, that part was like, I believe, like an hour and 23 minutes. So please support Blueprints moving forward, especially when I bring back next week. I'm craving, like right now, if I can play, I'd be happy playing because I like that much. I want to play it, but I gotta keep the variety going, right? Okay. This is hilarious. So here I am sitting here talking about all these topics. Okay. Interesting topics, things on the table. The viewers out there are saying your undershirt is too long. I'm talking about the month plan, talking about an awesome games I'll be playing, the games I'm playing now, planning for an awesome marathon. This is what you're thinking about. This is your major focus in life right now, is the length of my undershirt. You think maybe there might be something wrong? You think perhaps that's not normal human behavior? That you're so obsessed with my undershirt that I'm wearing on stream? You think perhaps that could be something, there's a word for that? Perhaps there's like a diagnosis for that kind of behavior that maybe would be accurate to describe it? And that perhaps, when you hyperfixate on something that's completely pointless and meaningless and trite, but you just can't stop hyper-focusing on it for some weird reason, it's the most important thing to the world to you, even when it's not the focus point of attention and no one else is talking about it, but you just can't help but hyperfixate on something so inconspicuously unimportant in the world. You know what I'm talking about? You think there might be a name for something like that? You think we can figure it out? I'm fine with my clothes. In fact, they're very comfy. This is a bamboo shirt. Yes, this is a shirt made mostly from bamboo fibers, which makes it incredibly stretchy, but also incredibly cool. It's like a wicking shirt, which should also just be closer aerated undershirt. I really like it. This shirt, I used to wear buttons. The reason I'm not wearing a button anymore is because it's got this manufacturer basically. This right here is supposed to fold over, so when the shirt button, it looks good. It flaps. It just flaps over, and you can't actually pay to not do that. They just manufactured it. The button actually should have been a bit lower, or that shouldn't have been that long. So basically, whenever I try to wear this shirt, and I was telling it to look bad, this would be flapping over like that. I can't stop it. You see? So I said, well, I'll just wear it with an undershirt, right? That's as much as I need to. It's kind of annoying. It won't button, right? I'll put an undershirt on it. That's fine. Oh no. I'm still wearing a
Oui, papa, hein?
Oui.
Ça va?
Oui, toi?
Correct, là. J'ai quelque chose de bizarre.
Ouais.
J'ai reçu notre lettre d'isolement.
OK.
C'est la même affaire. C'est un autre papier de dette. Il n'y a pas de montant en plus. Il n'y a pas rien de plus.
Et si dit, c'est des contestations que l'on a fait?
D'accord, ok. Relevé des comptes. Sommaire des comptes. Non. Du tout. Du tout. À savoir, il y a peut-être ici? Non. Remboursement imposable. Charge de coordonnées, intérêt, prestation de personnel. Directif de paiement.
Parce qu'il faudrait appeler le même numéro qu'on a appelé l'autre jour, là. Tu sais, dans le sens où on cherchait le chemin.
Oui.
Puis de demander qu'est-ce qui arrive avec ça, parce que tu leur dis on a fait une demande de contestation, puis si c'est toujours le même, si c'est suite à ça ou...
On va voir. On va voir.
Il va falloir appeler.
Ok. Mais j'ai reçu une lettre parce que je voulais te tenir au courant, ok?
Ok.
Et je vais faire une photo?
Non, mais si c'est la même affaire, je l'ai.
Ok, parfait. Mais t'as raison, ça, on appelle parce qu'il faut quand même que. C'est pas grave si la conversation n'est pas réglée. Il faut qu'elle soit en cours. Parce que si c'est en cours, pour prouver que, hey, j'ai des démarches.
Ça, là. Et les autres, ça fait quelques temps, ça fait déjà presque une semaine qu'on a fait la contestation. On avait été comme le mardi, parce que le lundi, on ne peut pas y aller. C'était le.
Dimanche le 20, c'est le dimanche de Pâques. Lundi le 21, c'est congé. Mardi le 22.
C'est pour ça qu'on avait comme. On était tout de suite le lendemain.
Ça fait une semaine aujourd'hui.
Bon.
Fait que je vais parler encore une fois, mais regarde, on va l'occuper.
Ok, c'est l'affaire qu'il faut faire, faut que tu appelles là-bas et que tu t'informes.
Yes, promis.
C'est bon?
Yes, promis, merci beaucoup.
Ok, c'est bon, bye bye.
Bonne soirée.
Please understand that. Those that use that $3 something I'm just not going to address on screen. All right. So thanks for the tips. I'm not answering ridiculous questions. I'm not going to dramatic tangents. Okay. Okay. Now we got some big membership reviews. Quickly. Here we go. Done. Just like that. Okay. Good. A few will pop up, but stop popping up in just a second. I would expect that this will keep happening over and over the course of the day. Well, Stallone, to address it, if you guys, I'm just going to say this. You guys know, you well know the level of harassment that I get, and you know that I can't talk about stuff that I do outside of this room or on broadcast until it's after the fact, right? So if hey Phil, can you tell us all about what you're going to be doing on your days off for the next few days? All right, I have an answer for you. No, I can't tell you about anything I'm going to be doing on my days off for the next couple of days, especially not specific. Why? Because if I did, weirdo, brainless fucks would probably try to screw me. I can tell you about what I did on my days off when I go back, but I can't tell you about it ahead of time. So I want you to understand it's nothing personal, right? And at all. I hope that Sylvester still understands that. It's nothing personal. I'm not trying to blow you off. I'm not trying to insult your jerk. I actually appreciate your interest in me, my private life, and what I do. I just can't safely tell you anything. Let me tell you this. I actually do have quite a few things lined up for the days off. Because, again, there's certain things you just can't do on my weekends, even though you try really hard, it just doesn't work out. Okay? So, you know, I had to take this different time off than usual to do certain things. But I certainly can't tell you. I can tell you later, all right? Exactly, it's overshare. And when you overshare, especially when you overshare ahead of time.
Yeah, they do. It's cool. And you play.
Okay, so we covered all the topics that I was going to finally get into more bump. Sadly, they don't benefit me. Thanks for the really support as well. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. Tag me in chat. Let's have a conversation. We have a half an hour to shit before I get to Expedition 3. I'm not canceling members. There's no way to cancel members. I'm trying to stop the pop-up from the market stream down for Jit. When you see a bubble on stream, it's supposed to be a celebration of someone who can't, say, hey, I want to really support your content. That's what the pop-up's supposed to be for, giving people credit for their support. It's not supposed to be someone changed their IP address and say they're from Argentina and spent $1 to buy 7,000 fake memberships. They're completely stupid, you know. Thank you for that momentum. Let's keep that momentum going. Let's get 100 bucks by the end of the podcast, and that was only, not that much pressure. We get Expedition 33. Maybe, hey, maybe we can double it up and hit 2 goals today and make up for last night. That would be great. Let's see what happens. So, by the way, the record. It looks like I received a generous contribution, but it got frozen by PayPal. So I want to see if I can actually log into my PayPal and if I can actually see this contribution, because I think I know who it's from based on the email address. And if it is from them, I actually do trust them, and I'm going to count it. Give me a second. So here it is. Can I see it? Okay, so I received a $50 tip. I can see it. It got put on hold, and I don't know why. But this person has contributed to me many times in the past, so I trust them. All of their payments up to now are cleared. I don't know why this one didn't. Let me see what they have to say. Hey Phil, I'm very sad to see an end to Disco Elysium, but I completely understand. I would continue to play other indie games like Blueprints and other excellent stream. I love your work, and thanks again. So there you go. Yeah, I know this person was one of the people who have been consistently supporting Disco Elysium. Consistently, like they were there for almost every stream, and they were consistently supporting. So it sucks. They couldn't make it to this last one, and we ended up not even doing $50 on the stream. And like I said, no one had showed up. Everyone on the stream was complaining, saying, "Hey, stop playing this game," and that's why we made the decision to stop playing. Okay, but I agree with them. Like I like these indie style games. I think they're different. I think that they're refreshing. I like playing them, and that's why it's sad when I see less and less people showing up for them, less people engaging, less people supporting them. I do feel like these indie games should get more attention and more support on a streamer like me and my stuff. I just don't get why people won't show up for it. So anyway, 100%, I agree with you. Thank you for a $50 tip, even though they put it on hold. I'm going to count it because, like I said, this particular person has contributed tons of times before. Via stream Disco Elysium, so I know this is going to clear. I have absolutely no idea why PayPal put it on hold.
Please.
105 and climbing. Thank you guys so very much for that. And let's keep it going. How about this now? Let's hit the goal by the end of the podcast. That way, we can just focus on the game and we can maybe hit a second goal on playing Expedition 33 to make up for last night's Blueprints.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Let's do it. Let's get some more support. Let's get some more subs over on King. Besides CJ over there, let's get some more. All right, Sylvester Stallone, enjoy your band. I've had enough. Seriously, you're just a fucking idiot. You're just a fucking mouth-drooling bus. I've had enough of your idiocy. So goodbye, welcome back. Keep your dollars. Yeah, you guys cut the shit on King. Sylvester Stallone, literally on this podcast, first he's asking me for things I'm going to do on my day off, which he knows I can't talk about. Then he's saying, oh, did you hear about this thing that could personally hurt Phil? Am I talking about it? What he's trying to do is get attention for it, which then if it actually could hurt streamers, would hurt streamers, so why would he do that? He's an asshole. He's doing it on purpose. He's literally bringing up every negative thing. So, no, he doesn't get forgiveness. He doesn't get his butt kissed. I don't care how many fucking stupid emotes you guys use to chat. He's an asshole. By the way, it's a stock account. If you don't know. We got a Larper. I got a $5 super chat from a Larper. Hilarious. Well, thanks, Larper, for $5. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to read the message. It's stupid. It actually is. Why do people make stock accounts? Well, there's two reasons. Okay, there's two reasons to make a stock account for a stream like mine. Reason number one is that you're a legit supporter. You're someone who actually likes my content, but you're well aware that people who support me in big ways, like let's say dropping a big member bomb or a big tip, that people tend to kind of come after them and harass them because people are weird on the internet and just obsessed with the fact that I'm successful while they're not. They're miserable and unhappy. They can't stand it. So they try to harass people who support me, you see. So by using the stock account to do anonymous donations, or an anonymous tip, or dropping 50 subs on Kit, but it's a name no one ever saw before, it protects your identity. No one wants to associate that with it. Who cares if they go around that account? It's a dummy account they never use it for anything anyway. The other reason to use a stock account is because you're someone who already has been in the chat and banned a bunch of times for acting like an asshole, but you still want to keep coming in and acting like an asshole. And a lot of times these people conjugate with others who are assholes, right? I should say congregate, not conjugate. They congregate with others who are assholes on places like Discord, which is apparently the more and more I learn about Discord, the more I'm like appalled that people use Discord as just like a degenerate community of people who are just fucking beheadedly disgusting things. I can't believe some of the things I hear now. So yeah, they sit there in their online communities on Discord, laughing, joking, memeing, disgusting behavior, but it's all toxic negative internet bullying stuff. And then they talk about toxic. Oh, you gotta go do this, say this, in the stream, do this. Because they're on a stock account, they think that no one knows it's them. They think that they'll never figure it out who I am. It's a new account or a stock account, right? Anyway, you last week, people kept following me on TikTok and harassing me, but it's not my main account, so I don't care. That's what I mean. I would strongly recommend anyone who's actually going to support me in some way. You should not have any public-facing account that has real information about you. You should protect your identity online. You should always do that. Like, just in general, everyone should be doing that anyway. But notably, when you're doing anything positive towards me, understand that there are actually mentally ill people who stalk me and my followers and my voters and stuff like that. Right?
The binding of Isaac.
So, yeah, it's a good strategy. You know, don't open yourself up to online stalking and harassment by using accounts. But for example, if you have an active YouTube channel that you use all the time and stuff, never use that channel to contribute to me. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna tip, never tip with your real name. Never tip with an account that's a builder account online that you want to use, right? Never do that. Make up new names, make up new things. That's the way to protect your identity. It's just not about these nut jobs on the internet.
It's good. But now we have. Why aren't you uploading?
People around them have nothing to do with anything. But do you see how crazy that is? And that's what people are. These people are absolutely insane. When people say to me, no, that's not true. Why would you say that? No, it is. People who are of sound mind do not act like that. Because people of sound mind realize this is the one life you get on planet Earth. You have a limited amount of time to breathe, to act, to live. You must make the best of the time you have on this planet because it's going to be gone someday. And that's just human condition. So people who are mature enough to understand that realize, man, I got limited time. I got to use my time for good things, for fun things, for positive things, building others and myself up, making positive things for others. Now, I'm going to spend my entire day harassing, stalking, bringing down others around me.
Heartbreaker.
What good does that do? Now it takes away from your life experience, others' life experiences, making you miserable. When you become a certain age and a certain level of intelligence and maturity, this epiphany happens, this switch flips in your head. You're like, God damn, I got limited time left. I got to make the best of it. The people who act like this, these online crazy harassers, are fucked up. They're not of any mature level of thought. So to them, actually creating people on the internet they don't know is a good and valid use of their time because they're just not mature. It's the brain of a pea up here. It's like a fucking, an infant. And some people, sadly, never get that light switch to flip on. They actually stay ignorant their whole lives. They don't get that epiphany level of, oh, shit, I should do something good for a change. And that's pretty sad, isn't it? Because I feel more and more people on this planet are never getting that moment of maturity and epiphany. Instead, it's just they stay in that really fucked up, vision, almost cold-like way of thinking. What meaning does their life have? Pretty sad, huh? Well, the reason I use the term LARPer is very simple. It means live action role player, but it's the perfect way to describe someone who is a troll or an internet messed up person who pretends to actually like me or anyone, but the only reason that they're actually there is to hurt the person or to ride the person, right? So here's a perfect example of that. Someone claims that they're a supporter of mine, but then they sit in the chat. When someone new comes in, they harass the newcomer with, hey, did you support today? Why aren't you supporting Phil? Why aren't you saying? Why would you do that? It's my job to say, hey, here's the ways to support my stream. Here's what you do. By doing that, they're creating a hostile environment. So that person who's a newcomer will actually be like, whoa, I don't like this atmosphere, and they leave and never come back. They're actually trying to hurt me, not help me, and they do it on purpose. They know it's against the rules, but they do it anyway. That's a live action role player or LARPer. A pretend fan who's here only to try to hurt me or get thrown in my side or actually try to give me a downfall when it's never really happened. But that's what they're doing. They're being disingenuous with their actual, way that they act and say things. Okay? Exactly, Dave. When was the last time you donated? You want to support? I've never seen you super chat. Why aren't you contributing? Why aren't you doing this? Why would you do that to a newcomer? Because you actually want to piss them off or scare them off and then they never come back. That's why. And that's what these LARPers are doing. It's time to end the show, everybody. Thanks for a great week. Thanks for a great month. I just want to say it's been a great month. April in general was a really good streaming month. Okay, I had a great time with all of you. It didn't matter. We were just chilling. We were building Legos. We were doing a crazy birthday marathon. We were shooting people in Call of Duty. We were beating people up at RPGs. Crap, all the stuff. We talked about WrestleMania. The opening packs cards. Right? Like so many things we did over the course of this month. Right? It was just a great month in general. And an unexpectedly good month because again, on paper, it didn't look like many games were coming out. But then we got shocking releases like Blue Prince, Oblivion Remastered that ended up being really good. Right? So thank you so much. And like I said, the way I see it is this: if on a month when there's pretty much nothing going on, things can be great. Then imagine months coming up with big high-profile new releases, new consoles launching, right? Big events happening. I think we're gonna have a great time together moving forward for the rest of this year. If anything, what we see is because I have the gaming PC, because I have the ability to get before anything set up, right? We have that flexibility to do whatever, and it's a much better feeling. When I used to be so confined to, I can only play on a certain console, I can only afford a certain thing. It's a very different feeling. It's a great feeling. Thank you for an amazing month. I'm very much looking forward to May. In May, there are several releases like Doom the Dark Ages, the Capcom Collection, among others that I think are going to be very exciting, but also continuing out with things we're doing and stuff like that. All good stuff. So thank you guys. I'll see you in May. All right, guys, I'll be gone for a few. Enjoy these clips. When we come back, it's time for more Expedition 33, and I'm excited that you guys are too. We're already 2 days away to the goal. Let's get the stream. Maybe opportunity to do a double goal, but the last time we'll see. But thanks, guys. I'll see you in a few.
I got the chip though. I got the chip though. I got the chip though. I have time for one more. Then we'll go back to making content. Nope, selling. Stop to the house. Let's go. What's up?
The Cricut Make It Your sales event is on. Save up to 40% on Cricut smart cutting machines, heat presses, and more. Plus, get the supplies you need to make gifts she'll love for Mother's Day and beyond. Shop limited time deals to create special moments with matching accessories, me time must-haves, and so much more. Don't miss these savings. The event ends soon. Shop now at Cricut.com or participating retailers.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video. First video solo. What can I say? Let's see what I'm into. Well, like I said in the comment section for 1 or 2 really good episodes, but I don't even know what happened. And I watched it twice, so I should probably tell you everything you need to know about it.
See, no, you won't.
And one thing that I did remember was Georgie and Darcy showing up.
Please welcome Darcy and Georgie.
The only reason I remember that was because how shocked I was when I saw Darcy. Like, I'm not trying to fuck up, but holy cow, where did we get to school? What's going on here? And I've said this before. I love Darcy. Like, me and Darcy, we get along. Me and Darcy had a sit-down conversation. I think I would have a good time.
We're going to ride
boy. Narcissistic Tommy boy in those episodes. I thought you were great. Honestly, you were that when she was dating Jesse. Hey, hating aside, you would rock 10 toes down. That's a blow. Come on, that's a blow. This right here might be a bit mucho.
So 8 times 4 is 24. No, it's 32. So 320, which is around 5 hours.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dumb shit.
So look, I really got a lot of bad things to say about Stacey. She's very nice, sweet woman. Like, she's chill, you know, she's chill. I like that. But what I will say is, she's not an actor. Obviously, I feel like Darcy actually might be better in that part. But she'll probably play out the scene and make it believable for me. But this scene right here,
No way it was it. That night is like tracking us off.
The location sharing's off. Wait, you probably don't use the phone.
You were saying,
My phone right now is what they say. You have to delete the location or you have to keep the location? I don't remember now.
I don't think I'm sending to your wife.
What they put this, what they did to Stacey, what they
You bully women and it's sad.
You're talking to you don't understand what you're saying.
Sorry for you.
Jesus Christ, help me.
thanks for letting me know that. Oh, yeah, some kind of vendetta against old men on set or something.
Vendetta?
She's gonna be more happy. Clear. That's
Really?
a very good situation. I really don't know the facts. But what I will say is, I've seen Florian be like kind of sweet to a lot of women on set. Or so he's white. To me, that would be an issue. That's a red flag. No. Like Stacey's essentially saying, it's ironic that when you're helping out these strong girls, your location is off. And Florian's response is, if I disable my location, you put a notification on your iPhone. Which, yeah. But also, you know, there's a lot of ways to disable your location without notification. You know, simply turning on airplane mode would disable a lot of the cellular data. Take that how you will.
But that's not the issue.
I mean, the root of the issue is 80%. Loving when you're married without your wife every weekend. It's insane. Are you just as big trouble at that point?
Who here thinks that Florian might cheat again? Sophie, Jasmine, Julia, Ari?
No, it's no.
Hey, you're laughing about it? Tell me all I need to know. Stacey, how do you feel about your sister Darcy also raising her hand? I heard her both do the same thing. I feel like I feel George will do the same thing. George will do the same thing.
You didn't do shit.
You know, George, you can't strays from romance land. That's crazy. Look, I feel like Stacey's just saying that despite Darcy, people want to blank it. Like, no, it's not cheap.
George will do the same thing.
Oh, no, it's just social media. Both sisters believe that actors, boyfriend, husband, fiance, whatever, will cheat on their sister. They're just, you know, whatever. I mean,
George will do the same thing.
again, what can you expect? Like, Rennie, Jackie, and poor boyfriend, again, for years.
Very like aggressive men supporting men supposed to be talking. If I feel like what I'm looking at is not cool and the person who's getting done dirty, then I have to say that. Whenever she speaks up, like, is it going to be worth listening to? Or is it going to be her mad about us not defending her thing?
Look, you know, every scene that I've seen, Ari, she's not talking about me. Some of her talking about people on set. People are going to say, I'm just saying, this is not cool, I'm misogynistic, I'm just speaking facts. Like, I've seen some guys still defend some discriminating positions. I just, I don't say anything nice about anyone. Say, oh, women, you're probably going to sound like shit for her. Feels towards all dudes.
For the record, once and for all, did you ever cheat on a man?
The only thing I want to say is like, well, not.
If you're not, I just had season okay people. I got really long. We were taking a nap. I just in this industry. I grabbed your phone and I looked at it and it said I love you, and that was just one of the times that you cheated on me.
I don't even watch those segments. I really do. It's every time I say you're super anxious, super nervous, I'm on university in tears. This scene movie's fucking sorry. You can try to play all the politician. One thing I'll say is, actually, the only thing I'll say on this is, this is ABC who wants to get billionaire. Answer the damn questions, yes or no.
All right, so I have to start one more time. When Ari was pregnant with your son, did you cheat on her? While she was pregnant.
I knew you guys wouldn't say the same answer.
That's where she has a pretty bad station. Everybody on stage, you have to turn off things. She wants it around. Hey. For the record, you are different. She on your wife when she's pregnant. I don't care what the reason is. Like, I remember when she got pregnant with Rosemary Wino, this whole thing they go on. He probably wasn't good. He was really bad. He's like, you're a child. Therefore, you cheated on your wife when she's pregnant. But all right, she's hard. She just makes it so hard to run. Like, I'm dead serious on this whole fascination with shows. Even during the show, she exported Sophie and 10 years later, what's Andrew saying? Because almost arguing on Ben. It's almost arguing on Rob.
Everything Sophie's doing, they're lying, like, they're all that. Like, I don't need people to know about it. It's not what you have. You guys all, especially Julia, you called Rob out on it. Like, nobody wants to call Benny out.
I know all the cheats. They took us here earlier today. You were there. I'm not there. I'm okay.
Okay.
I know that sounds crazy.
It's almost as if she joined the show, not even for therapy, for the sole reason of having validation of watching everybody came up on me.
I knew you guys wouldn't say the same energy that you say for Jasmine, and he's also here, but you can't say that. You go harder.
Because that I can
But
literally
you're
go
defending something. You're defending something.
Because I will be selfish and then I try to I'm sorry for that I'm sorry and then just I'm working on myself. Just I want to change. I want to be good father. I will be selfish and say and then I try to I'm sorry for that I'm sorry and then I want to be good father. I want to move because for our son like for you know.
Okay, slow your roll there, buddy. I know this man prepared that virtual speech just for this moment, and it came out bombarded. It sounded like he was smoking Adderall. That 10 minutes vanilla guy going, I'm so sorry, I'm a good father. And I promise you, he's not English. He's still fine. They're during the show. It's simply because you just got exposed. That aside, I understand where you're coming from, Ari. You're tripping balls, man. Straight. Nobody on stage is defending Billy right now. We can all unanimously agree. He's a bad guy. But anyway, so think about the fact that he wanted to be a good father, and she's like, well, you could start by actually just being there, just being visibly present.
I want to change. I want to be good father.
Yeah, but you know what's worse than seeing his fight is when he doesn't see you. Because guess what? In 20 years from now, you're not going to remember any woman's name that you dated for a few days or you slept with or whatever. But you know what you're going to remember? You're going to remember the guy that your son is going to remember. And whatever time you put in with him is the time he's going to give back to you in your life.
Amen to that. You don't have one life, one family.
I thought he said what?
Well, so, you know, I thought it quite funny that Jasmine was just so vocal about, oh, baby boy, you gotta be there for your son. Considering the fact that she has 2 sons, still in Panama, probably wondering where their mom is. Now, some of you guys might come to her defense, but hear me out. We all know Jasmine spent a fortune on surgical procedures. Then turned around and she helped fund a sponsorship for her kids. So why can't she just allocate a portion of those funds for the sponsorship of her kids? Like, what's more important, a BBL or your kids? Furthermore, we'll start in Panama just living in this high-rise luxury apartment funded by either Gino or their ex-boyfriend.
Just first felt the rich people in Panama. Those are my neighbors, not yours.
She's like, they're worth $3,000.
Yeah, no, that party must have been way odd or something. 'Cause I haven't seen no kids with a mention of periods like that. Anyways, Sean Reed's Ari's partner, they start talking about the topic, so like Ari was holding all his social media passwords, 14 like pages, and apparently this man has been quite a catch. Like he's been attracting a ton of women, he's been trying to ferociously suck and dry, which is what he initially wanted, but in this case, it was his hobbies.
People that have been involved with him are opportunists. And so there have been situations, one particular that I can think of, after the woman realized there wasn't going to be a relationship, she tried to extort Benny
Yeah, because like me, I don't understand
and threatened to put things on social media that weren't true if they didn't get what they wanted, which is money.
Yeah, that's not hard to believe. I mean, Benny said he had right $200. Let's say that.
Yeah.
How are you? She's just on some weird power trip. She starts accusing just a man, by the way.
Why just see this? Why don't we have to get Benny this year?
Yeah, I don't know. Ari, probably because this is the first fucking time anybody's heard this story.
You know, because I'm going to explain to you. I think I'm saying the same thing too. I'm like, why don't you guys
You say
understand?
no, we do it, and I love it.
Oh, I'm not sweet and lovely.
One second, buddy, would it be quiet in here?
But why would you be quiet when you're here?
She was circle.
But you wouldn't let me
I
talk.
never heard you say anything about
You
Benny.
want me to say that.
Right, but that's not how it is.
Like, he literally took 0.2 seconds to prove 40. Right, she was circle. Like, I gotta go for you guys never let me talk to, well, I didn't talk because Benny didn't want me to talk.
You wouldn't let me talk. You want me to say that.
See, the thing is, I don't think she's stupid. But no, I think she just has a hard time expressing her thoughts. And I love this is like emotional arguing. Because she probably feels some type of way about all the dudes, just Benny being friendly with Benny despite not knowing the full story. And she keeps on highlighting his point of, I never got the chance to sing my story.
You guys never really gave me a chance to say my side of the story, and I'm glad that you're getting it now, but I definitely felt that I never had an opportunity to explain things to
Well,
you.
that's the show. It was a therapy show where there was a dozen fucking therapy sessions. And each session, everybody got to say their piece.
Ari, how about for you? Ari and Benny.
Ari, are you open right to share? Are you okay?
We've had some sessions. What do you guys think of Let's just hear how we have.
Possibilities to say your story inside nuts. But anyway, that's what about. It's also funny because she keeps saying, oh, I can't stand the men. They all put together and bang each other. There's literally dudes on this show that don't like Benny.
Dorian, on Between the Sheets, you said that Benny did not respect his wife enough.
What?
That is, Benny did not more respect for his wife, and I see this kind of thing.
Why is that something about
And you know you're going to say the same energy that you say that.
No, the movie's important about this. It's because people don't like Benny all over the
Like 100, and some people are like that. Benny never listened to me like this anymore.
Whoa. That's a douche, dude. Such a douche.
Dorian felt disrespected. I don't feel like you can tell him to not feel disrespected.
Sure, a lot of men don't want other men all up on their wives. Like, it's not a hard concept, especially when this dude right here. He's a habitual cheater. He knows self-control with women. Again, I was any of these dudes on stage, all this man on a C-19 protocol list with a wife 6 feet apart at all times, buddy. And funny enough, there's one dude who's okay with being all up on his wife. Could you guess who?
Honestly, I had no problem with Benny, grabbing Jasmine and dancing with her playfully.
Who did you know what to tell us? Well, where anybody just whip your wife, toss her salad the whole nine, even Dorian's looking at the camera like, yeah, look at this guy. But anyways, apparently, Benny dancing on up on wives didn't just affect the men. It generated a lot of drama between the women as well.
He gets to go in a brunch, when he had fun with everybody, and he with me, he with Gino, I invite me, I hate you a bitch, and that just bothered me, and I just want to ask her. I was joking when I took those messages. But later, when everyone, another cast members told me, like, she doesn't like you, share, hey, you share, jealous of you, she get points, like, so that's his nature. Julia is such a hate.
Now, first, it sounded really bizarre, but when I really think about it, like, yeah, this was just a misunderstanding. Instantly, I'm like, Jasmine, and I'll tell you why. See, both Ari and Julia admitted that. Ari texted, I hate Julia in front of her face right after the whole Hulu scene.
When I texted Julia in front of her, I hate you, bitch, and then, like, showed it to her, and she was laughing about it.
Now, Ari played it off like a joke, but deep down, I feel like she meant something. Because there was one girl that Benny was all up on, it was definitely Julia.
Even if I didn't like someone, I would never send that message. You acted like one.
I admit Julia said, and later another cast member told me, da-da-da-da, you were jealous, da-da-da-da. Who else would that be? Who's the other cast member that's been instigating a whole bunch of bullshit?
She came to us and she showed us the text and she said, you were jealous, you were mad at her.
We were literally sitting together.
I think it was like that.
You like Sophia?
All tradition, all tradition.
He wants to drag himself against her.
That's what I got. Really?
And he's like, thank her. That's what she told us earlier.
I mean, she's all for that. Get your back. Robbie's useless.
I'll tell you exactly where she got it from. Oh, so Sophie doesn't live with you. I said, no, she hasn't lived with me in a while. She said, how she pay for things? I said, I don't really know. So you think she has a sugar daddy? I said, I mean, I don't know how she pays for things, but I don't know.
Look at Mary. I'm so sorry. It's not you. I'm so sorry.
I couldn't think of another cast member that would give a fuck other than Jasmine. Whatever, I mean, they ended up just hugging it out, so it's whatever.
No,
Now he's on this video, so it's not excited. He chose much more beat. I'm not getting He gets Ari wasn't feeling that. But yeah, Josh was on Josh and Natalie. Yeah, she starts asking Josh, right? Despite his
Not recommitment. Did you know the contract you
She sent me a photo saying, it's an ass, that means. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Get your back. Get your back. Whatever I get.
Oh, yeah, we tell Jasmine. We tell. So Josh basically submitted that, yeah, he was just using Natalie for his own self-gratification. Surprise, surprise. Never saw her as a girlfriend. Wants nothing to do with her. Wants no part of her inside his home.
It's not like my home is some magical, mystical place. It's not like I'm hiding anything there.
And of course, when it comes to Natalie, nothing's for free. Like, it always comes at a cost of some crazy antics.
Natalie went on social media rants, basically calling me a bad father.
Like, so just looking to other people for like stuff in the back. And I let myself some stuff which is performing to my page. Not okay, keep what they want to woman.
Because you posted something that I'm a bad father and I have a felon living with me, and that my daughter should be scared.
According to Natalie, you can start a whole rumor calling somebody a PDF, a manslaughter, a great enthusiast, keywords. But yeah, as long as it's on your page, you're good. I don't think she understands that rumors like this, CBS knocking on this man's door, potentially taking his daughter away. So yeah, any parent would be furious. Like, even girls are like, oh, what the fuck? But
Yo.
He lose rooms.
It came down to Natalie calling my ex-wife's name, calling her a hooker. Oh, yes, you have. Oh, yes, you have. Nothing I'm saying is made up. You called my ex-wife's name, and you know how close, everybody knows how close I am with my family, and I value these relationships. And you are a threat to those relationships. Natalie, you're being a liar. Stop. Good luck to your life.
Wow.
So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the episode. And as much as we all just point finger at Natalie and call you, a local mother, Josh here takes 50% of the responsibility. Her teenage choices, just like William's choices. He knew what she wanted, and he that's all he wanted, but instead it's still doing her. So, you know, the saying goes, Lacey James, Lacey surprises. Wrestle grows where you are. If you run long enough to find out.
Yeah, you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, moving forward, the only segment I would care about is the Jasmine and Junior segment. Thank God for the preview of part 4.
Was one of the rules of the contract to use protection?
What's the fella?
I'm holding on to them right now.
Seems like that means probably gonna get age loss. But yeah, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Got a lot to as always, like, subscribe, shoot me some more. I'll see you guys in part 4. left catch up on, since it is going to be accidental part 1, part 2, part 3, how many parts are there?
Okay. Yeesh. Once. 6:41, okay. Good song. And we're back for part 3 of the music. This is not really a sunset, it's too early for sunset, we're almost there, so let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this. Yeah. Good. Everywhere I go. Where? Okay. Don't wink, it's wink. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. Don't wink, it's a wink. Welcome to the show. Everything outside is having a wonderful day. I know, it feels weird to have a horizontal video, but I have to charge the phone. First of all, there you go, it's working. That's all I needed. That's all. Don't wink, it's your wink. Welcome to the show. Everything outside having a wonderful day on this 30th April 2025. We are doing part 2 of Why Last of Us is a Masterpiece. I'm sorry about the horizontal camera. I was supposed to finish this video. And people in the back put music, so I come back in. Then I heard them start talking. I'm like, okay, well, let's charge the phone. The phone is still at 40%, and I have about 2 hours left of stuff to do. So we're still gonna be eating, right? And we're talking about season 2 of Last of Us, or the second game. Now, before we start, I have to tell you guys why we're doing this video. So, as I told you guys, I love Abby. I was really afraid of my perception, right? And the two first times I played the game, so the first time I played the game was, okay, see, this is how horrible we are at talking. We played Last of Us Part 1. Oops, you see? We have something to clean the screen. There you go. There you go. Much better. Not perfect, but you see, I can't charge it. There you go. I think about charging this one also, that's why I'm resistant to move it too much. So what ended up happening was, the first time I played Last of Us Part 1, I played 4 or 5 times. I played Last of Us Part 2 2 times. One on stream and one out of stream, which was during the pandemic. Now, at this time of the pandemic, listen, I'll be completely honest, I'll be completely fair. We're trying to run away from, not run away, but run through games like crazy. So what ended up happening was, my very first game I streamed was Pokemon, which was a 32 hours playthrough. The second game that I played was, I think it was Borderlands and Kingdom Hearts. And those were a kind of lengthy game. And I was like, dude, I'm 4 months in. I know I was working, I'm 4 or 5 months in, and I have 2 playthrough completed. Technically, that's not true. Technically, that's not true because Kingdom Hearts was 6 games. I had a Devil May Cry series that I did, which felt like one because Devil May Cry is a short game. So I wanted more and more content and different video games, right? So that's why I'm trying to run from it. But the very first time, I hated the game because it was so emotional. I hated the game because it put me through so much. The second time, it was a game of more so, I'm enjoying playing it. I haven't played in a while. Let's do this. But at the same time, it wasn't long enough because we played Last of Us 1 in 2021. We played Last of Us 2 in 2021 when the place was complaining, right? So, but at the same time, I went through it. And the second one, I always preferred, by far, Abby. To me, Abby is the main character. Right? But everybody hated her. So I was like, why are they hating on her? And then I started listening to people and why they like Abby, right? And then what I did was I went on YouTube and I watched a whole cutscene. So the whole cutscene is about 10 hours for Last of Us 1, Last of Us 2 is 10 to 12 hours. And I watched the whole thing. Where everything would doing some pop in the background. It's not wasted time, it's wasted. It's wasted, I don't remember the story, but still. And I remember and I finally realized with Abby and why Last of Us 2 is so good. People didn't like Abby, people didn't like Last of Us 2. It feels like it's an agenda of wokeism, there's trans people, you know. But at the same time, Last of Us is so much more than that. At the very core, the second game, in the very first hour, Joel gets killed. Now, there's two people. So Last of Us 2 is two people. And the greatest thing is, in Last of Us 1, it is two people. It is Joel and Ellie, and Last of Us 2 is Ellie and Abby. The difference is, they're facing off. And it's amazing because Ellie goes on a rampage to find Abby because she killed Joel, right? And Abby, we learn why she killed Joel. So the very first time you're playing, you're supposed to hate Abby for what she did. But in my mind, and again, I know I'm gonna get somebody, people are gonna be pissed. But in my mind, I was like, yo, Joel is dead, Joel is dead. Let's focus on who's still alive. Again, the mentality of once the game is finished, let's move on. And me, I had a choice between Abby and Ellie. So of course, Ellie was my very first person that I cared about. But very quickly, I didn't like Ellie a lot. Then I didn't like her at all. And then I started hating her, right? And then Abby was the complete opposite. But then, mechanically speaking, this is so important. So they both started 3 days of Seattle. So there's day 1, you got Abby that's here, you got Ellie that's here. And then day 2, day 3, they meet, right? And then what exactly happened, which was fantastic, is like they're both in even then, when I finished Last of Us 2, I remember playing Tears of the Rise. And Tears of the Rise is a very lengthy, active game. So this was an in between, which was weird, right? And then at first, you're supposed to hate Abby, but Abby's journey is to prove how good of a person she is. Okay? And you may not agree with what she's done. So Abby is since day 1. You can tell that she's a good person. So for example, right? She's working with the Wolf, and the Wolf are a group that are replacing the Fireflies. So technically speaking, what ends up happening is kind of like Days Gone. People that thought that we are responsible for why the Quarter attack. We are responsible for the infected, so we are to blame. And those people are against anything and everything that is mechanics. So they don't even use weapon, they use bow. They use dogs and they use weapon, but there's a lot more of them, right? And they live in a very dangerous world. So right away when you meet them, Abby gets captured, and then we discover a character who is really, really, really cool. And Abby's story is taking care of those characters. So characters like this. So I'll tell you the whole story of the games. Now please understand I only say this twice, and I don't know the story by heart. But basically Ellie goes in. We're seeing a very short prologue with Ellie. And her and Joel are on not a good term because she learned what Ellie did. Ellie is living her own life now. Joel's trying to help her out, but she's like, no, I'm my own person, go away. There's a specific scene, and you see, the second game, Ellie is a very angry person. So in the first part of the game, there's a party. So the game started the day after a party. And at the party, which is the very first scene here, Ellie and Dina kiss. That's what they said, hey, there's kids around. Don't act like lesbians around kids. They're lesbians. And then Joel, like, don't talk to her like that. And she gets mad at him. Not the guy who was a bigot, but at him. She got mad at him, right? And he was just trying to protect her, right? And then, it's crazy. Abby, she goes after Joel. So Abby, she goes after Joel, which is a huge spoiler, is, technically speaking, the doctor. So Abby, okay, it's complex. So Abby's father was a member of the Fireflies, right? So the Fireflies, I think this is important to talk about again. The Fireflies, once again, this is why we started the video. The Fireflies, once again, are a group from the government. I thought the governments were being crooked, were being corrupted. They were saying, hey, we don't have all the food. They were keeping food for the elites, right? Classic shit. The Fireflies, what they did was they were a guerrilla. The guerrilla came in and was like, hey, let's take care of everything. However, the problem with the Fireflies was they believe in a broken system. They believe in finding a cure. So they put most of their people finding a cure. Oh my god, it's complex. So basically, the problem with the Fireflies is, at first, they were nicer than the government, but then they realized that the government was kind of right. We don't have enough resources for everybody, right? So then, instead of putting forces or trying their best to develop, right? So here is the fantastic thing. Here is the fantastic thing. When you read The Wolf, where again, the Wolves are the children of the Fireflies. Fireflies didn't work, the Wolf was born. They have this stadium where they you know, and then they have plants and everything like that, and they have dogs, and they live a really good life. However, since the very first game, Tom told me what he wanted to do. He had already plants. He was already taking care of farms. He had a very sustainable living. They showed it down because they were electricity. That was a huge thing, right? And the Wolf, they have like solar panels and shit like that. So it's kind of like a good thing too. The Wolf, so the Fireflies, what they did, instead of working to establish a better future, they were trying to fix the past. So what happened is they were trying to fix the infection. The Wolf are more right because so the Wolf are more right. The Wolf are more right because they're trying to fix the situation. The Fireflies was wrong because they're trying to fix the past. The Wolf are trying to fix the present. However, the Wolf are constantly fighting against the people I told you about. They believe that the new world shouldn't have electronics, right? We're constantly fighting with them, and they're constantly getting attacked, and it's constantly defending what we have, right? Because technically speaking, so the place that Joel has is very, 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 very far from anything else. Very far from anything else. It's recluse. It's sealed away. It's isolated. There's nothing for miles. If you know what it is, if you know where it is, you'll find it. Otherwise, you have to look for it, right? Versus the people in the stadium that are part of a city. So they're part of a city, and then the people that believe in technology are living in the city. You know, so they put themselves in surrounded by the enemies. They constantly have to fend off and protect. Because hey, again, I'm gonna be honest and say that the stadium is so good, so good. I can't help but thinking about Walking Dead because again, it's post-apocalyptic, but the prison was incredible. The prison was incredible. The prison super exceeded Alexandria in every single way. The prison could have been the place that could have made the future, right? So the governor, they would still be in the prison. Or the prison was overrun. So the stadium is the prison, right? There are places that you wouldn't think are super good, but are super good. So then what happened is Abby's group gets ambushed, right? And then she gets captured by the people that don't believe. She's rescued 2 people. She doesn't get back to where she is, but she wanted to help the people. So technically speaking, is Abby realize how wrong the Wolf are and how so it's complex. Abby kind of realize, okay, so the reason why Abby killed Joel, right? And you see, she gets beefed up and she's becoming a war machine, right? Because at the very end of Last of Us, there's a scene where they're operating on Ellie, and then the doctor, Joel killed the doctor to save Ellie. The doctor was Abby's father. So the only reason that she kills Joel is to cycle revenge. You kill my father, I'll kill you. And the funniest thing, the nicest thing, the one scene that is an hour in the game that should tell you, hey, Abby's not a bad person. they capture both Ellie, Tommy, and Joel. Tommy, they knock him off because he has a bad leg, and Ellie, they knock her out. What they do is they release Tommy and Ellie, right? And Tommy's like, I'm gonna avenge my father. And Ellie's like, don't take me with you. It's like, no, it's too dangerous. So what happened is Tommy kind of go on a suicide mission. So gonna go on getting a suicide. He's like, well, I'll take care of it. Like, kill my mother. And if I fail, I won't have to live with the guilt. He wants better for Ellie. And at first, this is gonna be a very, very important part of the game. Ellie, she has everything. She has a nice place. She has a girlfriend. Okay, so it's context. You remember when she told Jess that she had a best friend called Jessie? Well, Jessie is the ex of his girlfriend, and they have a kid. She's pregnant. So Ellie raised a kid, right? And they have this perfect life. And they achieve success. They live off. They have only farm the two of them. They have this good life. And Ellie's like, no, I need to have revenge. And at that point, Ellie's fucked up. She's missing fingers. She's fucked up. But she still want to go, right? Tommy is completely killed off. So Ellie is the only one, right? Now, the problem with Ellie is she goes to this path of vengeance, right? And so Abby never go into Ellie because Abby is a bit easier. So Abby goes in, right? And she finds two others hostages and she protects them. Then she learned from their belief and she learned that these people, they get fucking raped, right? Because they're women, right? And they get treated like absolute shit. Those people are savages. And she's like, this is crazy. And the wolf, she likes the wolf now a lot better. She likes the wolf depends on raiding a lot for food and shit like that. They realize the wolf are kind of wrong for what they're doing. They're not okay, so let's put it like that. I'm gonna have to go with Walking Dead because there's so much more information. They're kind of like the sanctuary, right? So they're very strong and they're kind of not necessarily bullying people, but they take what they need by force. Versus the settlement of Tommy, which is growing shit and self-sustainable. The wolf are not quite yet sustainable. They're dependent. So Abby, and the worst thing is Abby, there's this very specific scene, and that's why I love Abby. Abby, she lost her father, and she had a boyfriend called, I can't get his name, it was something like that. And then she had this boyfriend, and his boyfriend gets another girl pregnant, right? And he still tells her, I love you, and they fuck. Now the fucking scene, people hate that scene because Abby's like muscular, she looks a bit manly, so people dislike that. But it's a very important scene because he makes her believe, I still love you, I still want you, right? But it's not true. It's actually just using her. And you know, and it's crazy because Ellie goes for Abby, but Abby is Ellie goes to kill Abby, but once again, Abby was captured. So she kills all the friend of Abby's. Where's Abby? Right? And the most last moments of Ellie is one of the person that she killed, they end up in a field full of cordyceps. And the friend of Abby, she's like, yo, they're gonna get out of here alive. And he's like, I'm immune, bitch. And it's fun because again, it shows the character of Ellie. She's very vengeful. She goes on this path of revenge. And it's nice because again, we wanted to avenge Joel. We're gonna get into at the very end of the video why this is such a clever thing. But she goes into a path, she loses Jessie, she loses Dina, so Jessie gets killed, trying to help her. And Dina, she said, you either have to choose between revenge and me, right? And it's not clear for how many years Ellie has been looking for Abby. It's been years. Abby at this point is not in the wolf anymore. She lives a peaceful life. She lives a very peaceful life actually. And she meets another group of people. That other group of people are bad news. They're like a gangster group, they're like a biker group who are also using force to kill everything that they want. And Abby's not even part of that. She's hiding from those people. So yeah, it's super cool. And ultimately, the craziest thing about it is there's like a time skip, and Ellie gives up most of her shit to information, and she gets stuck like next to nothing. And it's kind of like purposeful because again, she ends up being one weapon, and then it's to prove like how close she is to losing everything. But then so Ellie, the whole shit is vengeance. She kills the people. There's a scene where she's like, it's a really badass scene. Ellie is badass in this game. She gets out of like the water, and there's a person with placing PSP, right, which is PlayStation Sony. She takes a knife, she's like that, and she's like, hey, if you tell me where she is, I won't kill you. So she tells where she is, she kills her. So this is something that Joel would do. However, Joel at the end, he's not that person anymore. You learn from the mistakes. Abby is learning from mistakes. Now, the reason why we're doing this video is because people like Abby now, but they don't. Okay. The people that are liking the show, they don't like Abby because of what she is. They like her because of the actress. They don't like Bella as Ellie. My opinion on Bella as Ellie is she's a great actress. She might not look like Ellie, but she pulls it off. And, you know, so the person that plays Abby looks more like Ellie than Bella does, right? And you're saying that, ooh, she should have been Ellie. You just don't like the Ellie. You just don't like, you've been trying to replace Bella for years, right? So the person that's Abby, and she's cute, right? So, and then there's also, okay, so it's kind of bullshit, but I kind of understand what happens. So then Pedro took a picture with her. So Pedro saw that, I'm not in his head as well, but he saw the hate that Bella was getting. And he's like, yo, she's new, I don't want to get hate. He knew that's because she was playing a hate character. And like I told you, Abby was really hated. People with dead strength, people were aggressive, people hated on the voice actress. And yeah, so she took a picture with her to protect her. And like, oh, they were such chemistry. So they want to like Abby because of the actress, not because of who she is. I like her because of who she is. Ellie, for ending sakes, she goes on all of these trips and she kills. And you realize that although we like Joel, so this is a little spoiler. It isn't a spoiler, but even though we like Joel, Abby was justified. Ellie killed people. She almost killed an entire village just for this one person, right? And Abby, she does the same thing. Abby, she kills the village. However, that village is full of the people that we used to rape and bully her friends. So they're not good people. And they're not good people. So they're like, okay, well, yes, you killed a lot of people, but they had a toxic mentality. So you kind of doing the world a favor, right? So in the first game, we're seeing the same thing. In the first game, there's a group of people, right? And they're cannibals. They're eating actual people, right? And then they capture Ellie. So we kill them. And the guy is like a PDF. So he wants to have a relationship with Ellie because she's so young, right? You can tell there's a lot of young people in the apocalypse, right? So what ended up happening is what ended up happening is Ellie, she comes in, Joel saves her, but you still kill everybody and it's a good thing because people are cannibals. So in the second when you do that, you kind of understand what happened. This is for Ellie, and she could have had a perfect life. She chose revenge. Abby, now this is why I love Abby. So she gets captured, she kills people. Again, I'm repeating myself, but again, please understand, okay? And then she goes to characters, and then they get a friendship. Abby chose a peaceful life, away from the wolf, away from everything else, because she believed that people are wrong, right? And then she ends up finding peace. Then even Ellie, when she wants to fight, Abby's like, I want to fight you. Abby's like, fight me. She's like, no, the cycle of events ends now. So Abby is the cool characters. Now, why is Last of Us a masterpiece? Why is Last of Us so intelligent? Is you are supposed to hate Abby, but you know that Abby was right. The only reason, it's crazy. you know that Joel was wrong. So Joel, amazing character. Joel, a nice guy. But Joel had the so the worst thing is in the second game they explain that Joel had the answer for the antidote, which was Ellie, and all he had to do was kill one person to restore the human race. And he didn't do it. He didn't do it. So you know that Joel did the wrong thing, right? Now, in the second game, you realize that even though Ellie was this close to find the cure, the answer wasn't the cure. It wasn't Ellie. The answer was never Ellie. It could have been Ellie. Ellie was the closest thing that they had for an answer, but it wasn't the answer. It wasn't the answer. So Joel, even though it's quite complex. Joel, by choosing to save Ellie versus saving the human race, was wrong because it's the need of the many versus the need of the few. Now, because of the second game information, Joel becomes justified to do what he did. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Joel still didn't know that. Joel died before he got the information. That wasn't the answer, right? So yeah. So Joel did the right thing saving her, but we don't know that. So Abby, whose father was killed, just wants revenge, right? And once she had revenge, she's done. She's done. She doesn't need anything. She's moving on. Ellie, she's going to do anything and everything, and she wants revenge too. But she has this perfect life and she gave it up, right? So you know that Abby deep down is right. And the first game, we spent the whole first game telling you how much we love Joel and how much we love Ellie and how much we love the two of them. And at the end, it doesn't matter. They could kill babies or dogs or puppies, and you'd be like, "Yo, I love Joel. I like Joel," right? Which is horrible, right? At the end, he's wrong. And now Abby is right. And The Last of Us is the reason why this is such a perfect game is because the second one, you just ate on Abby because you like Joel, but you understand why she did. And again, I'm repeating myself, but Abby, once she has revenge, right? So there's also the sense of, okay, so Abby, so I did say something that's super important. Abby, she made a group of friends to kill Joel. Now, this group of friends followed her because of her friends, but they also did something else. The father of Abby was a important figure during the Wolf. He was a very important guy. He had leadership. He was someone that was respected. So Abby, she brings people, and she say, hey, we need to kill my guy, kill my father. And people are like, okay, I like your father, so let's do it, right? Ellie kills everybody, right? Even the only person that killed his father was Joel, right? She could have went after Ellie, she could have went after Tommy because they were present. She didn't. She had Joel, she finished. Ellie didn't care. You were there, fuck you, right? You were there, fuck you. And it's nuts because, I don't know, it's such an emotional thing. The first time I played this, I needed a break after that. I needed a break. It was so amazing. So freaking amazing. Also, the second game is better because it's a bit more open world. You have side mission, you have side content. There's like a bank where you get a really good weapon. Once you get in the bank, you get stuck in there and you get killed. It's also, see, the second game, so the first game is like, okay, well, I still want my old life, so we learn about what happened during the pandemic. Second game, we're kind of like, there's an example where Dina, she's Jewish, and Dina, she says, hey, this is a mosque, let's go check it out. Or this is a mosque. I know a mosque for Muslim. What is it? There's a specific word for a Jewish temple. I don't know what it is, I'm sorry, guys. This is the Torah, right? And then eventually talk about the story of religion. And it's not super important, it's a cool moment because, you know, it's the purpose of, okay, well, this is the past, this is understanding the past, this is understanding where we're coming from, and this is understanding what's going on, right? So it doesn't serve this humongous purpose, but it does serve a purpose. And it's just, when I say that, because the whole first game feels like, okay, well, this is a new apocalyptic world, you survive. In the first game, and I talked about how much I love finding resources, and how scarce the resources was, and you find a lot of killings, and you find military zone, and it's rough. So, for example, the very first scene, you're going to a place, and there's one infected, and he gets killed. So you actually see the scene get infected, right? You're seeing guerrilla, you're seeing mafia, right? In the second game, it's like, okay, well, now, there's no antidote, we know that there's nothing we can do to survive. It is more so about living in this world and surviving in this world, which is a very different thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like Last of Us, a masterpiece. Spent one game making me love a character that ended up being wrong. Did the second game avenging the first character even though I know he was wrong. And then a lot of people apologize for Ellie for her action. You don't get it. She did do this for revenge. But at the same time, she went way too far. She wasn't justified. Was she justified to kill Abby? Sure. But at the same time, there's okay, so what I'm not saying is they need it. So you remember the third day that she did that about? They end up meeting. And Ellie doesn't manage to kill Abby, right? But she gets safe. Abby tells her, no, I'm not gonna fight you, go away. And Ellie's like, I'm gonna kill you. And it's like, no, it's not fight. She loses Jesse gets a headshot. And Ellie, instead of understanding that, okay, this is enough, Abby leaves Dina and Ellie alone. Why does she do that? Right? And Ellie, she should have said, you know what? This is the most important part. And then she still goes on. So yeah. See, why am I saying this? I don't think I'm portraying how important it is of Abby and Ellie's interaction. Abby, for multiple times during the game, she shows, hey, I'm not your enemy, right? And Ellie, instead of understanding it, she still wants revenge, right? And Abby does the purpose. She makes the effort not kill her. She knows. So it's kind of complex. She knows that Ellie is the one that killed her friend, right? But then her friend wasn't really her friend. Like, for example, the guy that she fucks, he's just using her. So Ellie does a good thing by killing him. There's another friend, but she's pregnant, right? And Ellie kills her. There's another friend that, almost all her friends did something that was not cool, right? The only one I care about was Manny. Manny was a cool dude. Then Manny was a cool dude. They spit on Joel, so you like fuck him. And Manny was a good dude. However, Manny was killed by the resistance group. So it wasn't Ellie. So yeah, he's one of the gang that I liked. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's not for life. So again with the full approach. So many times I tried, but I'm still caged in. So if you can see the darker side of me, no one will ever change this animal I have become. I will believe it's not the real me. Somebody help me change this animal. Shit, you say 8, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5, 6, 11, 18. 18, play G. 28. One, two, 6 days. Say that I need. And even though you mean so much to me, I can wait till every day. It's really happening. I said I'll never be happy again. Little bit of us get just different. The more that you can stay, you know it happen eventually. La 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 la. And everybody's singing la 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 la. But when everybody's singing la 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 la. Everybody's singing la 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 la. It's wrong. Everybody's singing la 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 la. Everybody's singing la 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 la. It is me. Everybody's singing la. I'm going crazy. I don't think that you think I don't believe. Everything is alright. Search for the night. I'll keep you safe everything. Wake up. Better never let you go. Never, never do. Better never let you fall. Never, never let you. If they didn't have a chance, I'll never do. Cause I love me right there. I can't say I'll never let you go. Never do. Good challenge, peace. Oh, sure. Oh, this is my turn. Oh. Oh, sure. Oh, this is my turn. Thank you. I just want to make you think. I don't know how the food is, but the ladies here are legible. The eye candy is dignified. It's something that can really walk up. I think it's very good. Base. But hey, I love it. Yes. Perfect. So, I never let you fall, I never did. I said I never let you go, and I never did. I said I never let you go, and I never did. I said I never let you go, and I never did. When I'm smoking, when I'm even falling broken, we'll get it all back, we're gonna go there. All I want is a place to go, my God. I don't want to feel like yeah, let me keep your upside down and Shook. I'll be to death for what you. Oh shit. Kid. Get up here. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, it's got a little bit of work to do. So what we're doing now is I'm realizing that I'm not gonna have enough time to do all of the stuff of me. Okay. So now that I realize I have so many things to do, so many clips to do, right? I don't know if we'll be able to do it in time, but I have a lot of clips that are double, so if I can do both. So. This is so loud. This is so loud. Okay.
Can I get back to my fucking vocal covers not being interrupted? Fucking bullshit.
Although prior to this video, he seemingly took more accountability for his previous eviction. Around Thanksgiving, he began blaming the trolls for his eviction and accepting no responsibility at all.
How would I buck Cobra now when he's trying to stream? Oh, yeah. Give a fuck. My trolls need to get a life. My trolls need to get a life more than I need to get laid. Just for the last decade and a half harassing my ass. And it hasn't worked. Just have to fucking not make it down my old apartment. Through the lease termination.
So how do you turn it to do?
Bigger and better space where people support my videos. You know what I'm saying? I think the trolls trying to knock me down. I get back up to a better situation in my life.
2021 would end without many issues, besides people door dashing every time he went live. For no discernible reason, his rent increased again in late January 2022, despite having just increased the June prior.
How much is rents? I pay about almost $700 a month for rent. I pay my rents, and I only have like $10 left after that. Something else to rent, do a little laundry. The groceries are going up too, so it's just like, my Asperger's pays their rents, to be honest with you.
Josh would resort to desperate measures, begging for more money in exchange for humiliation, like shaving his armpits, for example. It seemed, however, that the money earned doing this was quickly spent on food and alcohol, rather than being saved for rent. This is purely speculative, but he always seemed desperate again once rent was due. Necessity being the mother of invention. When things were quiet, trolls got creative. In the summer of 2022, fake Grindr accounts and Craigslist.
As long as they crown, and always at 0%, it's charging.
1 second. What's up? Yeah, I own my fucking YouTube trolls. I suck over Scott a little harder, why don't you? I don't know who the fuck this person is. Why the fuck is showing my door? I don't know who the fuck this guy is, dude. Like, why the fuck is he showing my fucking door? All these people who are fucking behind the scenes just to get reaction. Good job, you have no life. Like, I'm straight for of-age women, so I'm pretty sure I already know what the fucking trolls did to have some dude show up to my apartment. Either a fake ad on Craigslist or a fake dating ad with some stupid bullshit.
So now, like I said, what I'm doing right now is
I have no fucking life, dude.
we're taking all of the 2,000 clips I have left, 2,524. We're doing doubles. If I have 50 doubles, that's already 50 doubles. What are doubles?
Let's just cause a bunch of random bullshit. It doesn't piss me off. Anything I lack controls.
Nothing much would happen besides drinking and door dashing into October. During the stream, Josh got drunk and slept up by referring to himself in the third person and saying his apartment number out loud, B28.
Oh,
Ow.
28B's an asshole when he drinks. Like, I'll show you an asshole when I drink. Don't call me an asshole if I'm not being one intentionally. That's the kind of crap that's going to encourage.
Although 2022 was pretty uneventful, the new year brought new problems. Now that Josh's location was pretty well known, the door dashing just got even worse. Not only was he getting multiple deliveries per stream, local trolls began messing with it too.
Who the fuck's knocking at my fucking door? Jesus Christ, there's a fucking video of you. Well, cool, the next time I'm at my fucking door, I'll do it after the fucking stream. Jesus Christ. I'm sitting here worried about Ozzy Osbourne fucking, sitting there knocking on my fucking door to the cops. And I'm like, dude, okay, you got really cool, it's weird at my fucking door. Okay, thanks. So I got to put a fucking sign outside my apartment door that says, hey, if the order's paid for, drop it off and leave it at my door. It's not paid for, I apologize, my trolls are fucking cunts. And for yourself.
But yeah, dude.
If it's food, please just leave it at the door. I didn't fucking order it. People's obsession with making me unhealthy sometimes, I ain't gonna lie. Casper Cobra Stompers, how stupid do you have to be? Like I said, people's obsession with me is really unhealthy. Like, good job, you gained stomach a fucking autistic retard to the point where, oh my god, the Casper Cobra Stompers can suck my dick. Oh, we show Cobra, my golly. You put some more paper underneath this fucking door. Christ, my trolls are more obsessed with me than I am with Ozzy Osbourne, and that's really saying something. I feel like all the Casper Cobra Stompers, I'm gonna stop your fucking basement and waste my time.
Whoa, chill, dude.
Hating men is so toxic. Oh my fucking god. Here's some stupid bullshit. My fucking teacher said this. People who are shoving fucking papers against my doors need to grow the fuck up. It's fucking stupid.
So far?
Dude. It's fucking stupid.
Over to you.
Fucking child, you know?
Truly,
The local trolls lost interest after Josh took it more seriously than they anticipated. Josh came up with a great idea to try and deter unwanted DoorDash orders. He put a crudely written sign on his door that read, I did not order anything. If it's paid for, please leave at my door. Don't bug me. I'm streaming. I'm not gay. I'm straight. Josh went live for 4 hours and ignored any knocking on his door. The sign was only moderately effective, as drivers either ignored it entirely or were instructed to do so. On the day after Valentine's
Ignore the paper. Ignore the paper. That's brilliant.
things got even more ridiculous.
Wait.
I have 50 more page to do. 50 more page. We're down 2 hours. I got 2 hours just with the. Oh. Two. That's why I like Cobra. I think it's the humor. See? You know it's dope. You know it's dope.
It got so bad that within 2 minutes of Josh being live, the troll deliveries turned up.
So apparently my YouTube troll sent me another DoorDash order. This is really funny. Let's break this down. Summer's Eve Island Splash because my trolls are the biggest douchebags on the planet.
Douche.
Vaseline because they're gonna need it when Cobra fucks the trolls up the ass.
Okay.
And Kleenex is when the trolls are bawling their eyes out because Cobra rules their sad fucking lives. Love both soft and chewy like this will fucking show Cobra as a fucking asshole. Like they think they're gonna get me kicked out and ruin my Valentine's Day by doing this. I'm like, the fact that you're doing it shows you have more love for me than my fans do, and I appreciate it.
Oh, that's nice. This, bro. That's you. Wait, who?
by doing this. I like the fact that doing it shows you have more love for me than my family. And I appreciate it.
It does. Yes, you do. Yeah, I didn't need to play that twice.
Fuck you, Siri. I don't want to listen to your shit right now.
Yeah, that's how it was.
My trolls are fucking disgusting.
After a few months of troll DoorDashes, the grinder dates turned up again to Josh's door, or so he thought.
Excuse me.
Oh, what's going on?
I'm not gonna say door speaking fucking addicts. It's probably one of my fucking asshole YouTube trolls trying to fucking fuck with me and shit. If it's some fucking asshole from the fake Craigslist ad being like, oh, is your lizard for sale? It's like, no, dude, my bearded dragon
Buff.
stuff is not for sale. Even a loving and caring home. I'm not gonna fucking answer that goddamn video. I'll just fucking go away. My lizard's not for sale. Do you realize that my neighbors watch my videos?
Watch.
When I go live, everyone in my building is just like, yeah, it's that guy.
Cobra Kai.
That my neighbors and my landlord are a fan of my videos, and that at this point you're just wasting your time trying to troll Cobra because you're jealous. Craigslist ad is fake. As I was walking to my fridge, I shouted, "The Craigslist ad is fake."
I heard you did.
Bullshit. And I'm like, no, what's bullshit is that you won't leave me alone. You know, like your obsession with me is so fucking pathetic. You can't handle Cobra doing his thing. You gotta fucking harass him when he's going live.
Things settled down until September. The DoorDashes were no longer having the desired effect, so more extreme measures were taken to get a reaction.
Say,
Hi, Josh.
oh my fucking god, I'm not waiting a donut around. People keep the fuck alone, please. It's fine. It's fucking Christ. I was not waiting a fucking donut around. Okay, now the process of my mom and Halloween last year is falling apart, so I'm trying to figure on camera. They're not my viewers, they're my fucking content YouTube channel. I'm trying to wait here for people to find. I'm trying to fucking cops being called on me. Bullshit. I'm sorry, but this is bullshit, YouTube. Fuck my YouTube trolls. Fuck off. You happy? You got what you wanted. I said several times in the video, it's not a real gun. It's fake. It's empty. And you still gotta pull this shit. Pussy ass motherfucker.
Sheesh.
Oh, but no, we gotta call the cops on Cobra for waving a fake gun around. I'm tired of it. Stop wasting the cops' fucking precious time. They've got better things to do with their fucking life than sit here and fucking harass me in an autistic moment.
You know what?
Hey, what's up? I'm live on YouTube right now. No, the fuck I was not. No, the fuck I was not. My trolls are lying to the cops. They'll get me in trouble, dude.
Dude.
Okay, well, handle this as calmly as possible. Seriously, fuck my YouTube trolls. Yeah, I gotta go door with me now, dog. Fuck off.
Thank you, dude.
I try trolls, but nothing happens. I handle it like a boss, dude.
Dude.
The cops keep returning me bad. They call me. They do.
Very calm, Josh. Knock the camera's over. Very calm, Josh. Vive la TV. Vive la TV, l'apéro.
Lorsque biscuit rencontre un crème, il est pur, délicieux, pour toujours.
Take your style to the next level with Nexus. Nexus, see the style.
It's really helpful. Just now, we deleted not one, not twice, not one, not two, not three, but 5 hours of content. No, I know for not a lot of guys that doesn't mean much, but for us it's crazy because I have to do low-key, high-key. I have to do, what do I talk about? 722 hours. We still have 135. So us taking out 5 hours, which is 130 right now, equal a lot, dude, a lot. So we had 30 hours left, right? And we delete 5, which is 1/6, or around 15-70%. Like right now, we delete shit. They're double. Drink some water, dude, because you're drunk as fuck.
Oh my fucking god, my YouTube trolls are miserable. Like, you think, okay, my YouTube trolls.
How drunk is that guy, bro?
Like, oh, hey, Cobra hasn't answered all fucking day. So, you know what? I'm gonna fucking harass Cobra Civil War.
Poor neighbors.
Cobra, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fucking fantastic. You know, I'm tired of my fucking YouTube trolls sitting there fucking calling false bullshit fucking calls on me. You know, like, oh, well, it gets the fucking police involved. So it's fucking hilarious.
Dude, it's so good.
Fucking miserable. And I'm like, I'm not gay, I'm straight. We're gonna fucking have the police over as much as we can. And I'm over here like, leave me the fuck alone!
That's sad.
Like, if I need to talk for a fucking emergency, I'll call them!
At first funny, now sad.
I'm sick of it!
That he's drunk.
At the end of the year, Clint was interviewed by YouTuber Your Favorite
Son.
Son. Clint
Yep.
mentioned that Josh's landlord was a really nice guy and supported Josh and hated the trolls. He didn't thank God live for this, man. Oh man, what a great guy. He is awesome. Yeah, he watches Josh's videos. He tells me all the time, click a word or a thing, and fucking say it's gonna be. We know the situation, we know who they are, we know what goes on. I watch his videos. He's good. All his neighbors love him. He has some nice.
Did you see the video yourself? I think so, bro.
In early January this year,
Aw.
Josh's new mentally unhinged girlfriend Jessica.
Fucking Jessica.
aka Queen Cobra.
Queen Jack shit, dude.
I'll dive more deeply into this mess in a separate video. Stay tuned.
Don't.
On the second day of the visit, the cops were called having received a report that Josh had an underage girl flashing her boobies and live streaming Buster Goes. Jessica handled it really well by becoming belligerent with the understanding officer who was well aware of Josh's infamy.
It's very nice. Fucking good. Get. Fluid fed. What? Fluid field what? I guess. Yeah, that's why you're shooting at them.
It goes without saying that whenever Josh and Jessica went live, deliveries were sent and the cops were called.
Fuck Jessica.
Pictures were hidden from our eyes and ears by muting and receipts over the camera.
Fuck you, Jessica. Fuck you. Nice. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 6 is 24. So good. My apologies.
After Jessica left, there was a collective sigh of relief. She was gone, but not for long. The first paid for a second round of plane tickets went to make all of Josh's birthday wishes come through. As soon as she arrived for a second visit, there were problems. The
No,
couple
you don't say.
yelled at each other multiple times a day, and it got to the point where Josh's neighbors began to complain. On March 23rd,
No.
Jessica almost flooded the building's laundry room by using machines at the same time.
No way.
Yes, I checked all of his pockets. There's nothing in his pants. Trust me, I know.
How am I surprised the king of goth got a of age got girlfriend?
I need to go find somebody. Oh my God! Lord have mercy!
How do you do?
This is not my fault. I did not do it. I did not fucking do it. God damn it! Why is this my life?
You sound like Josh.
My fucking life. This is not my life.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Apparently it is my responsibility. I'm supposed to do something. I already did my part. I'm waiting for this to relax so I can get out of here. That's what I'm trying. I'm actually waiting for the neighbors to show up. They're supposed to be here. I'm waiting. Love to talk to them. Well, considering this isn't my apartment complex and I'm not the landlord, it's not my issue. So, and considering that I'm also not maintenance, yeah, it's not my problem. They told us multiple times. I don't know how this is my problem.
The problem was eventually resolved, but Jessica made a court decision and bumped heads with maintenance and other tenants. Despite the evenings being tumultuous, Jessica began fervently cleaning Josh's apartment and was washing his crusty clothes. During one of the trips to the laundry room, Josh had an itch that his girl couldn't scratch. Poor Jessica walked in to quite the scene, finding her Joshy cranking down to a busty Guanchabe model, clad in 5 stockings. This isn't a joke, this actually happened. On March 25th, the couple had a heated argument over the incident, and Josh left with his neighbor, Aaron. In his absence, Jessica continued angrily cleaning, banging and stomping around the apartment.
Well, I'm not moving here, okay? I'm not moving here. Josh has someone else in his mind. I don't know. He'll show his new girlfriend in due time. He'll fucking tell you. He'll be jacking off to that fucking cotton meal time. So after all it's fucking done for them, I get treated. And I get treated. Okay, that's fine. So whatever blonde fucking triple E, goddamn triple Z, fucking tit whore, blonde fucking slut you want to marry, I don't know if she wants to marry you too. So he can have his blonde fucking goth whore fucking.
Goth.
That's what he wants. That's what he gets. That's fine. Oh, do you think not what you did to me earlier? Fucking with a cut to my throat. Okay.
Shout out all the blonde god chicks. Little PDF allegation right here.
The neighbors had finally had enough and complained to the building's punishment the next day on his birthday. Josh was
On his birthday. Sheesh.
before he'd been evicted. In the morning, Jessica broke Josh's window and tried to close it.
Just a minute.
How do you close this?
Oops.
This window's broken. Can't close it.
Good for you, Jessica.
That's great. I get to sleep in the freezing fucking cold because the window won't close.
Well, you broke it. What do you think?
That's great.
Later that day, Josh made a very weird and vague video about not complaining about his neighbors.
Oh, right back at it with another video, and it is.
Cobra.
Birthday, I am 33 years old.
Nope. Yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Support and appreciate it. For the record, just speaking out of randomness, I've never once complained about my neighbors. I don't care how loud they get. I don't care. And I'm not going to get into it because I'm not going to get into it. It's not something to get into this. We're going to work through this. They're young. Like I said, I would never call the cops on my neighbors or complain about them. I don't care how obnoxious they would be. I do not care. I don't believe in complaining about my neighbors. I don't like people complaining about me, so I'm not going to, do unto others as you have done to you. That's what life is all about. Remember that. Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah.
The next day, Jessica got into a massive argument with Josh about what pan he should use to cook bratwurst.
If you want to cook that, and Joshy, the cast iron has got bacon grease on it. If you cook
use this fucking thing that I got.
what?
I'll use it for this.
What?
Grab this one more together.
Hold on. I don't care how you cook it. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. Oh, but Joshy, no, you don't even have to do that.
Oh, Joshy. Baby.
Joshy, I don't care. Joshy, don't get upset.
So fucking toxic. Dude, I played for 4 hours. Yeah, 29 hours. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 7, 14. So 7, 14. Which means we got 16 hours to do. 14, 14. No, 14, 16. 14, 16. 14, that's 20. 23. 20, 30. 26, 30, 45. So I got about 400 videos to do. $400 megabyte. 80. Equates. 40, 80. That's 5 days. Days Wednesday to Monday. We're done.
In a skull shot glass. That's what he felt. After Jessica left, Josh Green alluded again to being kicked out. Propane to give you $2. Not necessarily because of
First attendant and first attendant. I'll go to 10.
It is what it is. I'm not gonna fully get into it. I'm leaving the dog on it for a hot minute because I don't want to talk about it. The whole thing just makes me want to fucking pull my hair out. What's left of it? Happy belated birthday, thank you. I do have to move, yes. But like I said, I'm not gonna get into it or say when I gotta be out or any of that. That's just, or if I found a place or anything like that. That's just none of your damn business. At a much later date, I'm settled and everything's more, you know what I'm saying? Without taking the steps that I need to make it happen, Canton. Moving to that suck ass. I love living up here, but it is what it is.
Because now we're talking to have difficulty. Also, Little Siwa. Come on, bitch, should have done better. Hate. So much. Okay.
The new owners of the Conquista owners basically saw the crap my shoulder pulling, and they were so mortified that they kicked me out. One of their bothers to contact me. What's the deal with all these one-star reviews and all these, oh, that's just our presidential autistic thing, fucking with my here, because these people are losers. You know, I've been looking nonstop. I've seen the options. I wish I could afford. And we'll make it happen, do what I can.
Josh said that he wasn't going to say when he was going to move out, but ended up letting it slip a few days later during the cooking video.
Probably anybody with me, I'm not worried about that. That means I'll just show you this is that.
The next night, Jessica seemingly confirmed during a stream that Josh was moving into a trailer.
I'm not moving into his trailer. I wouldn't be able to fit any of my stuff in there. I'm not moving there.
Bullshit.
The same night, Josh held Courtney's live stream and said that a new place had been bought for him, and he was just waiting to move in.
Are you happy?
I'm content.
Why should you be
I'm
happy?
content at my apartment, but I got a new place. I'm not going to say when I'm moving out of
Well,
it.
I know.
Yeah, I'm told that I've been going to the Conquistadors nonstop for like the last 5 fucking 6 years. And the new owners kind of not for it. We got some new owners. And YouTube trolled them a bunch of bullshit reviews on the Google reviews. And new owners were not aware of the whole situation. They were mortified. And they were doing like false favor complaints too on top of it.
Is it closer to downtown, dude? I want you to be closer to downtown again.
Not really, no. I got something to buy, yes. Wait patiently. I wasn't able to smoke in my new place because only my YouTube channel. Everything got me taking a place and I've got to live in better places.
Yeah.
Over the next couple of weeks, with Clint's help, Josh moved all this stuff out of his apartment.
You got 86 minutes off.
Emma visited him.
That
Josh
was
had to find his temporary location, but ended up making a video proving he's back home with Daddy.
Facebook, social media. There's fire, son.
In early May, Josh went live on some Toothless and Mongoloid's live stream
Isn't that nice?
to give an update on his housing situation.
Asking how big his new trailer is, I don't think he said he didn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want anybody to know.
Who said anything about being in fucking trailer? I said it was in your place.
I'm not moving into his trailer.
Yeah, no, he said he's moving to a new place. He's not saying trailer. He's not saying any of that. He just doesn't want anybody to know where he's moving. That's what he's saying. Rest in peace, homeboy Scotty. Yeah, exactly.
He's not there. Take another fucking trolls.
The dead dog chair. He said he still has it. When the dog Jesus league had it. It's not called the dead dog chair.
After updates videos, Josh finally
What a crazy world. We live in.
He made a short live stream and didn't really say much other than he was waiting for internet access.
I've been busy with moving, so I've been on YouTube quite some time. I don't have internet quite set up on a computer yet, but I will soon enough.
Nice 4 treat,
So
too.
I wanted to open this room only. The window has to be open and the door has to be closed. I do that in YouTube box set. Wait, I want to get that.
And that concludes the video. You are now up to date, and I look forward to what Josh gets up to in his new dwelling.
The crazy thing is, they said that this is not a trailer. They showed a trailer, right? And I don't know. I never been in a trailer because, well, you know, I don't think there's trailers in Montreal. Maybe. Probably. There's everything and anything. However, I did see a lot of HGT videos and Good Grandpa, so I know what the trailer looks like. Oh yeah, I'm quite a cultivated little guy. Who'd have thought? Well, me, envie. Vive la prairie, la prairie. Doing a little bit better today. Kind of want to listen to more Cobrajitas, but shit. I already listened to a lot. Okay, what? Girl with boy with autism. wait, what? Girl with autism. Boy with autism.
We got Cobra Eats festivals.
The life. And terrible, no good. Terrible, no good. No good, Jessica. Keep going, and the World Cup rage.
There's so many amazing guitar players
In the
that I
world.
look up to. I don't know who the fuck that is, so I'm not gonna answer it.
Quite rude, Josh.
Right now I'm in the middle of a fucking live stream, so I want to finish that. And to the person who's knocking on my door, I don't mean to be offensive.
Whoa. It's too late for that, my boy.
Oh, it hurts to see who it is. Take off the vintage shades for a second. Oh my god. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Oh my god, I'm so jealous of Cobra. I put garlic butter on his pizza. So we're gonna. Oh my god, YouTube, hold up. I gotta laugh at this shit. This right here is proof that I rule my trolls' lives. My trolls are so fucking jealous of King Cobra JFS that, oh my god, one of his legit fans sent him a bunch of alcohol, do a fucking video, and then send him some free little sweet. You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna fucking. Hold up. Oh, this is too goddamn funny. Oh my god, my trolls are fucking beyond sad. It's like, I'm so jealous of King Cobra, I'm gonna send him, and it's like, is this your idea of trolling? I'm gonna send Cobra a bunch of garlic butter cups from Domino's, because Cobra loves pizza and he hates sickos. So let's spend all day calling him a sicko, and then fucking send him free garlic butter cups, because we're fucking losers. Let me just open this up for a second. Hold up, YouTube. It's like, oh hey, Cobra put the chat on. How can we fuck with Cobra's name? Here's a bunch of free garlic cups. Here's a bunch of free garlic cups they've been paid for. Oh, because Cobra likes smearing garlic butter all over his pizza. This would be hilarious. And Cobra's over here like, yeah, man.
This is me a couple of months from now.
Like, oh my god. If we get Cobra, it's like my trolls are trying so hard to get me kids.
I got 5 gigs.
And when it doesn't work, oh my god, I don't show that boggle piece of shit. How worthless he is. I love garlic butter, especially from my favorite pizza restaurants. Even if I don't have pizza to put it on, I can save the garlic butter cups for like and shit. You know, maybe I get my account out of the negative and I get some groceries to make bacon cheeseburgers. I can put that garlic butter on a bacon cheeseburger and like food hack it, you know? So like they're trying to send the fucking free butter cups to fuck with me, but I'm over here like, thanks man, it's free food. I'm so fucking jealous that Cobra gets free alcohol from his fans to do some crazy bullshit challenge. Like, oh hey Cobra, Jake said if you drink this entire bottle of alcohol on camera, we'll give you $100. And my trolls are so fucking jealous of that kind of loyalty. They're like, okay, hey, I get to make $100 drinking alcohol when no one else does, like I do. Well, you know what? That's cool. I'll fuck with it. Oh hey Cobra, we know you're a fat, autistic, alcoholic piece of shit who loves smothering his fucking shitty pizza and garlic butter. So you know what we're gonna do?
Fish with Nice was.
We're gonna fucking send you a fucking box full of Domino's
Still
garlic
wasn't.
cups. That'll
So
show Cobra.
got
And I'm over here like,
50%
thanks, man. That'll put
of
some
them
flavor into my
being
next
great.
food hack.
But
Meanwhile,
you're
I
right.
got 2 pieces of, like, the
2
little
isn't a
scissors
lot.
left. I'm sitting here like, dude, people control me. I'm like, you don't see me sending my trolls free food.
Oh,
How
almost
is it
died.
trolling? You know what's really fucking sad? That the fucking drunk, autistic, alcoholic piece of shit has to fucking explain this crap to you fucking simpletons. You don't see me giving my trolls money. Just be like, you better quit trolling King Cobra JFS. Here's $1. You better not watch my videos. You don't see me doing that crap. Fuck you. If anything, I'm like, hey, you want to watch King Cobra's videos? Have at it, Haas. It's not like people are holding a magic wand to your fucking head, threatening Avada Kedavra or the Cruciatus curse. Like, so help me God, you better fucking watch
What?
Cobra's videos, or you're getting the Cruciatus curse. Like, fuck you, dude.
I don't know what that is.
And furthermore, this is supposed to fucking troll me into quitting YouTube. I'm over here like, dude, I love Domino's garlic butter. I could use that shit in my next food hack. So thanks for the extra butter cups, and thanks for watching my YouTube video. You don't have to donate money, but it's greatly appreciated. appreciated. Y'all donating money and garlic butter cups to my cause. I feel so loved and appreciated. Like, oh, one of Cobra's legit fans send free alcohol to do a fucking challenge stream with. It'll be really funny. Yeah, what would be really funny is if we took, and the same dude who sent me the free alcohol sent me some free Little Caesars to munch out on, and my fucking trolls are so fucking jealous that they think, oh, you know, it'd be really funny if we make fun of Cobra by sending him a bunch of free garlic butter cups. And then when Cobra gets it, I'm like, shit, something to dip my last 2 pieces in. Fucking A, thank you, trolls. Thank you, YouTube trolls. I got some garlic butter to dip my last 2 pieces of Little Caesars in. Hold up. I'm like, you know what? If my YouTube trolls were molested by their parents as kids, taking it out on Cobra is not going to erase their fucked up childhood. You might want to get some help for that.
Feels like that, huh?
You want to fucking sit there and obsess over calling Cobra a sicko when Cobra fucking hates sickos? One of those Ozzy Osbourne and Cobras? You're fucking with the wrong person, dude. I'm going to turn your insult around on you. Once again, I want to say to my YouTube trolls, thank you for sucking me and Ozzy Osbourne's dick and giving me some free butter for my pizza.
Very kind.
Oh my god. Like, this Little Caesars was so fucking good, it didn't even need sauce. And then a bunch of my trolls are like, oh, you know, it'd be funny. We know where Cobra lives. Let's send him for fucking free sauce. Then I'll show him. It's like, show me what? Show me what? The only thing sadder than my YouTube trolls are kids who get raped by pedophiles. That's the only thing that's sadder than my YouTube trolls.
What are you on, dude? What the fuck? Sure, it's pretty sad.
How is that trolling? If I hate Justin Bieber, why the fuck would I send him free food? That's what I don't understand.
What? Don't bring Justin in there, bro.
Like, if Justin Bieber had a craving for garlic butter on pizza, how the fuck is this trolling? Honestly, I want to say thank you, because that is a nice touch. The last 2 Little Caesars cheese sticks.
Rank 4. So we got rank 4. And back I might make it a champion. Now on the sword store. Guardian, I got 2 bundles. Seal. Fetch. Let's keep fetch. Fine chance. Double fine chance. Whoa. It's good, but it does seem to take a lot of resources.
That's the fucking truth, dude. These fucking pelican fuckers.
Pelican fuckers.
How the fuck is that trolling? If King Cobra JFS likes garlic butter and he likes smearing it all over his
Pelican fucker. It's a new one.
just so you might be like, oh, that's disgusting. Maybe garlic is not your cup of tea. Not fine. That's your
Cup of tea.
I'm like, how the fuck is this trolling you, dude? Like, is this supposed to make fun of people because I like putting garlic butter on my pizza?
You're almost done.
Hold up. This is fucking hilarious, YouTube. How many pizzas can I make with this garlic butter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I put 2 cups of garlic butter on each pizza, that's enough garlic butter for 6 different pizzas.
Hope so.
So thank you to my YouTube trolls
Fitch.
for supporting me and getting Ozzy Osbourne
Great
covers my ass
potential.
and thank you for sending me
But
all
doesn't
the free delicious
start really great.
butter, because let me tell you, I love my
So,
garlic butter.
do we have that?
Well, that's garlic, that's a fucking stereotype. Go fuck yourself. Thank you for sending me free garlic butter. I appreciate it.
Look how close we are to the end.
From the Domino's/Little Caesars that my fans already sent me, and then my fucking trolls are like, "Oh fuck Cobra! I'm so jealous of Cobra. He gets free alcohol, free tobacco, and sweet care packages, and people give him money to his PayPal and Cash App."
2000 times 5 is 15. It's 16 handles. Let's say 15. 700. I got 15. 138. So that's not enough. Should be okay. Champion. We might make it to legend. I might make it to legend, people. I might make it to legend. Ooh, shit. Look at the legend. I'm gonna be so happy. Don't worry about a thing. What the fuck? Did you good? Probably not, huh? Probably not, bro, huh?
I'm sorry, my YouTube, this fucking Domino's box of fucking garlic butter makes me laugh my fucking ass off. Because I'm sitting here like, dude, I love Domino's garlic butter. And garlic butter are all my favorite pizza chains. So how is this trolling?
I'm at level 1.
You said you would give me a fucking dollar on Cash App and PayPal and be like, you better not go lie, Cobra. I fucking hate your guts. I'm over here like, I'm gonna go lie regardless if you like it or not. Oh, hey, thanks for your dollar, prick. Like, oh, congratulations! We know where King Cobra JFS lives. We're such obsessive stalker losers that we're going to accuse Cobra of stalking Ellen, even though he doesn't stalk her, while we stalk her and stalk him at the same time. Fucking massive, miserable, fucking hypocrites, dude. It's the fucking truth. Like, someone can't handle the fact that I'm friends with Ellen's parents, and it has nothing to do with her. You gotta insert some bullshit into your.
Ooh, go to the bathroom.
Go fuck yourself. The idea of Cobra being happy because I get to go hang out with Walt Kenji, or like, oh hey, I get my tactical silk. Or Ozzy Osbourne released a new album. Or hey, Colonel Phil Danny Phil gave you a shout out. They can't handle it, dude. Anytime I'm happy in life, my trolls are miserable. I really want to be fucking with my trolls. I should be happy all the time. Just to fuck with my YouTube trolls. I'm like, no, you know what? That's too easy.
Okay, bathroom time. The downfall of us all. My apologies.
And what kills me about it is my fucking YouTube trolls will spend all day, every day going, how the fuck can we call King Cobra? No, excuse me. How the ooh, man, I have to hiccup. Alcohol and already good.
I see you.
How the fuck can we call King Cobra a sicko even though so long Cobra hates sickos more than he loves cobras? Never mind how desperate it makes us look for attention. Never mind the fact how it makes my trolls look like sickos themselves and how they're projecting their insecurities onto Cobra. No, we hate Cobra, so therefore, I'm like, you want to bully me for the shit? So I'm like, hey man, like I told my trolls, if you got molested as kids, taking it out on Cobra is not gonna fucking erase your fucked up childhood. I'm serious. If my YouTube trolls were molested as kids, and that's why they have this weird obsession with pedophiles, I'm like, bullying Cobra for hating pedophiles is your fucked up childhood. Like, Cobra, you need to get laid, you fucking sicko. And I'm over here like, wow, your life is fucking sadder than mine. And I'll drink to that. I want to thank the King Cobra JFS subreddit for personally sucking my dick and kissing my ass and making me internet famous. I appreciate it. You loser, cocksucking pedophile pieces of shit.
That's okay, but look at how nice he is.
Every time
You need to, everything will be okay. Oh shit.
You're basically calling it to yourself. Because I would sacrifice everything I love in my life, including my lawn business, my YouTube
And we're back.
getting signed by
Fucked up. Okay, I'll fix it. No problem.
everything that I
How much?
want in life. Everything that I have, including I would sacrifice
We have 51 is good. 51 is good.
So be it. I would sacrifice getting Kobe's pussy the rest of my life. And
51 is great. Let's focus on.
I have to wonder want to be my ass shit all about. When they're recording a video. So it's like, hey man. Like Cobra, quit trying so hard to be that Ozzy Osbourne is pathetic. Sitting
When I
there
film stuff.
Sharon's ass.
Doesn't matter, you know why?
And it's like, it's not even about that.
When I film you, but you know why it's okay? I might be making it to legend.
Don't get me wrong, it would be a dream come true. It would be just the best. But I've already got a thing going with Alex Ford. You know, I've already got a record deal going that's underground. And that's how you kind of get started kind of thing. Even if he's just like, hey, you know what? I don't want to sign you because you drink too much and your trolls are assholes. I'm like, you know what? I respect that. You know, but I'm not trying that hard. There's a lot of people who want to sign King Cobra JFS.
How many?
Because when you make Reddit's top video page 2 times in a row, all of a sudden that subreddit is dedicated to hating King Cobra and ruining his life. All it's doing is making me more famous. No, I've been very vocal about this on YouTube. I'm like, that would be fucking sweet if Ozzy and Sharon signed my ass. But what's in it for them? Okay, I don't want Ozzy Osbourne to sign my ass just because I can sing like the Beatles and I'm one of his biggest fans. What's in it for Sharon and Ozzy? You know, the people really want to see King Cobra do his thing. You gotta think like a big
Don't make it welcome to the commentary. So the more on this 30th, we have a little bit of a little bit of behind the scene. I'm tired. So watching King Cobra. Sorry, this is disgusting. Watching King Cobra. Behind the scene, we got 3 towers, right? So right now, the new meta going on. The new meta is we always use notification to lower down the quality of the video because we're recording at too much of a quality. It's taking a lot of space for the tower. Like for example, right now we're at 5 hours 24 minutes. We just had 24. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this, but it takes a lot of space for a couple hours until I edit it down. So the plan, I'm so tired. The plan is to have this phone edit it in one time. This one edit it in one time, so I'm gonna be using one phone. The greatest thing after that is we're still editing videos, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using this phone to play some Gundam Eternal. I'm gonna be editing back down on this phone. I'm gonna be playing video games, and then on the third phone we'll be watching some Netflix. So draft Gundam Eternal, and then on Netflix. That's how we're gonna do it.
people really like JFS. And I
Good.
thoroughly appreciate
Or was I?
what I get from my fans.
And now my
I
time.
have like a bazillion fans. I appreciate
Oops.
the
No.
fan that I get. 1 second, put my filters on. You go to Walmart, get some black bras, get those that are everything proof. That's what I do. Like people are like, Cobra, what do you wear for boots?
Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to right away do the haircut. I prefer extra quarter to, and to be honest, it's a lot simpler, it's a lot well better done. It's quicker. Which is the most simple part. And valuable, guys.
I agreed to do this challenge with my fans. Jake was just like, hey man, if you drink this entire bottle of vodka on YouTube, I'll give you $100. And I'm like, and okay, no challenge, no fucking being like, okay, I don't care how long it takes, do your thing, kind of thing. I'm like, it sounds almost too good to be true, but then fucking Jake sent me some Little Caesars, which I downed. Like the last time my troll sent me a bullshit pizza, they literally sent me an entire fucking
Godfrick,
pizza
Godfrey.
with no sauce, no cheese,
Godric.
crust, and half a
You're grafting.
crust full of sausage,
X.
and like one shitty cup of garlic butter.
That's a Godric.
I'm like, I'm not gonna let this asshole fucking ruin my
With
evening.
Inya.
Take that pizza
So-
and they sent me with no cheese and no sauce.
And
And I'm
Neil.
gonna hack it into my own pizza. And then be like, hey trolls, thanks for the content, I appreciate it. Now please, suck Ozzy Osbourne and King Cobra's dick harder while you're at it. Like, oh my god, we're gonna send Cobra a fucking pack of Domino's box full of nothing but garlic butter. Hoping he'll freak out on camera and have an autistic freak outs. And when it doesn't work, he just
Right.
bitch slaps the trolls with it. I tend to think, hey man, Cobra's pretty legendary. What the fuck are you doing with your life?
1 hour later.
Oh, let's go. We're over the tower for right now. Nice. So we're in my mission. We're not them.
I know. I'm gonna send Cobra
What's that noise?
a bunch of free garlic cups. Because Cobra likes putting garlic butter on his pizza.
Say my name.
Inspector Bloor. Inspector Bloor. Anti-Semites like Inspector Bloor. Inspector Bloor? I 100% believe that guy does something like that. That's hilarious. Inspector Bloor. Captain Blood. Oh, this is disgusting.
You're goddamn right.
Inspector Bloor.
Oh, that's a channel name. Okay. Like, what the fuck is this guy? So that's it. We're done. We'll be back possibly today or tomorrow. Ta-da-da, ta-da-da-da.
Voici une nouvelle imitation de chocolat avec un centre délicieusement chocolaté dans toute la famille en folle.
Well, I guess you could kill him.
Scared with the flyers and stuff. Well, we haven't figured it out yet, so I should open out the trash can. Yep, we're doing it. Sure they can, it's funny. Someone says like, hey, I'm gonna broke this doing it. I pressed all the war. I made a sandwich for the video, I used to trash off house and put the seals in. I'm like, so, pumpkin pie.
Blink, welcome to Welcome to the Show. Yes, doing well, having a wonderful day on this 1st of May, 2025. Feeling a lot better today. So without further ado, let's enjoy some of the tower. We should have our results from the tournament. It is a gorgeous day outside. I'm gonna go to my father. We finished rank 14 for champion, which is actually pretty good. We got 250, 250. That's the way to go. Patch note. Ooh, we got a new patch note. 6 about improved coin calculation for fetch coin. Okay. We got a claim and reward. We got rank 14 once again. That's quite important because I don't remember us doing that good ever before. So this is good to know. We got 4 out of 6. Okay, good. So let's do 9. Let's do with AFK. Perfect. Okay. Nice. Now we have with the shield. We have 646. We had the first rank, which is great. However, it's not great because we've been platinum before. So it's not a new record. It's just better than what we did last week, which that's great. Okay, that's good. Him swinging big. Then we have 15 platinum. This is pretty much the same that we usually get. So let's do this one. Let's do this. Let's just check if we're still recording because again, you know me, Mr. Paranoiac. We're good. Okay, perfect. Okay, buy one card. Buy one card. That's easy to do. Nice. Now we got tier 9. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Rocky. Ooh. I grow tired. He's funny. He's really funny. Okay, now. Don't blink if you blink. We'll go to the comparison. Because we want to have a wonderful day on this first May 2025. We're a week away from 4 years of content creation and a new Elden Ring playthrough. We have sausage. We just made the sausage. Just called my father, so I woke up about 15 minutes ago. Here's the nature corn, my nature corn. Yeah, that's basically my day. Okay. me. No, I understand. The facts wrong. I got you friends. See, you got my brand. Bottle, yeah. It's okay. I topped it off. Let's grab a leg. Gotta work what you got. Gotta work what you got. Problem. What you see? Everything's under that. You can see through me. You have to get my drug. Grab a leg. It's okay. Gotta work what you got. Gotta work what you got. One bottle. What you say? You're gonna see what they need. Maybe I'll be on my mind. Remember that. I love you. I'm rocking EJ's and no shirt. But it's okay, it's Gramilla. It's Gramilla. Gotta work what you got. Gotta work what you got. All the bullshit and all the problem. Don't you see? I'm just high. It's on me. People gonna drink. The back patrol with you and all your friends. I'll be on my grind. Trying to get high. Later, we wanna unlock later. Right now, let's get this paper. Smile all on haters. Good. Shower. Two. Still have so much to do with the car trading. Gotta work what you got. Don't you see? Okay. Ugh. Later. There's ya. Don't link Sibuyan Coco's controversial. Because we're also having a wonderful day today on this first May 2025, the first day of May, the month of my concentration anniversary. So this is next week. This is on the 9th. We're gonna be doing a 24 hours of outdoing, one of my first stream back. It coincides perfectly with the schedule. Here's the issue of the day on this first May. Today's a bit of a harder day. When I say a bit, it's a lot of a harder day. Woke up feeling pretty down, pretty depressed, no energy. Now I had planned to see my father because my mom, she needs the paper. So with my mom needing the paper, that's I think quite important for her. Now it's gonna be my day. Honestly, we have to leave in about 20 minutes. So with that being said, let's freaking go. I want to make some videos. I want to stream a little bit. We've been playing some games. They're phenomenal. So let's enjoy the game. They're phenomenal. And that's pretty much my day. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of energy today. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't link. It's your boy, Welcome to the show. And we're also having a wonderful day on this first May 25, first day of the month of birthday on the 9th. Going to be doing a 24-hour stream. Going to do my comeback stream, which is super cool. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is a personal shout out, a personal thank you, a personal hi to Maxwell. So who's Maxwell? Maxwell is a friend of mine. We met on TikTok. We were super close. Then Maxwell, even on TikTok, was dealing with mental issue. And I'm not saying like she's not cool, she's weird. I'm saying that she was kind of battling with depression or very serious depression, and then she left TikTok. And then you can understand that right now we're going through it. Also, that's why we're talking so slowly, talking without energy, without anything. We're going through depression ourselves. So Maxwell disappeared. And me and Maxwell, it was weird because me and Maxwell, although we were very close, we weren't that close. We got to really know each other for 2 or 3 weeks, and then she left. So like, okay, we're close, but not that close. And then yesterday I go on my YouTube and I'm receiving another DM in the comments that says happy day, beautiful soul. I'm like, that's really nice. I see the picture and it's her. So we're back. I was back together. Why not? It's just a blessing. Because and it goes to show how crazy the world is. There's how many channels on YouTube, right? There's how many people on YouTube, and then yesterday she appeared out of thin air. When I touched my hair, she appeared out of thin air, and she's like, hey, hope you're doing well. We just got to talk a little bit. We'll be talking more today, but it's just a blessing because you lose people, you get people back, and then sometimes there's people in your life that you really care about, and those people will come and go. But when they come back, it's super nice. And I just want to shout her out. She's doing much better nowadays, and I think that deserves a golf clap. So congrats on doing better. And thank you for being here. I know I'm saying thank you for being here for everybody, but in particular because I'm okay. So with Maxwell, we know that the depression, and I'm saying this because I don't know exactly what it is. It could be depression, it could be medical depression, it could be TPL, it could be bipolar. We don't know people, right? I wish her that it's the simplest of thing, of course, because I care about her. I like the girl. But I could be reminiscent of TikTok, and we know that TikTok was a trigger, right? So us meeting on TikTok could be like oh well, this is an old world that hurt me a lot. Don't link, it's your boy, Welcome to the commercial. And we're also having a wonderful day on this first May 25. As you can see, where depression today is bad, so we aren't talking this much. We aren't talking that much. I'm gonna have a hard time communicating, talking to you guys. But here we are, and this is a video that is actually positive. So I want to force myself to make a positive video because again, these are some of the only, if not the only, kind of that I have with outside world, right? And if I view outside world as a positive, maybe I can get out of my head. If I get out of my head, maybe you can heal, right? It's crazy to say, but maybe you can heal faster, which is absolutely a crazy statement because the thing with healing is it might take 2 weeks, it might take 3 weeks, you never know. And even with physically speaking, you can tell, okay, well, around this time, right? But it's never precise. So the positive content today is never lacking content, and the impossibility for me to stop making content. One of my most endearing facts, not my best quality, endearing quality, is that I get amazed at a lot of things. That I got a lot of interest in a lot of things. I'm pretty open-minded, extremely excited by life, extremely excited. I know I don't look like it, but extremely excited by life, extremely excited by the possibility of life, the hardship, the greatship, and there's always this case. There's always this case of I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make content, right? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make hip-hop videos in and out. And this is something that I did before, but this is a video that we're really now because the mindset completely changed. So the mindset used to be, well, you know what? We have to put 20 videos a day. And then lately with depression, with the lack of ID, with the other thing that we're doing because we're working on X, Y, and Z, I realized that even if I post 5 or 6 videos a day, it's still good. It's still good because at the end of the day, we managed to, you see depression, more aggressive. Even if we post, we're still posting, we're still working. I found out that there's so much things I can do more. Like when the last time I did this video or did this concept of video, I was only streaming, right? I was only streaming. Now I'm editing, I'm streaming, playing mobile gaming, which is a different thing because it's not streaming, it's just recorded content, just relaxed content. We're making videos, we're having a different perspective of videos. Before when I made this video, the only thing I would do junk food, taste, taste, and that's it. Now we're talking a bit more about life. This video that we're doing right now, the comfortability to talking about depression is something we can do before, right? So the video that we're doing right now is kind of great. So I'm gonna sneeze. So with the lack of content, and now this is the perfect opportunity. So I'll be completely honest, this idea for non-stop content came out last year. Came out last week. Because I was like, you know what? There's summer going on, right? And I'm happy because we didn't make that much content in winter, but we still managed to make content, and now we're able to do a big period of time where we do content. So nature corn, XYZ actually. So it is extremely positive. And then last week we had the trigger for depression, which was a debt, which was breaking the phone, which was the non-acceptance of job, the fact that we both were giving out CVs and we're coming back. And I'm working for an agency that is not doing their job. They're not finding me work. They're not giving me work. That's the plan of a agency, right? And the step completely changed. The idea behind completely changed. And I'm realizing that even though I have depression, we're still managing to upload content. Now, technically speaking, this content is unreleased content that was filmed months ago, years ago. In some cases, yes, years ago, which is nuts. But at the same time, it's kind of crazy in a great sense because yes, we're posting old content, it's unreleased content, it's still new content. It's all new content. And that is, we still have 700, 800, 900 possible videos. I'm gonna say 700 to be safe. Possible videos to upload, right? And then we're filming every single day, and then I'm watching shows, which means I'm recording some recap, I'm watching some reviews, we're playing different games. So, and the craziest thing that I just realized is last time we did this video, we didn't have a gaming channel. We still had the main channel and the gaming channel. We still had the main channel, no gaming channel. So I think us having those two channels feel busier. And because it feels busier, I think we're more comfortable with the fact that, okay, well, you know what? I got a lot of things to do. When I talk about infinite content and non-content limits, right? I think what I'm trying to say, what am I trying to say? I don't even know myself. Oh, no focus. So yeah, it's like I'm high. What I'm trying to say is, it's not the concept. It's not the lack of video that's making. Okay. I'm not afraid of having no videos to make because it's being afraid of not having concepts. As long as I have a concept, so I have this one concept, I can make 3 videos out of it. I have this other concept, I can make 7 videos out of it. You know, I have this third concept, I can make 1 video, but there's still concept, right? And then we have a concept, and then when I'm watching my statistic and what video does well, I'm seeing old videos, I'm like, oh, what is a nice subject. This is how the idea for this specific video came out, right? So I'm not afraid of lacking content, I'm not afraid of not having inspiration, I'm not afraid of anything, to be honest. We're doing good. So yes, I have to go to my father's house, so we'll leave here. But here's to years and years and years of making more content. I love you guys. Don't link, is going, welcome to the show. Starting off on this first May 2025, we are having the 4th anniversary of Content Creation on the 9th, which means Elden Ring for 24 hours. Are you excited? Because I am excited. Which today we're doing something completely different. Today we're doing a Tower Talk, which is a Tower Talk for the shorts. We're trying to do our very first Tower Talk short video where we're talking to the camera, which is something that we're doing that's brand new, something that you guys been wanting. With Tower Talk, I tend to talk because I love the game so much. So a short could be better for you guys for digestion. So the first thing that changed, we have the second season of the quests. I did talk about it a little bit. We have a great new amount of things. We have 2 skins for the Guardian, which gave us some bonuses. We have a new banner, which gave us some bonuses. We have a new menu that gave us some bonuses. We have a tower and a tower background, which is 8 tower bonuses, right? Which is pretty good. We have the Guardianship. The Guardianship being fetch. Fetch is so freaking good. However, I have like I'm complaining that we didn't have more. It's Guardian, but I'm gonna call it like a pet chip slot. So we're only able to have 2 chips. The 2 that we had are possibly for most people the allies and the attack, which are 2 great ones. And with only 4, it kind of comes at a big price. Now, I'll be completely honest, I did watch Fetch. Fetch is incredible. Fetch is godly. However, Fetch sucks. Fetch has great potential. So it's every 2 minutes you have 10% chance of finding something and 2% chance to double find, right? So Fetch is actually really good when you really put in the effort to bring it up. So it could be something great, but not for now. The plan for the tower, we're still upgrading attack sword. We're still upgrading the elf regen and defensive. Besides, we're still upgrading attack speed and range. I think we're gonna be upgrading these until the very end. Give myself a nice little boost of coin. Why? Well, it's actually quite simple. We are in a comfortable spot of tier 9 and tier 9 for sword and shield. I'm making a lot of coin. I'm making a lot of elite stone to research. So we're in a very comfortable spot. Now today we're gonna be doing tier 7 and tier 8, but I can get the skin for both. On tier 9 we're at 2,200, so I can get the skin for both 7 and 8, which is a 0.12% bonus on our 0.12% on our coin bonus. So this is gonna be it. If I see that I have a lot, I'm gonna do perks, because for now, because we're playing a lot, 9 is great. But the second we start working, I'm gonna have to go back to 1 or 2, right? So the perks bonuses are gonna be extremely important. 2 minutes. Okay, let's go. Now we have to go to my father's house. Okay. About to be fighting those. That's how we're gonna do. Okay. Good job. Good job. Yes. Okay. Good. That's the nectar. No, dude. The heck? Back to this guy, sorry. Okay, perfect. No, I don't take shit, so let's wear the hat. Okay. Dumpling is Wayne. Welcome to the Local Shop. President Walls having a wonderful day on this first May 2024 gum. We have a great news today. We've been having a little bit of a harder time lately with depression and things like that. So we're gonna bring in a new concept, which is an old concept, which is the night stroll. So I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Let's put some music because we're doing well today. So let's put some music and try to at least have a little bit of a better time, right? So I talked about this a couple of weeks ago about how I wanted to do the night stroll. They're back. But I thought about, hey, I want to bring them back. The reason why I didn't bring them back was because I had my skateboard, and my skateboard per se is amazing, right? I love my skateboard. However, my skateboard isn't really resistant to I don't know what it's cracking the asphalt or cracked in the well, you know, in the road. So I can't really see it at night. Now, for the nature corn, what I plan to use more the GoPro. Now, the problem with the GoPro, which is a fantastic device and I really like it, the problem with the GoPro is you cannot really use it in the dark. It will not show up, right? So there is a very simple thing. Now, what happened is, it's actually a really fun thing. So what happened was, it was really, it was really late. I had to go to the election next morning. I remember for the election next week. Holy shit, you see I talk, in here is not going well, right? So, let's restart that. So, I was going to the election, right, last week, right? And then doing the last week, this is going to help a lot though. This is really going to help. And we're gonna do this with the house. Over my head, I heard it's the softest thing. It looks like I could kill my walk. A day to remember. It's complicated. Okay, let's go to it's complicated. The funniest thing is, we spent the whole day waiting for my neighbors not to have music, and now it's freaking raining. It's possible why they come in. This is the first video of the day we did, which is possibly the last one. And then I want to get rain on myself, which is a crazy concept, but still. So you see how much it's helped already? This really helps. It's crazy how it helps. It went so good. My favorite. Some of these songs, but they to remember. Age really well with these a little bit less. Mr. Highway, Homesick, A Day. Welcome to the family. You know what? Let's go with Ice and Kill. Yep. Let's go with Ice and Kill and let's do compilation. Okay, play this again. I know. It's not a bad song, just I age differently, you know? Which is insane. So go back to Sunday. I was always afraid because my phone keeps on breaking, and every single time it's really expensive. And it happened once, you said okay, it happened twice, you said okay. But now I spent over, it's crazy. We spent over 2,000 just in phone repair, right? Now, ultimately speaking, this is my tool of work, right? So it doesn't really matter. First of Crystal Lake. So we're gonna be trying this. Listen to this today. See, I shouldn't count that when I'm depressed, but this is the only thing I want to do, so let's do it. So I was afraid of breaking the phone in the dark, because again, I can't see the cracks, so the skate, if I get into a crack, it's not good. And when I'm doing a night core, so when I'm doing nature core, I'm looking at nature. When I'm doing night core, I'm constantly looking at the ground, hoping to find the crack before I go in. So I'm going in and I'm enjoying myself, and I'm talking to you guys, and I'm making content, and it's great. And it's really with this one, because we have the dual camera, so we see here and see here. No, Larson, TGIF. No, we're fake. The curse of Crystal Lake. Not my favorite. Holy shit, why is my battery so low? Well, that's a big problem. I need to upload. Don't you know it's never enough? Let's go with see, battery is low. Let's go with Jason Mom, actually really good. But before that, let's do Indian. No, it is the end because it's a different song. It is the end, actually also really good. It is the end is a hard to it's good. So the plan would be to have not be afraid of the cracks. Now, not be afraid of the cracks. And I said really nicely, I was supposed to go to the election. What ended up happening was I couldn't go to the election because this is really nice because I couldn't go to the election because my father was dead. So I had to use the scooter that we had because my father was like, hey. So I had a scooter before. So what ended up happening was so this is a long story. Holy shit. So what ended up happening was I was working at PCT. Right? And then at PCT, what happened is I would come to skateboard every single day. And I was sweating a lot in the summer. The boss was like, hey, it's not normal that you come in and you're sweating already. I don't mind if you're sweating at 2 o'clock. I want you to sweat at 2 o'clock, but not at 7 when you're starting. Okay, no problem. So now I started taking the bus, and now I realized the price of the bus was a lot. Now I don't, it's complex because back then I was making 12, 40. We're 10 years from then. Well, I was 24 when I started. So we're 8 years from then. And then now the minimum salary is 16 to 10. But back then I was making 12, 40. Right? Inflation's a bitch. Then what ended up happening was I couldn't buy every single bus pass because it was so expensive. And the problem with the company with PCT was I was an agency worker. So as an agency worker, you're never sure if you'll last. You're never sure if they'll keep you. You can fire you like that. Today you have a job, on Monday you don't have a job. So my friend were like, at work, my friends were like, hey, why don't you buy an electric scooter? And the boss was also there. We were having see, this is a big story. We were having dinner. Every Friday we had dinner with friends, with the group, with friends. Mary on the ground, not going around. Some people, I still love this crazy world. Some people are just, yeah, I'll tell you guys the story. Well, I can tell you right away. For fuck's sake. Whoops. I can kind of see it on this thing, and people are crazy. They'll look it up. They'll see the information. So I went in the bus, like, and then the guys were talking about, hey, why don't you get a scooter? And I was like, ooh. And then one of the guys was like, hey, as a joke, you're gonna get hurt because I'm not the most careful guy. I went to work and I hurt myself 3 times, one for the legs, one for the fingers, one mentally. And yeah, so in 7 or 8 years, I never remember. So what ended up happening was the boss was like, hey, if you buy a scooter, it's gonna be safe here. We have a place for you in the front to charge it. And the boss was really nice about it and said, in the winter, if you want, you can put it in the storage. We have the storage units. And I was like, wow, thank you so much. So I bought a scooter. Now I didn't think, I'm impulsive, so when I went to buy the scooter, I didn't check if there was electric skateboard. So my knowledge of electric things weren't great. I electric toothbrush. That's pretty much it. And then what happened is, I bought the scooter, and then at first I liked it, right? But not really sooner. Okay. So the truth is, I wish I would say that, but even back then I was overworked. I was doing so much things at the same time. So even back then, which was 8 years ago, I was playing multiple games. So I would have had a normal skateboard. Normal skateboard would take me 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes to go home. I had Netflix. I had a show for the road. And I know you shouldn't look at your phone when you're skateboarding, but I was. And I went to the electric skateboard, the scooter. And with the electric scooter, the bad thing is, as soon as you take out your hand, it's fucked. So I couldn't really watch my shows. And there's one time we put the phone on top of the scooter, the phone fell, cracked. That was expensive, so I was like, okay, fuck that. So a year later, so in 2020, I want to say 2020, 1920, before the pandemic, we ended up buying our electric skateboard, and electric skateboard was way better, and it was just way better. So this scooter, I didn't end up using it, so I was like, okay, well, let's give it to Nats, which is my stepmom. Let's give it to her because she also she also lived close to work. She also lived close to work. Yeah, that makes sense. So you had to choose in between. Okay, well, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna get it. No, I don't think okay, let's get it. Now, Jason Mom. Jason Mom is actually really freaking good. I love Jason Mom. So Jason Mom is Fountain of Youth, Stacey's mom. But he did with Jason Mom, which is Jason Voorhees, which is Friday 13th. Got it going on, Jason's mom. So we're doing okay today. We're doing a bit better, Jason's mom has got it going on. So my computer died. Let's go charge it. Jason, you remember that wasn't so great, wasn't so great. And they drowned in the lake, drowned in the lake. But one woman stood by you. And it's Marcy's head. Better off that. You see, today I don't release that content. I feel like fucking sleeping. But if I sleep tomorrow, I'm gonna be sleepy. Because when you oversleep, you end up sleeping for a long ass time. So the more you sleep, the more tired you are, right? Because your body, you're forcing yourself to sleep. So this is not medical. I'm not a doctor, thank God, because I would have a lot of issue with the law. So technically, what happened with the sleeping is, you force yourself to sleep. So like, let's sleep more, and then your body is convinced that you need more sleep, right? So your body is trying to find what's wrong with you. Why do you need so much sleep? That's why you're sleeping more, because your body doesn't repair itself as much as it should be. Next, I had the scooter, and the scooter was great. The scooter was really nice, to be honest. The scooter was really nice, but at the same time, the scooter is. Like I said, when I'm on my skateboard, when I'm on a bike, I like using no endo. I like being free. I like doing whatever I need to, whatever I want to fucking do. That's my life, right? So when I had a scooter, you kind of had to focus. And the scooter kind of is dangerous. So the scooter doesn't have the brake. The scooter, after the first fall, which was the first week, there's a way to give gas, which is actually electricity. The way to give gas would stay on. So even if I stop pressing, the way it works, you press, it goes, you release, it releases. Simple as that. So then I was like, oh, this is dangerous. I go to my stepmom, which is really cool for me. Here you go. Here's something I injure myself with a lot. Even if I'm being completely honest, when I hurt my leg, it was because of the scooter. Because I was going too fast, and then we tried to go on a chain road. So I had to give it a bit more juice. To go higher the hill, or high up a steep. I don't know what you call it. Let's call it the low mount. Low mount's actually pretty good. And the low mount itself, what happened is, I had to give more juice. By giving more juice, it kind of went forward. I put my feet to stop, and my ankle twisted. So like, okay, well, fuck that. This is dangerous. And technically speaking, I don't think the scooter is dangerous. I just think I'm an asshole. I'm a douchebag. I'm a dummy when it comes to this kind of things. And that's, I think, this is the real issue. I think the real issue is the driver and not, right? So I went to skateboard, and the thing with the skateboard is it has the exact same fucking story. So when I was younger, I know this is a long story, but let's make it fun, right? Let's make it fun, and let's make it as confusing as possible. When I wake up, I want to make you guys confused. So with the skateboard longboard, what happened was, when I was a kid, I told you guys before, my father was forced me to go out. Said, hey, you're wasting your life playing those video games. Go out. And then I would take my bicycle and just go out, right? And then what ended up happening was, I had the habit of going everywhere I need to go in bike. I had a nice little locker. It was good. But then my bike broke. Right, and I got the new one, and the new one was cheaper. And it was, when I say cheaper, it was really cheap because I was like, okay, well, I broke the last one, right? And then my father went to buy a new one. He's like, yo, I'm not gonna allow you to buy this one because it's too expensive. You have to buy this one because it's cheap. Just as a remembrance of you fuck up a good bike. And I have a shitty bike, and you have to use it, and you have to not break it, even though it's highly breakable. That was the mentality of my father. So we go in, and of course it breaks, and I'm like, okay, well, am I gonna bring it to the apartment? No. So I bring my skateboard, and now my skateboard works. My skateboard is, and it's crazy, it's insane. I used to work at IGA in Dorval. It was an hour and a half walking, and the reason why I was walking was I was too broke. I was doing a shift of 8 hours per week. I was barely making the rent, so fuck having a bus pass. And then the worst thing that happened was we broke the skateboard, the longboard, and because we broke the longboard, I had to walk. The longboard would take me 20 minutes to 40 minutes maximum. Walking was an hour and a half. So yeah, it was horrible. So what ended up happening is I've always constantly bought like skateboard and longboard because it was cheap. A good longboard will cost like $80. It's expensive. It's expensive to the bus, right? And we just use longboard since not day one of the apartment, but the first year actually, which is now 12 years ago. So when I had my electric longboard, I didn't see that the scooter was still good. I could still use it. I didn't like it. It was dangerous for me. But I could have made the effort of saying, you know what, you paid $700 for this. I would use it. I was like, no, let's pay another $700 to buy an electric longboard. And the electric longboard worked. So we bought the first one, which was really good. We bought this one, which is really good. Then what happened is, with the darkness, I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So we're supposed to go to the government's, right? And you guys know me, I'm last seconds. We start at 9 o'clock. I leave the house at 40 because I know it takes 10 minutes to go. So I'm at 10 minutes to go, 10 minutes to register, I'm good. So I go in, and what ended up happening is, my skateboard doesn't start. I thought I charged it, but it wasn't. Okay, that's so fucking stupid. I plugged it in the skate. I plugged it, but I didn't plug it on the wall. I didn't check if it was plugged on the wall, so it charged, but it didn't have a charge to charge. right? So I go in and I use my scooter, and the scooter works pretty well, right? It works pretty well. And then what happened is I go back home. My father called me and said, hey, I need to talk to you about the debt, because you guys know that I have a debt to the government, right? So he's like, okay, I'm coming. Now I realize that my skateboard is still not good. So now I do the back and forth of the government. I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. So I'm having fun. Now, fun fact, the longboard will not stay in the water. The scooter will. So there's another day where I have to go. It's raining. I'm going on my scooter, no problem. And then I realize that because it's dark outside, I can put in the lights, and then my fucking brain flashes. But in so much better ways, I can put the flashlight of the scooter, use the GoPro, and just film in front. As simple as that. And the crazy thing is, nobody's gonna do that. Nobody thinks about it. Nobody will ever do something like that. But we will. And that's why we're trying the night show. That's night. It's supposed to rain. Well, it's supposed to rain. In between, it's supposed to rain, and it's raining. You know. Sure. I'm kind of this cycle of depression. Yeah, Manuel. So Manuel's amazing, but Manuel was a huge fan on TikTok, and now she found the YouTube. She quit TikTok. She found the YouTube, so which is really good because she comments a lot and by commenting a lot, we get more interaction. She's super nice. She's super nice. It's just weird because I haven't talked to her in like a year. So we're gonna be starting the night stroll. Should be pretty fun. Now the reality is, what am I supposed to do? Is try it out, and then tell you guys, because I don't know how clear the image is gonna be on the GoPro. Telling you the GoPro at night is horrible. You don't see shit. You barely see shit. Now, ultimately speaking, I could use these street lights to work around the fact that we don't see shit. But then I'm facing another problem, and that other problem, which is really, really simple, is how good is it? Like the problem with the GoPro, like for example, right now I'm seeing myself film. The GoPro, I'm not gonna see the footage after that. So it bugs me. And the GoPro, I have this love and hate relationship. The GoPro, I'll be completely honest, is my favorite camera. I really do like the camera of the S24 Plus or Ultra. My apologies. But I like the phone more than the camera. So if I break the phone, I'm fucked. The GoPro, I have this love and hate relationship because the quality is amazing, the footage is amazing. However, the GoPro itself is complete shit. So for example, right, I'm gonna be filming this scene. You're gonna be able to film this scene right now. There's a bird that's on the airplane, and I want to film the bird. I can't zoom in. It was this really nice sunset, and I hold my GoPro, and the footage was nice. But if I had this camera, you guys would have cummed. Missed opportunity. I was still filming, you know. So we'll see how it goes. In the perfect world, we can. And again, the GoPro, the Nitro, the Nitro is kind of like a double edge, not a double edge sword, but kind of double edge, and it's so it's kind of like a double edge because the GoPro is a way of filming that doesn't require a phone, and the phone. So the phone, okay, so it's nice. It's easy to understand. You just have to, you know. So the GoPro you can film, you can upload. The phone you can film, you can upload. So the GoPro was perfect back then because we didn't need to have tree. We didn't need to have tree. What should we call it? We didn't need to have tree. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. We didn't need to be tree playthrough. We didn't need to be doing 3 things. I could have big videos. So the great thing that I would do, I would keep the long videos for nights for when I sleep. When I go to GoPro night show. So okay, so next time I go to night show, I can film more because when I'm filming on the GoPro, right, I'm gonna be able to upload. However, the GoPro has a price. This is great for that because the GoPro can upload, so I focus on uploading things at home while I'm filming other stuff. However, the GoPro has so much quality that I'm gonna be filming. It's 4 gig per 8 minutes 52 seconds. 4 gigs. We have 1,000 gigs. Yeah. And I have now an hour and a half left. But we're emptying it. So as I'm talking, we're emptying it. I wouldn't say right now, but we're trying to empty it. So maybe like a couple of weeks, a month maybe. But then with the depression that we're facing right now, it's actually quite nice because the depression is stopping me from filming a lot. Like for example, when I was I'm becoming lazy. So I went out at 4 o'clock. It is currently 8:24. I got up at 4, came back to my father's house. And then I went to film outside, right? And then what ended up happening was the neighbor had music so I could film. Okay, I could have closed the door, I could have closed the window and just film inside, but I didn't want to because we're gonna be filming inside tomorrow. We filmed inside the whole winter, so like, okay, just wait a couple hours, right? Now it's 8 o'clock and they're finally coming in. They're coming in because it's raining, right? So yeah, so I'm not filming as much as I should be, and that's why the footage of the GoPro is nice. The footage that we have on the phone, which is really nice, it's all good. Anyway, I'm gonna have a video. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. That. Some people are just meant to be buzz. You just made that heart burst. You're carrying me. Towards me. Question. You're a good person. Of course, you're a good person. You deserve it. Don't blink, blink. Usually when you open a video where that scratches is non-existent beard, it's not the nicest sight to see, not the nicest opening visually speaking. So I'm gonna fix that right away. Today we're talking about depression, and I know it doesn't seem, but today is the perfect day to talk about depression. So we talked about depression yesterday. We talked about depression on Sunday because we're Tuesday. No, we're Wednesday. So I talked about depression about Tuesday, Monday, and now today. Now, why is today the perfect day to talk about depression? Well, you can kind of snap up, you can kind of tell that I'm in a good, sort of a good mood. I'm gonna put in the lights. The reality is, am I doing better? Yes and no. Yes and no. Talked to my parents today, went out, talked to people in person. So of course this help. Of course this is a huge help. But today, why is this perfect example of depression? Depression isn't, in my opinion, the hard part of depression is today's like today. These next days are the worst. So the first thing you notice with depression is you don't feel like doing anything, right? And then there's days where you feel a bit better. And because you feel a bit better, then you feel like doing stuff. And because you feel like doing stuff, you're like, okay, well, let's do stuff. This like today is the perfect of depression because it is such a roller coaster. People picture depression as this always low. I'm sad, I'm crying, I want to sleep. And yes, depression is that. There's depression that is rendering you immobile or not able to move. I love that having that. I never do it, I should do it more. And there's sort of depression like that. Some of the symptoms of depression, things that I felt myself. Now, from the person to the person is very different. Is the need to seclude, the lack of energy, the oversleeping. But there's days like today which are the worst because you have this false sense. And I feel like this is the best possible way to talk about it. You get a false sense of security. You have a false sense of I'm doing better. And this is the worst. So today, woke up doing okay. And once my father was doing okay, then my father gave me a little bit of shit. Still feeling okay. Went back home. We were supposed to film videos. We had the neighbors playing music so I can film. And then I went down a slippery slope. And yeah, I just head back, and day like today is the perfect amount because of the roller coaster. So it's super hard it's super hard because on days where you need to rest, you rest. On days where you feel like doing X, Y, Z, you do X, Y, N. Can I get a drum roll, please? Z. You're right. So days like today, it's really hard because you're like in a position of, well, I'm not really sure what I want. I'm not really sure what I should do. I'm not really sure of where this is gonna lead me. So it's hard to plan your evening. It's hard to plan what you're supposed to do. And when you're not able to plan, you shut yourself off. And this is when you're not doing anything. When you're not doing anything, you go into your head. And when you go into your head, get back to depression, right? So way to get out of it is talk about it, right? But we just talked about how we don't feel like talking to people. We're isolated. When it's better days, you're able to talk to people. My mom had this great idea. My mom had this great idea of talking to my social worker, right? On days like today, I would talk to her. When I talked to her like a couple hours ago, no. Now what we're feeling better is when we went out, we had a little piece of junk food. Okay, I know the diet is going down, but really helps me. Which is also weird because I don't have a lot of energy right now, and physically speaking, that's the crazy thing about my depression. Maybe it's ADHD, I don't know. Is I don't even know how my body is responding. See, there's a signal of pain, which is one of the best things in the body, called the spider sense. You burn yourself at the chill, as a child, you see fire, you're not gonna put your hand in fire because you know it's gonna hurt you. But now your body doesn't know what's going on. It's so confused about your situation. Is he okay? Is he not okay? What is going on? Right? And this is the hard part. The hard part isn't saying, hey, I'm gonna be doing good, let's do. Actually, the best thing to do would possibly I don't like it, but the easiest thing or the best thing to do would be to, okay, we're feeling good now, let's do something positive, let's do something constructive, right? And then that would be the easiest way to break things out. But it's not reliable. Maybe you feel good for 10 minutes, maybe you feel good for an hour, And then there's another part of depression today that really hits me. I don't know if I should be doing another video, but today, you see, I'm tempted to do it with this one because this was something that we saw today. So I see my father, now technically speaking, I love seeing my father, but the real reason why we saw him is because I've been sleeping a lot and I've been filming a lot. So what happened is I don't upload as much as I should be. So I went to my father because our phone was full. So I went to my father and I upload. How much time can I see that before you get annoyed? Went to upload and then I was like, oh fuck, I'm not done. So I said to my father, hey, let's go to. It was such a memorable, as what it is. It was such a memorable way to go actually. So what ended up happening is I was like, okay, well, since I leave my phone here, I had my scooter. I was like, listen, Papa, I want to go to the lakeshore. Okay, no problem. So leave your phone there. My phone isn't there because they want to break it. But actually, it was for him to stay at home and to stay at home and upload. And we went to the lakeshore because we have my GoPro. I still have my GoPro. We just reuse my GoPro, which is really good. Made footage from last year, something that I didn't even remember filming. But then again, it's 8 minutes. Let's say 9 minutes because it's 8 minutes and 52 seconds. Let's say 9 minutes equate to 4 gigs. I have 1,000 gigs and I have an hour left. That means we have about 40 gigs left, which means 960 are things I filmed last summer. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? But then, so we go to the lakeshore, right? And today I had such a weird mental state, such a weird, weird thing happened to me. I'm out and about, as the English people would say. You guys see that, right? You guys see that? Yes, no, maybe? Probably not. Fuck. I was out and about, and I was exploring the water. And I was like, dude, I miss this so much of nature. And I was like, I should have enjoyed nature more as a kid. Because I'm 22 years old, and it's important. And we were really trying to enjoy ourselves. We were truly trying to do X, Y, Z, and be like, yo, it's actually fun, right? And then almost like fate. What ended up happening was, it's a very small street. They were doing construction, so I went in, and there was a construction worker that let me pass. And there's a hey, and they gave me the nods, which is a dude saying to say hi, what's up, or hey, how's it going? Just a salute, I guess. It's not the Elon salute, but thank God. So what ended up happening is I was looking at the work and saying, oh, these are nice. And then the reality hit me. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to work soon, right? And then there's an increment of a supposed truth in there. The supposed truth is, yes, I miss nature. Yes, I miss going out, but I also miss filming nature, which is the motivation. So if I have to say it right, it's super cool. The motivation is filming video, right? The process is going out, and the results are posting videos, right? The process is fun. The motivation is fun. So there's no results, I'm still getting 2 times the fun, right? So then I was like, okay, well, here we are. Let's do this. And I saw that worker, and I was like, you know what? Fuck. It's nuts because it was a Thursday afternoon. It was 2 o'clock p.m. and people were out and just chilling. And there's a lot of girls, you guys know, feeling lonely nowadays. Legally, and I was like, holy shit, dude. 51 minutes, okay. Let's do this. 51 minutes. Yeah, I want to reach out more than 1 hour because then we can't upload on TikTok. I'll turn to a friend. So I was seeing a lot of girls. I was like, holy shit, I should go out more. Again, talk about motivation versus process. Motivation, meeting people. Process is going out. If going out is healthy, even if you don't succeed, who gives a shit? You still did something good, right? And then I was seeing people work. And I was like, dude, I'm already used to it. I'm gonna be working soon. I'm looking for a job almost weekly, daily. Weekly I go out to give out CVs, and daily we go on LinkedIn and post CV in places. So I'm not sure why I'm not getting called back. I have no clue, to be honest. It's pretty bad. But that's okay. And I was like, that's why people, and the first time I people that at 3 o'clock, I was like, dude, people have a lot of time, right? I have a lot of time too. I'm just filming. I'm just choosing to film. And then I was working, and I had a sense of maturity, this almost revelation. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to work. I'm gonna have time to enjoy myself. But it's the opposite. It is the complete polar opposite. So instead of saying I'm not gonna be able to enjoy myself, the real thing to say is, I'm gonna enjoy myself at work. There's lessons I learn at work. I could not learn in nature. There's nature that I learn in nature. There's lessons I learn in nature that I could not learn gaming. However, gaming is such a huge part of me. Without gaming, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Without being the person I am today, I wouldn't be able to learn this lesson that I have to learn. Right? You take a person and you make them agoraphobe, right? Which is the fear of going outside. They'll watch TV, they'll watch radio. They'll still have this understanding of the planet, right? They won't have an understanding of social. However, because of their understanding of the planet, it makes the learning of social a bit easier. You like Humanity. I like humanity too. Let's talk about it. Social interaction. We're good. So at work, I was like, you're gonna be learning lesson. Now, technically speaking, there's just other thing that's, well, you should have learned every single lesson that you have to learn from working. But it's just so pessimistic. It's just so fatality. And this is the guy in depression that's telling you. So yes, it was a really good thing. And this is why this day was so bad. Yesterday was the same thing. Yesterday we woke up, I had a ton of ID. And I wanted to film. This morning, I go in my father's house, and we have this outside, and we have this almost motivation to do something, right? And again, it sounds so stupid, but even a motivation to do something beats a motivation to not do anything. A motivation that not do anything is one of the worst thing that could possibly happen to you. Why? Because you should be motivated to do X, Y, Z. It doesn't really matter what X, Y, Z is. If you're doing something, Yeah. I was watching, because right now, ouch, my FYP is full of Devil May Cry, right? Full of Devil May Cry. There was a guy who was speedrunning the first game, and it was a comment on his YouTube, on his channel, and it was saying, why spend your whole life doing something that you don't seem to enjoy? Right? And the mentality of progress and process and motivation was the answer here. Even if the dude doesn't like the game, not that he has a world record, that's an achievement. Even if the dude doesn't like the game, the fact that he can have the world record, he's close, or he's trying, is a motivation. Devil May Cry is a series with 6 game. Well, there's more. Okay, so it's actually 8, but it's just this Devil May Cry 3 Third Edition and Devil May Cry 5 Third Edition. There's also Devil May Cry 4 Third Edition, so they're the same game. So let's say 6. Maybe it's like the first one, maybe like the second one, maybe like the third one, maybe like the 3, 4, and 5, which I do. The first game is the best, right? However, so there's another thing with that, and that's the coolest thing. You see people, and again, this is all the question. DZ will kill me. If DZ Genesis 95 see this, he will kill me. But hey, it was a good life. It was a good life. I wasn't raised playing Resident Evil. Right? To me, the best Resident Evil is the, well, technically speaking, if you, okay, well, never mind. Because if you ask me, well, my favorite Resident Evil, Resident 8, then story-wise, Resident 7 is really good. And then I did play the 4th not too long ago, the 4th was also really good. So then I was like, oh, well, the 4th is good too. And then I remember playing the 2nd and 3rd game, which were really phenomenal. I was like, yo, I kind of like the series, right? Now, I didn't play Revelation, I didn't play the 5th, I didn't play the 6th. We'll have to see if I like those, maybe I don't like those, maybe I'm not a fan of the whole series, but still, in these games, they're 2 or 3 hours, they're easy to speedrun, right? You're not going to speedrun Elden Ring. Well, some people do it. But then, I have a hard time with people speedrunning Elden Ring because Elden Ring is easily a 100-hour playthrough. Even if in 100 hours playthrough you didn't kill every single boss, you didn't die once, you skipped some shit, you didn't do every side quest. Because it's legit 20 hours per region. There's Limgrave, you're not guided. There's Leyndell, there's the Underground, there is the Mother of Giants, right? And then there's Leyden Ash of Capital. Hell Ashes. So that's 7, right? There's 7 times 20 is 140. If I heard in others, there's one that you have to find their dungeon, and every single one of them is a game with 265 bosses. If you spend 3 minutes per bosses, even then that's 900 minutes, which is around 15 hours. That's what if you don't die once. Yeah. So, but then again, you got a game like Resident Evil, and Resident Evil, the base thing about speedrunning it is like you have so little resources that skipping enemies is the way to go, right? When I'm talking about Resident Evil, what's all planned? So, with the going out and being motivated and to find a job and thinking that these lessons, you ask yourself the question, how much do I still have to learn, right? And the truth is, I miss working. I really do miss working. See, the content creation, and now we're talking, I'm going to give you guys too much information. I'm going to give you guys way too much information, but we're talking about content creation, and there's time when content creation feels like depression. I'm not depressed to make content. No way, Jose. I'm not depressed when I make content. No way, Joselito. But there's time where I really feel like making content, and there's days where I really don't feel like making content. And if you guys remember what I said in the beginning, which was 19 minutes ago, holy fuck. There's time where, like for example today, where you feel like the world is yours, and there's time where you just feel like a sad, pathetic piece of shit, right? And I'm not saying that you're sad and pathetic if you're depressed, right? I'm just saying that sometimes like that's how I feel. And see, I'm so afraid of the depression because I know what it is. If you ask me at 22 if I was afraid of depression, I would say no. If you ask me at 28 when I started making content, you know the craziest thing? We had depression. We had 3 depression. So the big one, the first one was Play 2, right? G Fuel, Inc. It's not my G Fuel, not yet. Give me a couple of years. We had a depression. Oh, that's a bit too much water. Which I have Sleep Token Damokless in my mind right now, which is a really good song. Really good new song. So the first one was Play 2. You guys know why. I'm gonna tell you why because again I told you guys so many times. Suck it. The next one was at 28. So when I made the channel, I was super close to depression. I was inches, and I do mean inches away from depression. Right? The whole purpose of making the channel was to avoid depression. That was the whole purpose. The whole purpose wasn't to be like cool. The whole purpose was to be like, okay, well, let's not have depression, right? Then we had the third one. The third one was also really special. The third one was what? The third one was I'm gonna stay in because it's actually kind of cold outside. The third one was right now, right? And they're all different. When I had a 30, because the death threat was the answer to something. The 22 was a overload or a filled cup or an overfilled cup. And now what it is it's nuts. It's not because this one feels like it's my fault. It feels like I'm responsible for this. Not in a way of, I put myself in this position. But I put myself in this position last year because I worked too much. I worked too hard for too long. Then we burned out, right? I never took the time to heal. And the depression, which kind of creeps in. When you think about it, there's really events that push me to have this depression, which are, again, the phone break last week, the skateboard break last week, the bill from $13,000 from the government. First of all, the fact that I'm not able to lose weight. So I was feeling depressed last week. but not a depression. I was feeling depressed, and because I was feeling depressed, I didn't feel like working out. You're just literally gonna see this video. You're gonna see I'm not live, and you see I'm doing 20 minutes videos of working out, and I'm torturing myself. I don't want to work out. In 2 weeks, we gained all the way back. I'm now 272. I started out 271. So it's an Edwin channel right now. It's a weight gain channel. And then of course that's disappointing. The number of CV that I gave out, and it's refusal, right? It's refusal. I just had a conversation with a chick. I'm not gonna say her name. If I was to say her name, it's Gemma. I don't know her real name, so it's called her Gemma. So we're watching CV too. So Gemma comes in and she's negative, right? After that, she gave me first answer, and I can say, oh, maybe you didn't interest her. She didn't see me. She didn't even see me. We talked. I was being super kind, super nice to her. So we get talking, and then what ended up happening is, at the point I'm like, okay, well I'm done. She's like, why are you ghosting me? Like, I didn't ghost you. I said I'm done. Ghosting you is disappearing, right? It goes disappear. It doesn't leave. It disappear. I think I don't know the lingo of these kids nowadays. And she then talked to me about, oh, why are you leaving me? I said, in order to hurt your feelings. I said, okay, I don't know, just like that. Okay. And I said, hey, have a nice day. And I talked to Gemma for a total of 12 freaking minutes. How do I know? I was filming the tower. So we talked to Gemma for 12 minutes. Then I tell her, have a nice day, and she tells me, my cat died. How? You're telling this to a stranger. What am I supposed to do? I feel bad for you. I don't know you. I don't even know your cat. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you look like. I don't know your real name. I don't know your age. I don't know where you're from. I don't know shit about you. You're a stranger. Right? And it's not that your cat died. What am I supposed to do? Right? But then the fun thing about Gemma is I'm talking to two people. I'm talking to April Run. April Run, there's no romantic feeling. She's a friend. So we're talking, and she's bored. So she asked, it's actually a really funny story. She's bored, so she said, hey, ask me a question. And I'm like, where does baby come from? I live in Canada, and there's no sun in winter. So then she writes, a bird and bees equal baby. And I'm like, propaganda. You work for the woke agenda. And she laughed. And this is picture perfect impression. I'm able to make one person laugh because she's in already good mood. So it's not making her in a good mood. It's not reassuring her. It's maintaining the fact that she's in a good mood, which is super easy. And then you have this other part, which is, well, there's another person that needs to be reassured, but I can't reassure because I'm not sure myself. Right? Makes sense? I hope so. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Why are we stopping here? Because I often do that. I don't like goodbyes, so I avoid goodbyes. That you know that you're special? You know that you're loved? You know that you matter? That's pretty much. Do you need something else? No? Cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. I do the same thing that